and Anthony on satellite radio. Host Anthony Camilla and Greg Opie.
On the virtual team. Opie and Anthony apologizing for yet another raunchy
Comment paternity linked rant. Is this the last straw for the raunchy radio duo?
I have a raging heart on. Let me tell you something about this radio show you listen to. We are really good.
Yeah, man, we hang out, we gonna be all wet. Yeah, man.
We know when we suck. We know when we're great. But we do like when you say how great we are.
Holy shit! Oh, my good golly!
Hey, look, we're broadcasting again.
But enough of this palaver. Let's get the show on the road.
Ben Stiller.
Well, Opie is absolutely...
Let's talk about the fashions.
The fashion.
Let's step right into this and talk about the fashions from last night.
It's the night Hollywood honored its own.
Really?
Oh, shut up.
It's the night that Hollywood kisses each other's asses and tell each other how great they are.
Laps sphincter.
The fucking world is falling apart. There's an earthquake weekly now.
Every week.
But fucking the Oscars have to, make sure they kiss each other's asses. It's just horseshit in the end, isn't it?
It certainly is, and it certainly was last night. Horse shit.
I fucking stayed up right to the goddamn end, and by the end, I'm thinking to myself, why am I doing this?
Yeah, why bother?
What does this mean?
I could catch it, I'll know who won tomorrow, so who gives a shit?
You get a couple clips off the internet, and you're caught up, right?
You're gold without having to sit through a dance number. The hell was that? Break dancing to classical music?
What?
I don't know what that was.
Did I miss a dance number?
It was a giant dance number in the middle of the fucking Oscars.
And I say that because I was watching. I didn't turn the channel. I didn't get up. Did I actually miss a dance number?
You missed the big dance number.
Oh, man.
It was all of the songs, I guess, that were nominated.
Yeah.
Done with an interpretive dance. How could it not be good?
Is there anything worse than interpretive dance?
No,
it's right.
Not one thing on the face of this earth, except maybe Precious's dress.
Oh my God,
that fucking thing! Trying to hold that mess back.
I got so bored with the Oscars. I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to make fun of the Precious broad. I decided that was going to be my thing last night. Who cares about everyone else? I'm just going to make a bunch of fat jokes and just comment on the Precious broad. Because there was nothing else to comment on.
I was doing the same thing. I was just tweeting during the Oscars and just tweeting awful, horrible things about pretty much everybody. But Precious did take the brunt of my jokes, too.
Oh, yeah.
And some people didn't get a couple of my lines. I can believe it.
Well, your lines were very obvious. I mean, I wouldn't know that because I don't follow you on Twitter. I'm sorry.
Right, exactly.
I mean, oh, my God, I just played my cards.
Oh, no.
Oh, my God, I actually check Anthony's Twitter.
They
made perfect sense.
No, there was one that was I didn't want to go for the real let's get in trouble joke. So for the Best Actress Awards nominees, instead of just having the nominees on a screen and somebody saying who they are, they brought out like celebrities that have something to do in some way, shape, or form with the actress. And they would talk about how wonderful they are and everything and how they worked with them in the past or something. So they'd have like 6 women out there talking about it. And all I said was, I'm surprised Sigourney Weaver isn't talking about how good Precious is.
Sorry.
And it took a while for some people to get it.
Fucking idiots if they don't get that.
It took a while for some people to get. But I wasn't going to just blurt it out. So I just said IMDb it.
Yeah.
What do you want from me?
Oh, my God. I mean, that section of the Oscars where you had someone talk about the nominated actor or actress, they might as well have dragged the nominated actor or actress on stage and have that person just pull their pants down or hike their dress up, bend all the way over and allow, for example, Oprah to just lick ass.
Because it was Oprah that was talking to Precious. I'm not even ever going to say her real name. Because who the hell knows what it is?
I mean, here's something, dummy. If you're going to be in Hollywood, get a name that people can pronounce very easily.
And the second reason I'm not going to learn it, because you're never going to see her again on anything.
Oh, Oprah says she's she's just starting her amazing career.
You were in school, and now you're in the same category as Meryl Streep. It's like, no, you know what? No, she's not. Technically, yeah, it's the same category, best actress in a role. But to try to equate her fucking career with Meryl Streep's career and stuff. Look at that disaster on. Thank you, Sam. Sam just punched it up.
No, it's a disaster because what other roles is she going to get in Hollywood?
Roles, she's got enough. Look at her fucking bunts.
If they do What's Happening in the movie,
yeah,
she has a part.
She has to get her legs chopped off though to play Mama.
Look, man, I know we all enjoy a little fucking, dessert every once in a while, but no one is supposed to be that big. What are you doing? And her next role is going to be on Biggest Loser.
That's where she'll end up.
Something like Biggest Loser,
something like that. Like what else is she going to do?
Well, first of all, you forgot the most important thing. When everyone sat down, getting ready for the Oscars, she actually had like a folding chair or folding seat on the end.
She couldn't fit into one of the chairs.
I don't think so.
They actually had to bring a chair in for her?
She was sitting in this weird, off to the side, almost near the door, and it looked like they had to get a special chair for her or something. Yeah. Yeah.
She and her being all glammed up, and that fucking profile of hers, look, I ain't gonna say it.
What?
I ain't gonna say it. But you look at it. Look at her profile. It just looked familiar. That's all I'm saying.
Anthony.
What? I ain't saying a fucking word. But she could be.
I mean, she's.
Look at that. I mean, stop it.
All right.
Stop it.
All right. So we might have a profile shot of the precious broad. I just call her the precious broad.
Precious broad, precious.
Anthony, I tweeted last night, there's a commotion in the audience. They're trying to charge the precious broad for 2 seats.
Yeah.
And you see her when they brought all the, I guess, actors and actresses on stage right in the beginning, and she was sashaying. I look good.
I look good. She's learning from Monique, the best fucking fat ass that thinks she looks good out there. I mean, she did a great job in the movie Precious. I think, she deserved the best supporting actress nod, as they say.
Who, Monique?
Yeah. She did a good job. But like you said earlier, there really wasn't anyone against her that put on like an amazing performance. And
no, I think I saw all the other performances in that category. And
it was like, obviously she's got to win that one. But you know something?
How much do you hate her now, though?
Her fucking speech. First of all, I didn't even get it. She was up there rambling about something to do, and I think it was racial.
Why don't we start with that, Anthony?
Let's start with Monique's speech.
Well, the best part was when she won, she had to get up all dramatically, like she was going to pass out.
Yeah.
Because the Lord was coming into her body or something.
Dude, she's looking up and just walking so slowly to the stage. It's like, something? I understand you want to fucking make the moment last, but we as the viewing audience are bored shitless.
Yeah, we got to go to bed and do a morning show.
I didn't like the fact that she actually said, I want to thank the Academy. It's like, that's something you say when you're joking with when you're holding a beer bottle in front of your friends, pretending you're winning an award. You say, I want to thank the Academy.
Thank the Academy.
Jeez, no one really says that, do they?
Oh.
Did you see?
Stop.
Did you see the Precious Broad took Monique's Oscar and tried to peel off the tinfoil because she thought it was like a chocolate bunny?
Oh, okay. I thought you were going somewhere else.
Oh no, I try to be careful. Chocolate bunny because Easter's right around the corner. That's why, Anthony.
Exactly.
Well, let's go. Here's Monique giving her acceptance speech. We'll start here. But then we got to go backwards and talk about Alec Baldwin and Steve Martin and Ben Stiller.
The gala evening.
And, man, the theme of today has to be that Avatar got its ass whooped.
Yeah, it did.
It got spanked by that Hurt Locker.
Yep.
And I got to give props to Dan. He called it. I was like, no fucking way. They got to give Avatar everything. And I couldn't have been more wrong. Here's Monique's acceptance speech.
But there's so many people to thank. Not enough time, so
This might be a little backwards.
What the hell is that? That sounded like Sandra Bullock.
Yeah, Sandra Bullock.
Maybe you confused it because Monique looks just like the football player in her fucking movie.
Yes. She thanked Gabori for Sidibe for looking like William the Refrigerator Perry. I want to thank you for being so good in 85 on the Bears.
I want to thank you for the Super Bowl shuffle.
None of you guys saw The Blind Side, right?
I did not know.
No.
I don't know why she won that.
I don't know.
It was like just a basic, typical fucking movie and a typical role by her. Nothing special.
Isn't it amazing what they could do in movies to make people look like they do?
Yeah,
because
yeah.
she was up there, and God bless that high def, man.
Really?
God bless high def television when you watch the Oscars, because Sandra Bullock, it was the first time I think I'd ever seen it where I was like, ooh, she's no kid anymore.
Oh, really?
Oh,
She's
yeah.
up there.
Yeah, well, she wasn't looking like the young, peppy little Hollywood newcomer of Speed.
I'll throw myself under the bus. Sarah Jessica Parker looked all right.
What?
She looked all right.
I loved how they did a horse joke beforehand.
Yeah, right.
Holy shit. It had nothing to do with her, but they were talking about like whores and horses.
Yeah.
And the plural of whores isn't horses. Like, they were doing a little bit, Steve Martin. And then they introduced Sarah Jessica Parker, and I was just like, fucking horse.
Unbelievable. The abuse on instant feedback already. I admitted I was wrong with about this Avatar. And Ann had it with the Hurt Locker.
Yeah,
I admitted.
I
admitted that I got fucking spanked. I thought Avatar would win everything.
Called Monique, called Waltz. I wasn't sure about Jeff Bridges as best actor, but because I hadn't seen that movie.
He really was good in Crazy Heart.
And then Avatar went in the technicals, things like that.
But even the Hurt Locker took a couple of those.
Took some of the sound, sound.
Really? The Hurt Locker took a couple of technical awards as well.
I thought Best Original Screenplay should have been Inglourious Basterds. That was an amazing piece of fucking, just to create that out of nothing. I think that should have won.
Did you guys realize that Precious was based on a novel?
Oh, shit, how they had to fucking say that every time, the full title. Can you just say Precious?
They had to shoehorn it in, though. It sounded all shoehorned.
I know.
Based on the novel by Sapphire, the Push by Sapphire.
On the novel Push by Sapphire.
Every fucking time. No one gives a shit. No one's going to read.
One of my favorite moments of the entire evening, though, was when Mrs., the wonderful Barbara Streisand, got up on stage and had to point out that the category for Best Director, which she handed out the Oscar for, had two things going on. The first woman nominee, this could be the first time a woman wins for Best Director, and an African-American nominee. This could be the first time an African-American wins for Best Director. So she opens it up, and she goes, well, it's happened. Or something like that.
And then everyone went,
and everyone goes up. So they show the poor black guy sitting in the audience thinking like,
Lordy, Lordy.
It's a 50-50 shot now, motherfucker.
Right.
Like, she totally got that poor bastard all psyched up.
Sure did.
And then she goes, announces the woman.
Sure yeah.
She goes, the woman, bring her up. And the black guy's just like, motherfucker.
That white bitch.
Motherfucker. And she waited so long before she said it. Like, history's been made, or it's happened, or...
Here's Monique's acceptance speech. It was terrific, Anthony.
Oh, yeah. Try to figure out what she's saying.
First, I would like to...
W-U-T. She would like to thank...
All dramatic.
It's wood!
Another one.
Fucking say it!
Another one you'll... Jesus,
I can't take it.
Another one you'll never see in Hollywood, by the way, this Monique. What other role is she going to get?
She'll get another one like this.
Nah, she's fun too.
She could play fat and nasty really well.
First, I would like to thank the Academy for showing that it can be about the performance and not the politics.
What does that mean? What does that mean? Jimmy, please help an N-word out here.
I'll help you out with this, too.
What is it?
I think it was overly dramatic and unnecessary, but...
Of course.
They do sometimes, like they fuck Denzel When they should have given it to him for X, they gave it to Pacino for Scent of a Woman. Sometimes they do. The Academy does do. Her saying that, though, is arrogant. Like, my performance was by far, in a way, so good.
Right.
Thank God for noticing. That was a terrible thing to say.
It came off as so self-serving.
Yeah.
Unnecessary.
I agree.
And fucking racist.
But they do that. The Oscars will, a lot of times, will give
racist.
The polite.
That was racist. Black people can't be racist. Only white people can be racist.
I know.
What's wrong with you?
Like they give it to, if you play a certain type of role, like a guy with age, and that, you're much more likely to get it than if you play a Nazi. You know,
No retards.
She was looking at her
this year, though, right? There were no retards.
She was looking
at
her own ass by saying
also
that.
a guy for playing a Nazi, though.
Performance.
Also a guy for playing a Nazi. She was a brutal, horrible, unlikable character. She won. Fucking Christoph Waltz played a Nazi. He won.
Nazis are making a big comeback.
Little bit.
Bridges played a drunk.
You see Quentin Tarantino when they did the piece on him, how he was like kind of looking like a Nazi when he was filming that movie?
Yeah,
Did you see what he was doing with his hair and all?
I know.
He had something going on to get into the whole thing.
I had to tweet that too when he came up to. No,
I didn't see that one.
He came up to present something and. He was so sweaty and greasy. I said it looked like he combed his hair with pre-cum. He had like this greasy fucking, like he was trying to do a Hitler comb over.
He fucking rolls though. Let's get back to the
Out of his
Monique
mind.
I want to thank Miss Hattie McDaniel for enduring all that she had to so that I would not have to.
What?
Tyler Perry.
What did that mean?
It meant, like,
what did that mean?
Well, I guess it was the person that she was basing her performance on from the book Sapphire.
All right.
Or Pushed by Sapphire.
Now, why
so basically
did
she's saying,
she endorse something so she didn't have to?
Am I wrong, or did Hattie McDaniel, was she the first black woman to win an Oscar?
Was it?
Or it's that.
That's why I was saying,
Before everybody makes an ass out of themselves. Let me
Or
just,
it's that.
was she the one from Gone with the Wind?
She might be, yeah, I believe she was.
Or it's that.
Is that who she was? All right, cool.
Oh, fuck.
To go through with because so she wouldn't have to. What did she go? What do you
What'd
mean?
she go through? She was...
What? Now you're going back to 1939?
Well, she's thanking the first black woman to win an
What
Oscar.
is that
for
noise?
What did she
having to-
have to go through, man, in 1939? She was in Hollywood while, you know...
Probably terrible.
While her fellow sisters and brothers
Yeah.
were, you know, still doing horrific things out
She
there.
was, but she probably still wasn't allowed to
Probably
use the
made-
same water fountain as the best fucking screenplay nominee.
Probably made $15-20 on that movie too.
All I'm saying, she had a little easier than the average black person back in 1939.
I'm glad I stopped that role, though. Who the hell is Hattie McDaniels? Who is that? Who else she played in the movie?
You fucking.
As soon as I heard that, I'm like, let's Google
with
this.
a cape, didn't you?
I had a box eating joke ready to go, and you had to stop me.
Oh, shit.
Back to Monique.
Tyler Perry and Oprah Winfrey, because you touched it, the whole world saw it.
All right, stop right there.
All right.
Before we stop now, who the hell are Tyler Perry and Oprah
What
Winfrey?
the fuck is that all about?
Weren't they the president of South Africa?
That made no sense. You touched it.
So the whole world could see.
Probably the book, the story. They produced. I'm guessing they're the exec producers of the story.
Yeah. It was because the movie was supposed to be just go straight to DVD, and then Tyler Perry saw it, and then Tyler Perry called Oprah and said, "You got to see this movie." And then Oprah and Tyler Perry are the ones that got it.
Gives a shit.
When it went straight to DVD.
And then people would
Dumbass fucking speech.
But if it was a good movie, it would have found its own audience anyway. It would have found its audience.
Believe me, I don't think the Hurt Locker saw that many more people saw the Hurt Locker than they did Precious.
Right. Not a lot of people saw that Hurt Locker.
It was the least viewed of all of them.
Of course it was.
It was the least viewed.
Now a shitload
So
of
don't
people are
talk
going to go see
about
the Hurt Locker.
how the fucking world saw it because Tyler Perry and fucking Oprah touched it. Touched it. What was it, a cruller?
That was a pretty good thank you. She was just thanking them. She was just thanking them.
This is a terrible, pompous, completely racially based speech. Shut it. Shut that fucking food auger. God damn. Keep your hands and feet away from the hopper at all times.
So far, I would say that her Academy line was hokey. The self-serving line about politics.
Yes.
Someone else should have said that, not her.
All right, I'll
But
give her
this
the
one
Hattie line.
And
This one I give her.
And what
is
is Oprah the new Mother Teresa with touching everything?
Please, dude.
Touching everything.
She's royalty.
Ricky Anderson, our attorney of Anderson and Smith.
Hold on,
Thank
stop
you for
it.
your
Thank you, an attorney. What a racist bitch.
It really is dumb, isn't it? Why is she thanking an attorney? I can understand
attorney
if
of
you're Lil
Anderson
Wayne.
Smith, thank you for your hard work. My entire
Hard work.
BET family,
your
my
heart
precious
surgeon?
family, thank you so much. To my amazing husband, Sidney, thank you for showing me
Thank you in the
that
hairdryer you
sometimes
use on my
have
legs.
to forego doing what's popular in order to do what's right.
What does that mean?
Oh, boy, we got to go
What did that
backwards.
fucking mean?
We got to go backwards.
What'd she say?
Sometimes you don't do what's popular, Anthony.
Yeah, to do what's right.
What is she talking
It's like,
about?
what does that fucking mean?
Like,
She's
starring in a Hollywood movie is not a popular thing
yeah,
to do.
exactly. And she hasn't been in 20 fucking great Academy Award winning movies either. This fucking Monique.
And let's not forget, she was like on Tool Academy or one of those fucking VH1 reality shows.
Yeah, and she's fucking,
Only
you know.
a mere year ago. What was it? Which one was she on, Sam? You know this shit.
It was Charm School.
Charm
she was
School.
She was in charge of
She was the
Flavor
head
of Love
mistress.
Charm School.
Yeah,
she was the head mistress on Charm
Stop
School.
it. I want to thank my husband for having to be on top all the time, lest I crush him.
No. He gets to do whatever he fucking wants.
Yes, he does.
Yeah.
Just to fuck whoever
Open
he wants.
relationship.
Yep.
She
Oh,
openly
is it?
talks about it.
Oh, that makes sense then.
You know
Thank you for showing me
Here
What?
it is.
that sometimes you have to forego doing what's popular in order to do what's right. And baby, you were so right.
Can you pause that for a second? That what she might have meant there, before
God
she's
bless
called
us
racist and
all.
horrible, is that he probably encouraged her to do this movie. She might have had a bigger money offer for another one, but liked the script better.
Are you shitting me?
What other
What
offer?
is Monique being offered?
Exactly. What
Tyler
other
Perry
offer?
film or something like that?
get no fucking
Well,
way.
her comedy, right?
Nope.
I bet you she might have made. She probably would have made more money doing gigs than a movie that was going straight to DVD. That's right. She probably makes a lot of money doing gigs, man.
No, good for her. I'm not a fan of Monique.
Oh, I
whatsoever.
can't. And that speech only made me despise her more.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that.
Yeah, hairy-legged.
Funny fucking post cartoon said, "Don't worry, Elon. I'm staying home watching the Oscars. It's Tiger in bed with one of those tall Avatar bitches." I don't like that.
Well, there you go. So, all right, well, that's Monique. Jeff Bridges, a bunch of people are noticing that he was a little like, oh.
Jeff Bridges was, why won't anyone acknowledge, like, it's like, oh, it's fantastic to see Jeff Bridges win and stuff. Acknowledge that he just came off like a mental patient.
Why are you so mad today?
Because
You
I
get very
stayed up and
angry.
watched a shitty show.
But Jeff Bridges has always been a little out there.
Has he?
He was thanking dead people. Mom and Dad. Oh.
It's like, all right, I understand, you know, he's your father and everything, but let's be real here. Sea Hunt and the airplane movies.
He made fun of Sea Hunt, though.
I know he did.
He made a little airplane movies. How dare you?
Sea Hunt and the airplane movies.
Those airplane movies were terrific.
Of course they were, but Jesus Christ.
They were terrific.
I don't think Lloyd was going to be getting up there and holding up an Oscar.
By the way,
Win an Oscar?
you missed the first 17 minutes. Did you see the red carpet with Kathy Ireland?
No, I missed everything because of stupid Cablevision ABC. I missed
Kathy Ireland.
the Nazi winning and everything.
Make sure you check out later all these clips, I'm sure, online. Kathy Ireland was so uncomfortable to look at.
Really?
And she's still beautiful, but she was moving her hips while she was trying to interview people, and she was like, she looked like she was going to fall
she
over.
was like, it looked like she was doing an invisible hula hoop.
That was me, Anthony. That was me.
Okay. All right.
That means you do follow me
Yeah,
on
I
Twitter.
was-
Thank you, sir. Thank
No,
you.
I don't follow, but I did go over.
All right.
I found an @Opie radio, and I clicked on it and went to recent tweets and then read them all.
See, you're not supposed to do that. We're not supposed to acknowledge each other outside these walls. Kathy Ireland, I don't know what it was. Maybe she was going to pass out from not eating or something.
Yeah.
You know, those,
moving her
You
hands.
need a
too.
salad.
her hands were like, yeah, she was like,
Trying to.
she's fucking someone at ABC because.
Is she weirdo?
Why did she get that gig?
Let me see her.
Why did she get that gig?
I missed that part. Thank you, Cablevision.
You want to get into the Cablevision thing?
Which is maybe
you
while
what?
you're looking for it.
Something is bubbling under the surface in general. Like I want to keep that theme going on this show, but how they treat us out there, even with our
It's just like shit.
with our basic cable needs, they treat us like shit.
And I don't give a shit if it was ABC's fault, ABC Disney's fault, or if it's Cablevision's fault.
Mm-hmm.
I know I pay my fucking bill for the most part, and I want to see what I pay for.
Right.
And I wasn't able to.
Right.
There's 17 minutes, and it could have been the whole night. Who the fuck knows? Who knew if they were going to turn it back on or not? I am announcing here and for the record that today, when I go home, Cablevision is being removed from my house for Fios.
Wow.
I am calling.
Wow.
I am calling. I am having Fios put in my house, fiber optic, real fiber optic, Cablevision, who I have paid and was pretty much the only game in town for many years, especially on Long Island and in the New York area and stuff. We've outgrown you. We're done. You're not the only game in town. We can't be treated like shit anymore and be expected to stay there because you're the only fucking game in town. I am going to Fios. Go fuck your mother, Cablevision. The whole entire place. If you think I'm going to stick with Cablevision because your giant selling point is News 12, they go, News 12, not on Fios, not on satellite ever. Who cares? Who gives a shit? I watched that commercial where the couple across the street is looking at the other couple and goes, what happened? Well, they got rid of Cablevision. And you see the News 12 people leaving their house like they're never going to be back here again. And then he goes, there goes the copter. I never knew they had a helicopter. Who knew they could afford one? That piece of shit local yokel crap. I could care less if a puppy is lost in Babylon.
Could you dial down your anger a little bit? You're making us all uncomfortable. What happened over the weekend?
Wait, what
happened to you over the weekend?
Don't even ask.
What?
I said, don't even ask.
Did you have a rough weekend?
It's all fucking dumb chicks.
What happened?
Whoa.
Just nothing big. I'll get into it.
Did you lift the dress and there was a dick?
Jimmy, I finally know what it means.
Wow.
No.
There's something. You had a bad weekend.
No,
because the Oscars weren't that bad.
No, it was.
It was Who Gives a Shit TV.
They annoy me.
There's Jeff Bridges. Dead, Mom.
It really was just annoying, the Cablevision thing. That annoyed the piss out of me.
Fuck yeah.
And they rigged it so that when you turned on cable, it instantly went to Cablevision's version of the story. Like, no matter what channel you had it on before you turn the TV off.
Yeah.
Right when you turn it on, boom, right there to their fucking propaganda page.
So what is Cablevision going to do? Because they blew off ABC for a while. I mean, we're paying our cable bills. Are they going to take care of the customer?
Opie, their
or
solution.
Do we get fucked in the end again?
Their solution?
Yeah.
They're going to give everybody one free on-demand movie.
What?
That's their solution. It's like, you can have an on-demand movie.
On us?
Thank you. It's on us. Hope that takes care of the inconvenience.
That may be expired because it was just for Sunday.
It was just to watch during the Oscars.
It was only.
Was it?
Yeah. It was only
so
for
we
yesterday.
just get jack shit. Oh, oops, I missed it. So we get jack shit.
Isn't it great how big companies take care of the customer? Isn't it just amazing?
You got free
really is.
on-demand movies for yesterday.
But if
yesterday. Oh, I thought you got one and you could do it whenever you want.
But if you fuck up as a customer, there's going to be bloody hell.
Oh, God forbid you don't get that bill in on time.
Oh, my God.
Holy shit.
They'll break your fucking arm.
Motherfucker.
But when they fuck up, they just kind of ignore the whole situation.
Well,
I'm psyched to hear that Anthony is going to Fios.
Yeah,
I would go to Fios, but my building doesn't offer it.
Do you know what they were actually calling, what Cablevision was calling, what ABC was doing to try to get like people on their side? They said, so please contact, and it was something called no cable tax. Like it was a tax. Like, because they know like that's a real big catchword now for people to be outraged over. Taxes. Tax. So Cablevision actually put the word tax in there as like, just say no to cable tax. It's like, no to what? What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
Because you're in a fucking pissing match with ABC Disney. I got to sit here and have a blacked out fucking television screen while I'm trying to watch the stupid Academy Awards or God forbid Lost tomorrow or something.
When is the Fios going in? Today?
Well, I do have friends in high places.
It's already in?
No. It's got to take forever. That's the only reason I haven't done it sooner, because I probably have 10 cable boxes in my house.
Well, we reach a lot of people. That's big that you're moving over to Fios. But all these companies should be on red alert. Red alert. You got to take care of the fucking customer.
I'm one of their probably one of their big regular customers. I don't mean corporate customer or anything like that. But when you're just a citizen, a resident that has, I swear to you, I have to have what it amounts to 10 fucking cable boxes in my house.
For real?
For real. I got them on every TV. I got them in my theater.
Wow.
I got all that shit. and they are all going out the fucking door back to your shitty fucking Cablevision warehouse, and Fios is coming in with real fiber optic and no more of that pixelated, noisy, jumpy fucking picture.
What can't you get with Fios? Because I tried to get Fios,
News 12,
but my building wasn't wired.
News 12,
but like the Yes Network, everything.
You
apparently,
get all that.
Apparently, everything else is fucking.
Let's say hi to Janet in Lynbrook. Janet.
Hey, Anthony, how you doing?
Hi.
Opie.
Hi.
Hey, what's up?
Cablevision aggravated me so much last night. I kept them on the phone for an hour and 20 minutes, telling them what a bunch of greedy fucks they were.
Good for you.
They are. They just greedy
People are pissed,
fucks,
man. They are pissed.
And you know what? Cablevision is going to be like, oh, shit, yo, because if I reach the point where I get off my lazy ass to fucking do something, other people will too. And not just because of the pissing match between them and ABC, but the complete shitty product they are giving. Like I said, I'm trying to watch a movie on demand yesterday. I was watching Terminator Salvation, right? And it's just jumping. You miss dialogue because it freezes. The screen will freeze for a good, 5 seconds, and then just jump 5 seconds ahead.
Is that because they're trying to shove too much shit into your wires?
They don't have the capability of pumping that amount of bandwidth.
Because I get
through
that,
their shit.
but not as much as you, it seems like.
Well, I think we ought to go.
I think ABC should have made a deal. People will find ABC in the end, and then maybe it'll take some of the power away from these cable companies.
Bye-bye, Cablevision.
They're getting away with murder.
You're rebooting that fucking box every 3 fucking days, and it takes forever to reboot. Your stupid credit card you got to shove in the front of the thing.
Oh, you got
whatever
one of those?
that is. Yeah. It's like, how fucking, what year is this? I'm sticking a Cablevision card in the front of my goddamn box.
I had that in a hotel
Blow me.
recently.
Yeah, exactly.
On Long Island. I'm like, what is this credit card thing to reboot the system?
When I was living in Brooklyn, I had Time Warner, and it was like,
You
all
just
right,
push a button.
this is great. And then I move out to fucking Cablevision, and at that point, Time Warner had the DVRs and Cablevision didn't.
Oh, look at this guy.
Is that how they stopped stolen cable?
I don't know.
They probably do that to reboot it.
Let's say hi to John in New York. Listen to the free movie thing.
Hi, John.
Go ahead, John. So, John, you watched the Oscars, right? And now you're like, hold on, I'm going to set you up, please. You're watching the Oscars, then you're like, fuck, I got Cablevision, I got fucked, but they're offering me a free movie. Nice. Then what happened?
Yeah, so happy that they offered us free movies. Me and my wife it took 3 fucking hours to play a movie. From 8 o'clock to 11 o'clock, we tried every single fucking movie to play, and it said, unable to play video at this time. Try again later.
Because they didn't want to give away free movies.
Yes.
Another thing.
No, we were the only ones, so we called a couple of our friends around the area, and none of them were able to play a movie.
Yeah, wonderful. Conveniently, when they were offering a free movie, it sounds like they weren't doing the right thing.
I know.
Yes, E-Rock, thanks, man.
Another thing with that cable box rebooting all the time, it starts to remove your program channels and shows from your DVR.
Oh, I know. It's so fucking annoying. I'm sick of Cablevision. They're used to being the only game in town. And everyone having to do whatever the fuck we were at Cablevision's mercy. That was it. You want a cable TV, you had to get Cablevision on Long Island. Not anymore. There's other options, and I'm fucking going to Fios.
You've had it?
I've had it.
What happened with the girl this weekend?
Had it.
What happened with the girl this weekend?
No, nothing. No, there wasn't anything like that. I just blurted that out.
You shouldn't have.
What am I going to do? What am I going to do?
All right.
How come you can't
Jesus.
What's it do? How come Fios doesn't make that?
Because they actually have, you know what's fucked up? Fios is true fiber optics. And I have Fios for my internet. And I have Cablevision for my cable. When they came to put my internet in Fios, they were like, hey, maybe you should do that with TV. And I actually was like, no, I've been pretty happy with Cablevision, whatever, even though the skipping and doing something. I was a little leery of something, new that I might have to go like, oh, fuck, this sucks. Right. Now I got to switch back to Cablevision. But Cablevision sucks so bad now that I am fucking making the move. And apparently, without getting too technical, Cablevision still has to run through a fuckload of coaxial cables, the regular old school screw into the back of your TV type of cable. Whereas Fios is all fiber optic. It's fucking fiber optic. Now with regular copper and wire, you get resistance. That's why the longer the cable run, the more degraded your signal is going to be. With fiber optics, it doesn't happen. Light goes in, light comes out. You don't get that kind of resistance you get from a copper wire.
Do they have like a DVR option like cable does?
Oh yeah, they got everything. Everything that Cablevision has.
It's definitely comparable.
They have,
without a doubt.
Except for News 12 Long Island.
But we need News 12, Ant. We need it.
It's like, I've never gone to News 12 for my news. I have a fucking iPhone. It's 2010. You know where I got my news? From this lovely little rectangular device in my hand. I haven't turned on the news except to watch like pundit shows and fucking Hannity.
Oh, local news.
And Red Eye and shit like that.
No.
That's what I watch as far as news goes. You think I'm going to tune into fucking even ABC News? No. Local news at 11. Who's watching that, Grandma? Is Grandma there, sitting there? Because she doesn't know any better? That everything they're saying, I fucking knew hours in advance at least?
There's an opportunity for the sales department here at SiriusXM. Get Fios on our show.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Ant's going to give them fine read. A fine live read. All right, well, everyone is pissed off on the phone lines. Let's get back into the Oscar talk. You want to take a break and get into some more of the highlights?
Yes, I wanted to. highlights. Where'd you find those?
Low lights?
Where'd you find highlights? What a bore fest that is.
We'll talk about the death reel, too. There was a couple things going on with the death reel.
A couple of things going on. Surprises.
You noticed, too?
A couple of surprises.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Why don't we clear the lines? You want to talk Oscars? We're here for you. We're going to talk about it in a way that no one else is going to talk about it. We're not going to be kissing Hollywood's ass on this fucking program.
Those two won't be. I will.
Yeah, you're just about Hollywood. We understand.
Yeah, we get it.
You could stay up.
Monique was inspirational.
Are you going to work with Monique soon?
Just perspirational. Big mess.
No, I've burned enough bridges. I think I can't possibly have a career in Hollywood. I get one episode, one off.
Hey, man, I'll tell you this much. As much as we beat him up, Steve Martin did a great fucking job.
I told you he would.
Night.
That's what he should be doing.
He did a great fucking job.
He's great at stuff.
We're fair on this show. That's the one thing about us. We are fair. That Pink Panther stuff is horseshit.
Horrendous.
But he was great on the Oscars last night, and so was Alec Baldwin. Oscar talk. We'll continue with this in just a bit. Stay there. Opie and Anthony. I was listening to that damn classic rewind all weekend.
Yeah?
SiriusXM.
Good stuff there?
Well, I like it. It's all those fucking songs that fell through the cracks that were pretty popular when they came out. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some Yes from that one big fucking album of theirs. And
nice.
Whatever. What am I talking about? Who cares? You have your favorite channel, too. I understand. Although the Gorillaz' new CD is fucking good. Holy shit. What is that called? Plastic Beach or something?
Oh. I'm not sure, but I've heard good things. Troy Kwan is a big fan of the new Gorillaz CD.
Oh, yeah?
Fucking you would like it, Ann, I think.
I like Gorillaz.
Oh, then you would love this new album. What is it called?
Plastic Beach?
It is called Plastic Beach, okay. They were featuring tracks all weekend on Alt Nation.
Yeah.
And Madison burped during her shift.
Madison's a wild woman.
She's crazy.
That's crazy.
She burped, and I felt uncomfortable in the car. I don't know why.
Did you? She's nuts. You know, I mean, she's a woman. She's burping on the radio.
Fucking Madison.
What could happen next?
She's an animal. Madison's all right. All right, Ed. Back to the Oscar talk, because that's what everyone's talking about today. And we talk about what everyone else is talking about.
Hollywood. Hollywood.
I'm trying to think of other moments from the Oscars. You talked about the big dance number.
The
death montage. That's right.
Yes. The death montage. First, a little dull this year for some reason. Mm-hmm. I always get confused as to who died last year and who is dead this year. Because I thought a lot of people died.
You know what was good? The John Hughes tribute. was very good.
No, it wasn't.
You didn't like that?
Oh, my God.
Anthony's,
I like that.
Anthony's tweet on that was really good.
I like John Hughes movies.
The movie montage I thought was good.
The montage was great.
Movies.
but when they brought out all those has-beens to just stand on the fucking stage and no one gave a shit.
No one cared. They go, and now, blah, 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 and they name all the fucking old rat, or whatever they called them back then. Brat Packers that are standing on stage. The curtain opens up like it's this grand event, like fucking, the cream of Hollywood is standing out there, and it's like, ugh.
You didn't like Judd Nelson?
Shit. Holy shit.
Judd Nelson seems like he might have some issues. Oh, my God.
Yeah, huh?
And Macaulay Culkin, what's going on with his face?
Dude, it looks like he did the like, hit his cheeks with his hands, and he goes,
a little
and
too
it's
hard?
stuck like that.
Yeah.
Really fucked up.
His head looks like it's, I don't know, shrinking or something.
Like it twisted, and his features got very pointy.
He looks like John Waters, I think. Like a young version of John Waters.
Yeah.
I was trying to figure it out.
It.
Like, who does Macaulay Culkin look like? And no wonder he doesn't get any parts in Hollywood anymore. He's not cute anymore.
No.
He was all about being cute in movies.
That's it.
Now he just looks creepy.
Looks a little odd. And then,
I hated the John Hughes.
Oh, I like that.
And, I should like it because I'm related to the guy, but fucking, ugh.
Jonathan told me he was doing something with Anthony Michael Hall all week. But he couldn't say what it was. He's like, yeah, there's a really cool thing at the Oscars. I'm like, what? He goes, just watch it. I'm like, thanks, dick.
That wasn't cool.
No, it was like...
It was awkward.
It was a who cares moment.
Right.
It's like this big thing. I understand, tribute to the guy and everything like that. His movies were just huge in the 80s and everything, and a lot of stars kind of came out of his movies at some point, and then some of them fell off the face of the earth. Some of them, like John Cusack, is still, working.
The montage, they didn't have John Cusack or Emilio Estevez on stage.
Yeah.
Emilio Estevez was the last Breakfast Club that they didn't have.
Yeah, come on. Where is he?
What about the...
he wasn't up there? I thought...
Not Emilio.
What was the song they were playing? There was a cool song they were playing.
Simple Minds, maybe?
I don't know. It was like one of the songs.
Hey.
Oh, yeah.
That was the one. Yeah.
Don't you forget about me. Yeah, it's the famous, this one.
Yeah.
He made some fucking good movies out, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's give them all a hat,
and you know what?
It was the most forced standing ovation.
No.
They didn't stand?
No, they didn't stand. That's what...
that's classic.
They were supposed to stand. They were expecting after that great the montage. They know how to put a montage together.
Monty.
But no one stood for it. They're like just clapping politely. Like, could you get these nobodies off the stage?
Hell are these people?
I want to see if I won an award tonight.
Molly Ringwald is still on Secret Life of the American Teen, Oh.
I thought that was Tiffany on stage.
There was some good comments going on.
I was very confused.
Like Tiffany and
I was very confused.
Was James Spader up there?
Yeah.
Was it?
No. Was he? No.
No, the one...
The other guy.
A few of these people knew to stay away from this.
Yeah.
Who gives a shit moment. James Spader wasn't up there, and Emilio wasn't up there. No.
Cusack's got kind of a career going for himself. He wasn't going to get out there and give him a tribute in any way, shape, or form. Yeah. That was, sorry, Jim. It was just a waste of fucking time.
We're going to have to agree to this.
All right.
Do you think...
Look at that. What a moment.
Do you think Matthew Broderick...
Oh, John Cryer was up there.
Yeah, John Cryer.
And he's in 2.5 Men.
Wow.
He's a big star.
So he's a giant.
No, but
he's probably... When John Cryer is the biggest star on stage right there, that's a problem.
You know why he was up there? Because Martin Sheen... not Martin Sheen. Charlie Sheen is fucking up that show. So Cryer knows it's only a matter of time before he's going to have to be begging for another role in Hollywood.
And then they're showing, the worst thing is to show them all from the 80s in the movie clips, and then you go back to them live, and you're like, God damn.
That age.
The fuck?
That Ali Sheedy, a lot of people really thought she was a
looker.
A looker, and now, wow. I don't know. She looks like a pill popper or something. I don't know what's going on with her.
Who's the redhead there? That's Ringwald?
That's
Molly Ringwald over there.
I want to see a close-up of her face.
She kind of had like a tranny look to her.
Yeah, there's something going on.
People were saying, wow, Molly Ringwald looks good. I'm like, really?
Where's Harry Dean Stanton as the creepy father?
Wig. Yeah. Yeah,
I'd still like to fuck her,
a few pounds.
Who, Molly?
Yeah, I would still. She probably has a big fat puss.
Oh, I bet she doesn't shave either because she lives in France.
Does she?
Yeah. She pretty much gave up on the United States.
And she looks like she would have coarse pussy hair.
Maybe.
Yeah,
like
probably.
really coarse. Uncomfortable.
A few extra pounds.
Like for the ball
prickly? Prickly on your ball bag?
Oh, was she?
Yeah. All right, listen, let's get back into something else I just found, Anthony. On the red carpet, you had the precious broad, because I can't say her name.
Oh, great.
How do you say? Is it Gabori Sidibe?
I don't really need to know, because we'll never hear from her again.
I just had a name.
What did you? What was it?
Well, this was it.
Was fat the first part of it?
Yeah, yes. No.
Well, she stepped into a few, like, fucking fat jokes in the paper today. She was talking about how... Yeah, can I have that dumb paper right there in front of you, please? Yeah.
Right.
Sorry.
Take one, pass it down. Take
Sorry.
one.
Well, I can play this
down.
clip while I find what the precious broad was quoted as saying before the Oscars. But on the red carpet, she talked to Ryan Seacrest. Which, boy, that guy's just terrific.
He's good.
He works all the time.
He is.
I know.
He's a
Enough
hard
with him.
worker.
Can he get caught fucking like a mule or something?
I know. There's nothing on him.
Nothing.
Except allegations of homosexuality.
No. Yes, made by everyone in the free world.
But, that's... he's covered that up pretty well, I guess.
Well, listen to
if it was true.
Listen to what the precious broad said to Ryan Seacrest.
Huh?
Let's see, you've been talking about this for a while.
Okay, let me tell you something about this dress.
Let's get out. Why did
Now,
let me see.
what? Get it.
Being stretched to its limit.
Oh, sister. Let me tell you something about this dress. Now, if fashion was porn, this dress is the money shot.
If fashion was porn,
this dress
would
be the money
shot. No, it wasn't that good.
She's wearing a cum dress.
Yeah, she should have been. Oh, God.
No, that's not it at all.
Stop.
Well, in the paper today, I'll just read the first two sentences. Precious star.
No, Steve from Bayshore. She said money shot.
I got it. See, if you had a K.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
What? Oh,
no.
I want to be Mr. Obvious on the show.
Fuck.
Precious star, name you can't pronounce, couldn't take another celebratory dinner or lunch ahead of last night's Oscars. She jokingly told us, we had 2 lunches on Saturday. How am I supposed to be eating 2 lunches? Look at
Precious
you.
said that?
You have 2 lunches every day of your fucking life. I've got to get into a dresser on Oscar night. Why do they keep giving us all this fatty food?
Fatty food? Is she kidding?
No, you don't have to eat the fatty food.
Apparently she does.
And then, name you can't pronounce, said she was on top of the world after winning the Best Actress Award at the Film Independent Spirit Awards Friday night. So there you go. Talking about eating 2 lunches.
Yeah.
Maybe you should avoid food talk.
Maybe she can eat 2 lunches, but oh my God, I wonder what that one lunch looks like. It's like fucking just a full cow on a spit, just turning over a fire.
I wrote that I thought she had 2 baby seals in her purse just to hold her over until dinner.
Yeah, a little snack. A little fucking snack.
I was obsessed with the precious broad last night. I apologize to everyone that follows me on Twitter. There was nothing else to goof on. Steve Martin did a good job. Alec Baldwin did a great job.
It was pretty cool, though. They have those seat holders for people.
Right.
You know, when they go to the bathroom and stuff.
Yeah.
And hers was Bismarcky.
Oh, jeez.
In a dress.
Yeah. Which is kind of interesting. It's been a while since I've seen
it. And, there was a line on the Oscars. Whoa. There were 2 things that happened. Steve Martin, after talking about the precious broad, made some kind of video game joke. Like it was the first video game. What was the line?
It said, finally, something about, finally a movie does its video game justice.
And I'm thinking, wow, because everyone was thinking, what video
we were
game?
going to see a kill screen?
Yeah, exactly.
Was that it?
I'm like, wow, that was, someone might have.
I know.
Gone a little far. Yeah.
Well, he didn't think he was going far because he probably doesn't know video games, but.
Right.
I mean, the video game that came to mind.
Well, of course.
Yeah. Well, we don't have to say it.
Yeah.
And then I think it was Tyler Perry gets up there, and if a white person said this, there would be hell today. He goes, Alec Baldwin, it keeps confusing me for the guy from The Blind Side. And Tyler Perry goes, I had to keep telling him I'm not that guy. Meaning, like, what? That black people all look alike. And if a white person said that,
yeah.
oh, my God, there would be problems today.
Yeah. I do not find that Tyler Perry funny. Oh, my God.
Different audience.
Oh, my God. Different audience?
Yeah, you guys aren't really.
Yeah, I just can't get into that Medea character.
No. Sam, you like the Tyler Perry movies?
I mean, I don't.
Be honest.
I'm not a fan, but I respect him.
Oh, shut
Why
up.
do you respect him?
I mean, he's done a lot. He was living in his car, and then he invented this character.
Who wasn't?
Put out a movie.
Who didn't? Okay, I didn't do that.
I mean, you know, he's become very powerful.
Who cares?
But very powerful.
I mean, he's done a lot with his life.
He's sort of niche.
But, I mean, he's
I think
I know that wasn't a contraction of 2 words. Stop it.
Oh, sheesh.
I meant that he fits in a certain category.
I think he's very overrated. Extremely overrated.
I don't know. I don't think I've ever seen one of his movies.
I try to sit through one.
He could have taken Monique's part as Medea, and it would have gone over just as well. He'd have won Best Supporting Actress or something.
He probably looks better in a dress than Monique does.
Medea's big family reunion in prison thing.
Stage and movies and TV shows.
Good for him.
Isn't he amazing?
I don't get it.
He's the best.
Obviously, people are getting it because he's
right.
He's a multi-millionaire out there in Hollywood. Hey, Anthony. So the death reel.
Yes.
You know that I think they didn't add Farrah Fawcett.
Yeah, there was no Farrah.
And I think B. Arthur didn't make it.
Why?
And I think B. Arthur must have been in a few movies over the years,
I
right?
thought she was still alive.
No,
she's
died.
dead.
Oh, that's right.
She's dead.
But why no Farrah Fawcett? Is there a story behind that?
I don't think so. That's got to be just a mistake.
What,
Oh, there you go. Oscars 2010.
I mean, aside from
Death Reel.
Logan's Run, what movie was she in?
Michael Jackson, but no Farrah Fawcett and no B. Arthur. What are they saying about that?
That she wasn't in any movies worth fucking having a tribute to?
Farrah Fawcett was in movies.
What was she in?
Will they not put a pure TV person? Like if B. Arthur never did a movie, they won't.
But you got to think these two made movies.
They were just assuming that because they were mainly, like, their careers were as TV actors.
Yeah, just throw them in the death reel.
Michael Jackson wasn't a movie actor.
He was in The Wiz.
Exactly.
One fucking movie.
You throw him in the...
Moonwalker.
That will no, I won't even acknowledge you.
All right.
You just throw them in the death reel, make everyone happy.
Yeah, why not?
Farrah Fawcett was in Saturn 13, I think. Is that it called?
She was in a few movies.
There's no reason to be exclusive about that. I agree with you.
Some prolapsed asshole. Oh, wait a minute. It's her final role.
You put her rotting ass in the montage with everybody else.
Oh, my goodness gracious.
Did Michael Jackson get a big applause or just the same as everyone else?
The applause thing was weird. I think they...
Strange, because I'll tell you who I thought got the biggest applause.
I know who you're going to go. Can you write it down?
Let's do the write it down game.
Oh, I forgot her name.
Let's do the write it down name. Oh, see
It was a her. Okay.
Now that makes me think no, because it wasn't a her.
Oh, really?
Yep.
I'm going, all right, then I don't have to write it down. We're not going to have a match today. Brittany Murphy.
Nope.
Got a big applause, which was really strange.
Dude, the biggest, weirdest upset I've ever seen in applause history.
Carl Malden is a real fucking star.
Dude, but it's Carl fucking Malden.
Who should have got the bigger fucking applause?
I would have think Brittany Murphy would have gotten it just for the fact that she died before her time. She fucking this, that, the other. You know, Carl Malden was sitting there rotting away anyway.
Yeah.
So you would think she would have gotten that. Oh, it's
I would have said Patrick Swayze for
Swayze. I thought would have gotten the big one too.
Why put him first?
That's the problem. They put him first. They put him first, so people were tentative and thinking, "Are we supposed to even applaud during this?" Or so? And then some of the fucking poor, like, lighting guys from 1953. This poor motherfucker didn't get, not even a family member in the audience.
Larry Bilk. People just start booing. Boo, he stunk.
Guy stinks.
How about those Hollywood assholes applaud for everybody on the death reel? Is it too much?
Equal
Is it
fucking
too much?
applause. I like how there's a fucking hierarchy of the dead.
We pointed that out.
I
on the
love
show.
it.
I love that one or two get
but really
a bigger applause than
surprising.
everybody else. And James Taylor, that fucking Beatles song. God,
what did he do?
It.
Oh, he did My Life.
My Life.
Right?
That's a good one.
But then I had a comment on what the fuck happened to James Taylor.
Age, time.
Yeah.
What's wrong with him?
I don't know. It's like you look at I know time, yeah, but you look at him in the 70s and the chicks all loved him.
Okay, there you go. You just said it. You look at him in the 70s.
Oh,
Guess what, Anthony?
Yeah.
Guess how long ago that was?
That's a long, 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 long time ago.
Depending what part of the 70s, we're talking almost 40 years.
Yeah.
1970 was 40 years ago, Ant.
Jesus.
That's what happened.
I said he needs a Propecia helmet.
Oh, yeah. He lost his hair
It was
real early.
But there's album covers of him like Peter Frampton, the same thing. Frampton Comes Alive, that album cover, with his golden locks.
Do you like James
and
Taylor?
They just all fell out.
I like James Taylor. Do you like James Taylor? Or is it too mellow for you?
Nah, there's some of it. You gotta be in the mood, I guess. You gotta be, have the razor blade in your hand, ready to go. It's a little depressing, some of his stuff. All right, let's see.
Let's go to Stryker. Stryker!
Wow, Farrah was in a couple of movies.
Good morning, boys.
Wait, hold on one second, Stryker. I'm sorry.
This is just until 1980, and there were a few more after.
Yeah, but none of these movies...
The Cookout,
Anybody
Dr.
saw.
T and the Women.
The Cookout was a big hit.
Dr. T and the Women. Ugh.
The Love Master, The
Saturn
Apostle,
III.
Man
She
of the
stunk.
House. No one saw these
Extremities, though. That was a fairly big.
See You in the
film.
Morning. Wow.
Man of the House was the Chevy Chase Jonathan Taylor Thomas vehicle.
I wish it crashed into them. Shut up, vehicle.
Wait, The Apostle, that was a Duvall movie.
Duvall.
So she had enough movie. The Apostle was good. It was
all right.
I liked.
She should have been in there then.
Without a doubt, that's a mistake.
Yeah, of course it was. She was.
How do you fucking leave
She at
her
least
out?
tried, and she was in movies.
Yeah.
And
How about B.
she's
Arthur?
a big name that was in movies. Let's say hi to Stryker as we look at what B. Arthur was in. Stryker.
Yeah, morning, boys. Hey, Ope, you brought up about Ryan Seacrest and how could he not be gay? My wife was watching the pre-Oscar thing there on the red carpet, and I happened to catch Ryan Seacrest interviewing a couple of people, and he's commenting what the men are wearing, and the men are looking at him like, I have no idea what the fuck I'm wearing.
Yeah, someone dressed him.
Oh, yeah.
He mentioned the shoes on one of the guys. The guy's like, I don't know.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay. And even like when he talked to some of the women and he'd comment on their husbands and they would just completely ignore him or wouldn't even respond to him. I was like, that was a little weird.
Nothing more awkward and stupid than that red carpet march that they do and have to just fucking talk to people. You know they don't want to. And they're being asked the same dumb question by every single fucking microphone shoved in their stupid Hollywood face.
That's why you got to get the retarded Laverne and Shirley on that
Exactly.
red carpet.
Hey, who are you? Who are you?
Oh, was that fantastic?
That will never happen again, unfortunately. That's a one and done bit.
Yep.
One for the ages, though. Hey, we got Dre, black dude from Texas, because I guess he wants to talk about, Tyler Perry there, Dre?
Dre.
Yeah, man. What's up, man?
What's
Tyler
happening?
Perry, man. He's for sure. This Dre from Texas, by the way, for sure, man. For sure, he a racist, man. Tyler Perry, man, he worse than Dave Chappelle and shit, man.
As far as being racist?
As far as being racist, man, that motherfucker says racist shit about black people, white people. He's overall outlandish racist.
Get out the core.
And
I like this guy.
he's overall outlandish racist. I'm telling you.
All right. There you go.
Thank you,
Dre's saying it, so it's got to be true.
Hey,
Oh,
Thank you, home.
Sorry about that.
We're going to hang up before he traced our phone number and knows where we live.
Cody in Indiana. Cody.
Jim Norton, Friday, Saturday, Chicago area.
You're a good boy.
Wow. Coming up from Indiana, are you?
Yeah, because I'm Cody from Indiana.
Yeah, said that.
And I'm bringing you a book, Jimmy. I hope you don't throw it away. Anyway.
Depends on what it is.
What's that?
Depends on what it is, sir. You just bring me a book. I'm either going to read it or fucking smash you in the teeth with it. Depends on what book it is.
Smash you in the teeth.
Imagine he's in the front row just reading Moby Dick while you're trying to do your set.
Exactly.
Fucking
Bringing you a book doesn't narrow it down.
Yeah, really.
If it's Encyclopedia Britannica L, you're getting it thrown at you.
Hop on Pop. I want you to sign it for me.
Oh.
But I realized in Monique's incredibly racist speech, the only white person she mentioned was God.
That's funny.
Yeah, kid, you'd thank some white people. It'll be okay. I'm sure there were some white people.
The lawyers had to be, right?
You gotta think. Yeah. Faux show. Everyone's got to say faux show today.
I didn't think her speech was racist. Just
no, I just thought it was So self-serving.
What's going on with you and Monique?
Nothing. I just didn't think it was racist. I would believe me if I thought it was racist. I would scream that.
It was overly dramatic.
Yes, I agree.
For she's always
like that.
You know what? Also,
she picked herself up, Anthony.
A point was brought up. Like, yeah, were you saying this earlier? Like, it's her first fucking time up there being nominated, and they give these speeches like they've been waiting fucking years to win an Oscar, giving amazing performances and just being denied year after year. Plenty of nominations, but I just can't seem to pull it off. And then she finally wins and then gives that speech. All right. But just count your fucking blessings you're even up there, dummy.
I did say that because someone tweeted last night, enough of this Monique, and then they said something like, do you realize Henry Fonda had to wait like 70 years for his Oscar?
70 fucking years. Where did you get it from? Golden Pond?
Golden Pond.
On Golden Pond.
I don't know how many years it actually was, but they said, I think Henry Fonda had to wait about 70 years. So Monique, relax a little bit.
His frail ass had to get up there. He could barely hold the goddamn thing by the time he won. And Monique, first time out of the gate, and she's giving this pompous, deserving speech.
Right.
Count your blessings. Take your fucking Oscar home with you. So when your husband's away in his open marriage fucking someone else, you got something to shove in that monster twat.
You think speaking of that,
fucking just shoving that Oscar in there. Yeah.
Speaking of that, you think any Oscar has made it into a pussy?
Yes. Abso-fucking-lutely over the years.
Yeah.
Some fucking, I bet Errol Flynn used to use it on like chicks.
One of Nicholson's had to.
Yeah, Nicholson and another one.
Base end first.
I think you guys are wrong. I think it was one of those weirdos. There's weirdos that win Oscars every year. I think one of those weirdos did something crazy with the Oscar.
A technical guy that gets up there, the nerdy guy.
Did you see the fucking guy with the ears? What movie was he part of? Up? Did he win for Up? The Dumbo ear guy?
Up had a lot of fucking nominations.
It was a good movie.
Was it?
It was.
Yeah.
Except for the fact that...
It was one of those animated things, right?
Except for the fact that the woman had a fucking womb that didn't work. I don't know why you would throw that in a kid's movie when you're bringing your kids.
Yeah, why not?
Mommy, why is that woman crying?
They got to learn too.
Ugh, it's just like horrible though. It's just depressing.
Barren animated womb.
I know. Why did they have to go there? They could have still had the same fucking story.
Fix it with some clay.
I don't know what the
Make a new one.
No, the guy that I think did Up had massive fucking ears. No one else saw this? He had Dumbo ears.
No, I didn't see that one.
All right. And I go there. James Cameron just got his ass fucking handed to him.
Yeah.
You think he's pissed off today?
No.
I think you pretty much called it.
I would just look at the old bank account and go, "Fuck the Oscars."
People are saying that Henry Fonda had to die to get the award. Thank you, Vince from Bayonne.
No, he was alive. He was just too sick to attend and accept. But he was alive when he won it.
Might as well have been dead.
Yeah, he was too sick to accept.
Oh, God.
Wasn't that where Jane Fonda was like that?
Yeah.
Oh, it was like a daddy thing and said, I'm coming home with the Oscar for you. And
he won, Hepburn won, the film won. It was a great movie.
Yeah. The balloons.
I dropped your mother's dishes.
Got lost in the woods, the loons.
This fucking guy in his ears.
Oh, wow. Yeah, he's one he'd use the Oscar in somebody.
Why wouldn't you just grow your hair long, man? God. Let's say hi to Jay in Jersey. Jay.
Hey, boys.
Hey.
Someone else they missed during the montage was that little chick from the Poltergeist that, "Stay away from the light."
Little midget woman from Poltergeist?
There were a lot of people they missed last year. I don't know who put that montage together, but they missed... Yeah, there were more than that. I mean, last year, so many celebrities dropped out last year.
Yeah, I think...
They missed a lot of people.
I think they got pretty pompous with the death reel. They really do.
They went a little too inside with the producers and tech people and sound engineers from like the 50s. You're gonna throw a few more people we know in there.
What was going on in Hollywood in the old days? Because some of those old dudes they showed on the death reel look like they might have a few pedo charges under their belt.
Skeletons in the closet.
I don't know what. Some creepy fucking mustaches and.
Speaking of creepy mustaches,
you got the soul patch. If you got rid of the soul patch, then you know.
I'll shave one of these.
I want to
days.
see you totally clean shaven.
I did it for that stupid event at the Hard Rock.
The Beatles event.
And everybody just makes
where
fun
no
of me.
Beatles showed up.
They make fun of me with it, without it.
What Beatles
I don't give a
event?
shit.
We went to a Beatles event where no Beatles showed up.
No Beatles.
So I'm like, what are we doing here?
It was
if it's
like
a Beatles event, get one of the fucking Beatles here.
Anniversary of the first time they played on the Ed Sullivan Show at the Hard Rock.
And guess what? The Beatles didn't give a shit, so why should we?
So we had to sit there with Cousin Brucey.
Cousin Brucey.
He was actually cool.
He was real cool to us.
And
Michael Moore was there.
Yeah.
And some broad that one of the Beatles banged. I don't know.
McCartney didn't even show up?
No one showed up because they don't care.
Gives a shite.
I get invited to the worst events. A Beatle event where Beatles don't show up.
A Beatles thing where there's no Beatles.
Not even someone Oh, very good. Not even someone that was sort of fucking related to the Beatles.
Yeah.
Not a Yoko, not a Sean, not even Lennon's other son that we all forgot about.
There's a commemorative cup of pudding though, was sitting in one of the seats.
Jesus.
Fucking George Harrison's hat with fucking
full of fucking tapioca.
You know what, Steve in Germany, I'm wondering if the Oscar was ever traded for drugs or sex or used in a violent robbery. I would love to know that.
Some Oscars end up, for sale in pawn shops, things like, they just kind of find their way around.
Probably for stuff like best editing, shit like that, where no one, gives a hoot.
There's like some really, there were some like real ones. Whose fucking Oscar ended up out there for sale? Like one of the biggest.
Yeah,
it's like a big
story
star
a few years back.
Big
I don't remember.
star.
Somebody will come up with it. Was David Carradine on the death reel?
Yes.
Yes, he was. He got a good
he got a good ovation.
He got a
few laughs.
He got a good ovation, dying and wearing lingerie and a fucking noose around his neck.
Yeah, exactly. In Thailand.
Did you see Sherry Shepherd on the red carpet flirting with George Clooney? Going,
no, I couldn't see any of that.
If you're ever single again, I'm available.
Thanks to Cablevision, I didn't see that part.
Fucking Clooney would go after your fat ass.
Yeah, the whole Clooney kiss ass thing when the one of the chicks was up there talking about him for best actor, and
that was the chick from
whatever,
from Up in the Air.
Yeah,
so glad that didn't win anything.
That thing got nothing.
Piece of shit.
And he's just sitting there, and he's got to be all like
that's right,
coy.
That's right. You don't like that he's coy.
You know what, though?
Are you sick of his coyness?
I don't like his coyness and how everyone just likes him. Stop with liking him.
Stop with how great George Clooney is.
Yes.
We get it.
I do like that fucking girl from Up in the Air, though. Something about that snotty, cold girl.
Whoa. She was good.
Wait, you like about her?
You think she's good looking?
No. I'm not saying good. There's just something about her. I don't know what it is. There's something kind of attractive about. George Clooney picture that's from the ER
thank you,
days.
Sam. Thank you.
Thanks, Sam.
Thank you so much.
I'm talking
Sam.
about the girl, and you pop up fucking Clooney.
Thank you.
I Google image sexy George Clooney.
well, that is the definitive sexy George Clooney.
I would have to say that's the sexiest picture I've ever seen of George.
Yes.
Stephen S. says Orson Welles' Citizen Kane Oscar was up for auction back in 2003. Get the fuck out.
That's a biggie.
Imagine you buy that and have that at your house. I don't know.
Yeah, how the hell did that one?
Maybe Stephen S. could give me a part 2 on that, because I don't know if it did someone must have grabbed and said, "Look, you can't fucking, sell the Citizen Kane Oscar."
How was Waltz's acceptance speech? The Nazi guy, because I didn't. Of course, that was part of the 17 minutes Cablevision decided I wasn't allowed to watch.
Everyone knew he was going to win, and the acceptance speeches were just who gives a shit. Although Dolphin guy.
Oh, shit.
Dolphin guy tried to put up a sign, man.
Oh, wait, Dolphin guy. And then there's the black guy that got up and the redheaded crazy woman.
Was that a Kanye West moment?
No, I think she was involved with the movie also.
Yeah.
But the black guy gets up there. It was for a
thing.
short documentary or some shit. And the black guy gets up and starts talking about, I never knew when I was in fucking some horrible place that this was going to happen. And then the fucking woman that said 2 weeks. 2 weeks from fucking
Total Recall
came blindsided this poor motherfucker. And he's pissed. And she wouldn't shut up babbling into the mic until the music cut her off.
We don't know if they know each other.
Just
I don't know.
Jacked her.
She got, But fucking
jacked him.
She just started.
But yeah, she had soy bomb written on her tits.
Well,
soy bomb. Remember that idiot?
But fucking Dolphin guy, fucking had the sign.
Oh, yeah. They cut away real quick.
Real quick.
What was the dolphin sign?
Oh,
basically,
it was like,
save the dolphins.
Save the dolphins. And
Man.
I wonder if that was the guy from the Cove. It was the
Cove. You saw the Cove?
It was phenomenal. I talked about it last week.
Yeah. With the bloody water.
It was unbelievable.
They showed some of that shit.
Probably the day you were out. Yeah, the Cove was...
Is it on demand?
Yes.
Oh, fuck.
It's
I'm
great, and once again, the Japanese just can't stop fucking slaughtering something that's endangered.
And how does the fucking guy, the horrible Indian playing guy from the Johnny Five movies getting an Oscar? Is he doing like, what's his name, Fisher?
What are you talking about, Ant?
That guy fucking...
Fisher
Stevens. He was like the awful guy from awful movie, the Short Circuit movies. But apparently he does documentaries now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and he's up there accepting an Oscar. I'm like, what's the Short Circuit guy doing accepting a goddamn Oscar?
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Okay. Wow, look at this. Orson Welles' statue was going up. It was a Sotheby's auction, though. It wasn't a fucking pawn shop.
Oh.
There's a policy now. In 1950, they started it where you can only sell your Oscar back,
you're a Negro.
back to the yes, you're a Negro for any price. You can only sell your Oscar back to the Academy for $1. You cannot sell it to other people.
$1.
But his was in 1941.
Oh, okay. And is that true to this day? You have to give it back to them for $1?
Yeah, I guess it's just so it doesn't cheapen. They don't start whoring it for drug money. It's embarrassing.
Or it's just up on some fucking frat guy's mantle in his fucking nasty frat house. There's an Oscar.
Well,
yeah, it would cheapen it.
It was considered lost for a long time. It came up in '94. It was put up for auction by a cinematographer who claimed that Wells gave it to him in lieu of money that he owed him. But Orson's youngest daughter, Beatrice, she sued and got ownership of it, and she tried to sell it at Christie's 9 years later, but she got sued by the Academy. I don't know how she got sued when the policy didn't happen until 1950. But they said she couldn't sell it because of an agreement she signed in the 80s when she was given a replacement Oscar before the return of the original. So she signed a post-1950s contract for a replacement, but I don't know if that covered the original.
Yeah.
The document that said that whoever signed the contract agreed to never sell the replacement or the original if it ever resurfaced. So she fucking signed away those rights.
Yeah, she fucked up. Fucked up.
She won because of the way the case had been worded. It had been applied to Academy members, and she doesn't belong.
Oh, she's not one.
It's amazing, though. It's like everybody know what the intent of that is, and these scumbag lawyers, well, technically it said we and not her. It's you fucking cunts.
Yeah, whatever. Dummies.
I'm going to buy it. And then make videos of myself with one guy, one bottle, just putting it in my asshole and plugging my gigs. It would be worth the $1.2 million if I could just fuck my asshole with the head of his Oscar on YouTube and plug gigs.
Shit. And plug gigs. Nate, Vancouver. What do you got, Nate?
Hey, morning, boys. Happy birthday, Jimmy.
Hi, Nate.
Hey. And I'm just going to say, I'm a visual effects artist, and we really were not surprised that Avatar didn't win. The Academy's almost always rejected new technologies.
Yeah.
Like with 3D, and in '82 they actually wouldn't even let Tron run for a special effects Oscar.
Well, they actually, I think
the new Tron looks great, by the way. But sorry, Jimmy.
Do you know what might have hurt them was the fact that Alice in Wonderland made $116 million in the weekend leading up to the Oscars, and it's almost like here's 3D movies. It's like another one is doing what Avatar did, just big money for 3D.
Well, the Alice in Wonderland's a little different though because of Avatar. They went back and made and turned that movie into 3D. They didn't go into the Alice in Wonderland movie going, we're making this in 3D. But when fucking Avatar hit, they're like, oh fuck, this has to be in 3D now.
I thought he should have won Best Director for Avatar. I thought they should have split it. So can they stop being so fucking predictable and split the award once in a while? The best picture, best director. Why does it always have to be the same person?
Yeah,
they're fucking assholes.
They really didn't give Cameron a good award, man. He got fucked. He got spanked by his ex-wife of all people.
Without the 3D, it's an average movie.
Yeah, I like that concept. I like that thought of yours there, Jim. You're probably right. And you know that Sigourney Weaver, they were talking to her before on the red carpet, of course. And you know that she hasn't seen Avatar in IMAX? You would think.
Really?
You would think all these people
probably don't give a shit.
You think they just don't care to...
Yeah.
Because the experience is so much better in IMAX than going into a regular 3D theater.
I heard just the opposite. I heard that the 3D theater, it was actually better 3D than IMAX because it was made for a regular screen, and IMAX should lose a little bit.
Okay.
The way that works is that basically there's a company called Real D, and
thank you.
How did they make a movie into 3D that wasn't shot for 3D? They can do that?
I guess
yeah. They went back and made sure that Alice in Wonderland popped out.
You know what? You bring up that Sigourney Weaver thing. It's probably like people going, Opie, you don't go home and listen to the show on a Bose stereo system, so it sounds like really good. Like you just do the show and you fucking leave. That's it. She does the movie. Fuck it.
Yeah, I avoid our voices when I'm not here.
Yeah.
You just got to get away from it.
I don't talk all weekend.
But Ed,
so I don't have to hear me.
I agree with you, but the Avatar was such a holy shit movie that you would think that would be enough for her to go, you know what, I really do want to see this in IMAX.
She was an Alien. I mean, fuck it.
Yeah, I guess
that's the creme de la creme of fucking spacey alien movies.
Bravo to Ed. He called the Hurt Locker. I was like, no fucking way.
Yeah, I knew that one was just...
I love the movie, but...
It just had really fucking Oscar shit written all over it. Come on. It's got Waltz winning, called that one. He had to fucking get that. He was so evil in that movie. It was fantastic.
I thought Tarantino did a great directing job on that fucking movie. The tension in every scene.
He didn't even have a shot.
Yeah,
no,
he didn't. He didn't
right.
have a shot. And I thought Monique was going to get it for Stupid Precious.
The only surprises were Best Picture and Best Director. Well, although a lot of people started saying there's no surprise there, she's going to win Best Director.
I thought it was going to be Hurt Locker. Yeah. Just
by the end of it, she said there's no... Yeah, all right.
Because it's so... The tension in that, the way it's filmed, is really fucking well... You just sit there and it's edge of your seat stuff with him.
That scene where they're shooting at those snipers.
Yeah,
and you can see it like it's kind of wavy because of the distance they're looking at and through the heat.
Yeah,
that
the
was
heat waves.
Great, man.
And the other one where the guy with the cell phone and you know, they're all just panicking and
it was wow.
I guess it's just done really fucking well. I thought it was a really good movie.
I thought the ending just I don't know, came together too quickly and they kind of like just pasted the ending onto that movie.
I don't know.
That was my
problem. It made perfect sense though.
I just thought
wasn't like a weird ending with that is you're going, what? That doesn't
I just thought they
the
could develop
movie.
it a little better, that's all. Spend a little more time with that part of the movie.
Yeah.
That scene where they're on the rooftop and you see every Iraqi holding a camera or a phone.
Yeah, and you just don't know.
And that's what these soldiers have to go through is the majority. It's like most of them are just curious and watching soldiers do something, but every one of them looks sinister.
Yeah.
And this is what they fucking painted that in the movie. It's like these soldiers have to make a decision. I should shoot that guy because he's going to kill my guy with a fucking roadside bomb. But is he doing anything
who
wrong?
Who knows? Maybe he's just making a phone call.
But you understand how civilians get shot. It's a very tough call to make.
Hey, I want to go back to the Cove. So you saw that last week?
I loved it. Loved it.
And it's about what? They're obviously killing dolphins in a cove.
What's the Japanese, and this is why I'm against SeaWorld now and all these places. What they do is
look at Jimmy coming out. Is that official?
Against SeaWorld?
Yeah.
SeaWorld can just fucking, they should poke holes in it, watch all the water run out. I'm glad that I don't have anything against the trainer that the whale killed, but that really should, of her dying?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, apparently I missed that.
Yeah, I didn't.
It was on, it's on Live League or something?
I believe so,
The Cove shows you how these dolphins get, like, what they do is the Japanese get them all into this area. It's like a cove, and you can watch it. And they kind of separate them from,
what do you mean that you can watch it?
From a bridge. You can see them, like, they round all these dolphins in with nets, hundreds of them. And then the people will go there and pick out the ones they want for their SeaWorld or their shows somewhere. And then the Japanese wrangle them into another cove, almost around like a cliff wall where no eyes are allowed. And what they do there is they just summarily slaughter every one of them. And it's fucking, and the people that, no one is allowed in there. So these guys had to set up night camera visions. It was like a black ops mission to get footage and audio of what they do with these dolphins. Because the Japanese fishermen know if the world sees this, they're going to close us down. And they massacred so many dolphins. Literally, I've never seen this before. The water in the cove was Kool-Aid red.
Yeah, they showed that on the Oscars.
Dude, it was like, literally, it was fucking like red, like you had poured drink mix in it.
Yeah.
And the Japanese, look, I'm sure we kill things. We kill steak and a steer and eat steak, fine.
Oh, I love steak.
But they just don't give a fuck
steak.
if something is endangered. And the point raised was they just don't want to be told what to do by the West. That's probably the thing with them is, sorry you got your fucking teeth kicked in World War II. Sorry, guys.
We're still the boss, dummy.
Yeah.
We got a few more of those bombs.
So fuck them, man. I really love this, and fuck all those dolphin shows. Dolphins aren't happy to be entertaining.
What about Flipper?
This is the guy who's behind most of this fucking, is the guy who trained Flipper.
Oh, okay.
And he feels bad about it because he feels like he started this dolphin craze.
Oh. Holy shit, that's like fucking Jaws shit.
See, what is that?
That thing is coming out of the water and just slamming down on top of this trainer.
Oh my God.
Well, is that this one?
Yeah, this is the death video on Live Leak. You can check it out for yourself.
But is he holding her fucking, oh wow.
It started flinging her around a little at first. And then now he's...
God. Well, now, you know what? The ponytail thing is bullshit.
She had her arm.
Because she's in the water, like she.
So she's still alive.
She can still live. Because someone said that her ponytail got stuck in its teeth or whatever. And
wait, she was trying to get to the edge.
That thing is jumping all over her, like coming out of the water and landing on top of her.
She was really trying.
Oh my God! She almost got out.
Yeah, look. Oh man!
What?
That one guy reached.
Get the fuck out of here!
He just missed her.
He just missed.
Wouldn't have mattered. The whale would have grabbed her anyway, but she was aware of what was happening.
This goes on for a while. Holy she almost made it out.
This is not how they said it happened in the fucking
hell no.
She was fighting too.
Boy, she almost made it out.
That's a killer fucking whale right there. I thought it was more of an accident than anything.
No, that thing is fucking with her.
It's like punishing her. It's not killing her. It's punishing her because he could have just bit her head off.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Oh my God, I can't believe we're watching
and then what?
this.
Down?
She was almost out.
Almost out.
But the whale would have just grabbed her from the fucking guy anyway.
Well, I don't know. They almost grabbed her. They had a shot.
Almost had her.
Oh, wow. That is really disturbing.
They snatched her right at the last minute.
The whale was just kept falling on her.
Yeah. Belly flopping her or whatever.
Yeah, again, it's a fucking 12,000-pound animal. How about you leave it? It's not meant to entertain fucking tourists with mullets. Leave it alone. Stop it already. You want to go see whales? Want a whaling expedition? I got no problem with that. Where you go out in the ocean, you look at them.
Harpoons. It's great.
Yeah, go fuck the blowhole. Make some fucking whale blubber hats.
You know, I'm with Jimmy.
Tired of this shit.
I'm really with Jimmy. Like, I have a problem with the circus thing. It's so depressing to see that shit. SeaWorld and the zoos. Although some of the places do the right thing with the zoos and give them a lot more room.
Nice habitat.
This fucking Bronx Zoo. Oh my God, what they have the animals in, because there's no room up there.
Fucking a zoo in the Bronx. Stop it.
I went to a zoo.
First of all, it's redundant.
And know why? Because they don't, you know, they don't want people walking around. It would take forever to see everything if they did the right thing and gave these animals a real habitat. You know?
Yeah.
So they want to make it convenient for us lazy humans.
Yeah.
To see our fucking leopards.
The Disney one is cool. Where you go on a little safari?
Yeah.
Because there's like a fuckload of land and they're all...
All I'm saying is, if you're going to do it, you should do just that. Yeah. Give them some fucking land at the very least.
God, she was almost out of the water, man. I thought it just dragged her under. That whale was
She's like, oh boy, that was close. I'm out now. Oh shit, no I'm not.
She literally was at the edge.
Oh shit.
Let's go to Jason in North Carolina. Jason.
Yo, what's up, man?
Hey, Jason.
Hey, I was wanting to talk about that shark attack, man. I mean, whale attack. You guys got to forgive me, man. I'm a little
stoned.
The weather.
Okay.
Anyway, man. Hey, I called in to say that about that Hurt Locker, man. That's one of the best movies I've seen in a long time, man. My favorite part is whenever the guy is over there fucking around trying to find the bombs in the sand, and he lifts up one little cord and he follows it, and then he lifts up one, and then he finds like however many 16 million fucking like little bombs aimed up right at his ass.
And then he sees the guy. The cool part about that's
a great scene, but they give it away in the fucking trailer.
He sees the guy.
I know, man.
He sees the guy who was going to detonate the bombs.
Yeah.
And the guy just was annoyed and walked away. And the guy didn't detonate. I wonder why the guy didn't detonate them, because he probably would have killed one person. It wasn't worth it.
Yeah, that was a lot of bombs for one guy.
I thought he was going to get that and then go over there and then like talk shit to him and then suicide bomb his ass.
I guess it was, maybe because he figured out another day. The guy just said, fuck it, wasn't worth it. But that was an interesting scene right there. It was great, very tense.
That Hurt Locker was a damn good movie.
Hey, one more thing and I'm going to punch out. Hey, Jimmy, are you ever thinking about coming to Little Rock, Arkansas soon?
I've never been to Arkansas, but there's a few places I want to go. Arkansas I would go to. I want to go to Oklahoma City or Oklahoma sometime. I get so much email from those guys. Yeah, I actually will get there eventually.
check out the Looney Bin in Little Rock, Arkansas. Man, it's a nice joint.
Oh, I don't need to check it out. I work in one. I'm kidding, of course.
Oh,
anyway,
gosh.
Fuck off.
Right.
Hey, man.
Fuck off.
Hey, y'all have a great day. All right,
All right, man.
Thank you, Jason. Let's say that video might be 4 years old. David?
It's like Roger Ebert.
Baton Rouge?
Yeah, that video y'all are seeing, it's from a few years ago.
Oh, that's bullshit,
a planner in San Diego killed a few years back.
Oh, that's not the Tillicum one?
No, the Tillicum one, I haven't seen any video of it yet, but she was dragged down and held down from things I've heard on the internet, but it's that video is a few years old.
Oh, okay.
It's pretty gruesome.
And it was in San Diego, and she did die.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, okay.
Hey,
fucking whales all look alike.
I know.
Blue Healer from Kentucky.
Scam.
Headphones off. Stop spoiling Hurt Locker. Look, the Oscars just happened.
Hey,
we're not spoiling it, though.
No, now it's all about just talking about movies and not worrying about spoiler alerts.
If you didn't see it, go fuck yourself.
We're not spoiling the
We had plenty of opportunities to see the Hurt Locker. Day after the Oscars, now we're all in talking about these movies.
I will say that scene, though, with the suicide bomb. You've seen it, right? Yeah,
I loved it. I really did love it.
That scene was amazing, man. I'm sorry. I just can't. I'm sorry the guy fucking all those. You imagine having all those bombs locked onto you at master locks?
Like that.
Yeah.
Water wouldn't work to defuse them?
No, I wouldn't think water. What the fuck kind of bomb is that?
What?
Yeah, we'll just throw some water on it.
How about if you just cut them all, though? Like, can you just pull the wires out? What the fuck happens if you pull the wires out?
It probably blows up.
I guess it... What could happen? What a dumb question. What could happen? The guy's hat falls off and nobody wanted that. I'm an idiot.
You think the sorry scene was the best scene in the movie? Where he just telling that guy, look, I'm sorry.
There's so many great tense moments in the movie. That's why I thought it was really good. It was, as they say, edge of your seat.
Like you said earlier, the sniper scene.
That whole scene.
I loved how it was filmed from both sides' perspective. You don't see that a lot in movies. Right. You see the one side usually.
I thought that scene, the I'm sorry scene, was the best because it also showed this other poor fucking bastard who really didn't want to be a part of this, who was like, help a brother.
Yeah.
You got to help me.
I've seen footage actually of suicide bombers where it didn't kill them, and the guys, even though the suicide bomber's a piece of shit, you do feel bad for the guy just because you're seeing a person stripped of everything. And he's got no legs. I think he has one arm left. And he's just kind of like on the ground looking up, clawing. And his guts have been blown out and his bottom has been blown out. His leg might even be attached.
Yeah, good for him.
Yeah, you are.
Good for
he deserves it.
Hate those.
It's uncomfortable to see, though.
And someone's asking I'll let this guy ask it before we go to break. Eric in Colorado. Eric?
Hey, boy. Hey, Jimmy, you giving up on sushi now?
No, why?
Yeah, man.
Oh, yeah, good question.
Dolphins, man.
You're pissed off at the Japanese, but you'll keep eating sushi.
Well, again, I'll say this.
It's
not hypocritical. I don't say I'm not without inconsistency, dude. I'm not saying I'm better than they are. I'm saying that the dolphins being used for these fucking shows, tuna are not endangered. Dolphins are endangered. And, they were taking the dolphin. This is why the Japanese make me sick, because they were taking the dolphin meat and they were serving it to school children. And dolphin mercury is toxic. You can't eat dolphin. The mercury levels in sushi is bad. It's killer in dolphin. The highest in the entire ocean is dolphin.
And we got to save the dolphins because they're smart. The tuna, they're dumb.
The
tuna are dumb, so we don't care about them. What, Eric?
Did you hear there's a lawsuit going on regarding the Hurt Locker with the guy that it's based on?
Oh, didn't a soldier say that they stole the idea from him?
Yeah, I think that's what it is. There's like a multi-million-dollar lawsuit, and from some of the stuff I saw on the internet, the guy may have a very good case.
Well, yeah, I mean, that stuff happens sometimes where you see somebody. That's why I don't accept. A lot of you guys have sent me scripts and jokes and things to open. I never look at them, and it's not to be disrespectful. It's because you don't ever want to see something and then have somebody accuse you of fucking stealing it years later.
Do not accept unsolicited material.
I won't take it. You got to send it to my manager, but that's why, because I may have an idea about doing something, and you kind of have a similar idea, and all of a sudden I accept something.
Now you're the asshole.
But even if I win, I still have to defend myself. So that's why I won't accept unsolicited material.
And if you want to see the American version of The Cove, watch Food Nation there. Wow.
Why?
Oh, my God, wow.
Oh, is that the one where they were showing the chickens on the conveyor belts?
Oh, my God.
Dude, it was exactly your chicken bit.
Oh, is that the documentary? I didn't watch that.
It is your chicken bit.
Okay.
Because they showed chickens just hanging by the legs on giant conveyor belts.
On the ceiling.
Thousands of them.
Right. You know how we all go, we can't eat veal because what they do to the veal? They do the exact same shit to chickens.
Just a nightmarish hell amusement park ride before they're fucking just destroyed. But I don't give a shit. I love chicken, motherfucker. I'm going to keep eating it. I don't give a shit about cows. Put them fucking next to each other so they can't even walk. I could give a shit. It's tender and juicy.
It's Food Inc. I'm sorry. What did I say? Food Nation?
Wonderful.
I know what you mean. I was going to watch
that.
that. We chose the other uplifting, fun one.
Yeah, no kidding. I think we're going to do a double feature tonight.
I wish we were on top of the food chain. They'd be treating us like shit, too, so fuck it.
I wish I had the fucking wherewithal to be a vegan or vegetarian, even though they're annoying people a lot of times. But no, it's fucking...
They are... Oh, God. You ever try to go out with one? No. It's like, where do you want to go? Well, I can't go here. I can't go there. Right. I can't get this. I can't do that. Fuck.
Yeah, that would drive me
nuts. You know what I want? I want a broiled chicken. I want some meat.
Broiled chicken. Get a steak.
I get steak every so often, but I like a good fucking chicken.
What's better than a nice piece of steak?
Pussy.
Piece of pussy.
Piece of pussy. What are you in the 500?
Chad in Ohio, Chad.
Hello, fellas.
What a hayseed.
I just wanted to disagree with Jimmy real quick.
Good luck, fella. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I actually watched the Cove because I heard you talking about it, but I think you kind of need to keep it in perspective and think about it as more of a difference in culture. Dolphins are revered in the Western world, as well as other cultures eat horse and dog as well.
I understand that, and you're right about that. But the dolphins are in kind of bad shape, and they also kill whales, and they don't care that they're endangered.
Or up for an Academy Award.
And dolphins are so smart, man. I mean, look, I'm not saying that should, but they say, second to humans in intelligence. They know, they said that they have, like a lot of animals don't, but dolphins have an awareness of self.
Ah, you're so smart, drive.
Like they said they would if we gave them little cars.
Yeah, with little fins.
And they see them in fucking, in the mirror, they can see themselves. And they said when they're young or when their parents are being slaughtered, like the young understand what's happening. They're not just a bunch of dummies going brrr, brrr. Like they really know we are being killed. You know what? They understand the finality of it.
You know, he does bring up a good point though, because in India, I'm sure our beef industry is just a nightmare to people that, revere the cow.
But that's only horseshit religion stuff. That's not common.
Horseshit religion.
That's all it is. That's all it is. It's not about real intelligence. Dolphins save people's lives in the water.
It's very easy. If they don't have eyebrows, who gives a shit?
Yeah.
It comes down to eyebrows, I think.
But
right?
Dolphins
but
really
dolphins don't really.
I know that
eyebrows don't
I'm
have
thinking more of
eyebrows.
whales. They kill whales. I don't care that they're endangered. I think dolphins are in some kind of trouble. Yeah, they are.
I thought there were plenty of dolphins.
I could be wrong, but I think they are.
I know they stopped, doing some certain types of fishing because they would catch dolphins in the nets.
Yeah.
And they kind of stopped doing that. People were boycotting tuna for a long time.
Tuner.
I just don't like the fact.
Tuner.
I love tuner.
I'm just sick of us using animals for our amusement. It's like, that's what annoys me.
Yeah?
Like, hey, go up and balance a ball.
You don't like the bear on the bike?
Oh, there's nothing better than the bear on the bike.
Amazing. How
you know what? That bear will turn around someday and just rip that Russian trainer's head right the fuck off.
That I like.
And those are always fun to watch, those videos. Mm-hmm.
All right. Thanks, fellas. Love the show.
Thanks, man.
I don't like any unnecessary cruelty. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
But we're at a point here where, I don't think people understand how many fucking people there are in this country or in the world itself where you can't rock to sleep a chicken and sing it a little lullaby and then, give it some fucking lethal injection like they do a convict or something like that. This shit is an assembly line of death that you have to put them on because it's not economical to do it any other way. You want to pay fucking $18 for a chicken leg?
No, but there is a way with what we can do. It's the same reason that we don't have healthy food in malls or like in the airport. It's all fucking garbage. Mm-hmm. They're at a point where they can almost make it that taste like things that aren't chicken that taste exactly like. They're not there yet 100%, but they're getting close where they can make things that taste good.
Wait, name something that they're getting close to.
Boca Burgers I like, man.
I hate Boca
The ones
Burgers.
that taste like fucking cheeseburgers?
No, they don't.
Oh, they do.
Nothing tastes.
I love a Boca Burger.
Nothing tastes like fucking a beef burger. Even turkey burgers I'll eat.
I
like
love turkey burgers.
Yeah, those are good. You know, but you know what? Again, that turkey didn't hear Rockabye Baby.
That's true.
You're not a fan of the
motherfucker was getting.
You're not a fan of the
ripped off.
veggie burger?
No,
They're horrible,
God.
dude.
There's always a vegetarian at a barbecue and needs the special fucking thing, and broccoli is falling through the grill. A chunk of carrot is coming out of your burger.
You can't grill that
Hell
shit.
is that?
It breaks
Stop it.
apart right on the grill.
Of course it does.
Let me say hi to Jerry
silly.
in Northport. Jerry.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Northport's
Hi,
a little fishing town, ain't it? Out
Yes,
there
it
on
is.
Long Island. What do you got, Jerry?
Yeah, you know what? Everybody says these dolphins are so fucking smart. If they were so fucking smart, they wouldn't swim anywhere near that fucking cove.
Ah, Jimmy.
Yes, sir, but for the same reason, it's instinct that drives them. And we have instinct and we have intelligence. And as human beings, we're much smarter than they are. We do just as dumb as shit because of our fucking instincts for sex. People eat until their fucking hearts stop. Compulsive overeating. That's just an instinct gone. You know what I mean? Sometimes your instincts are more than your common sense.
I know you're mad at the Japanese, but I bet you we kill a hell of a lot more animals in America than in Japan.
Well, just the amount of people we have to feed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
we are
there's a lot of
slaughtering
people that need to eat.
a lot of fucking animals.
And there's no economical way to fucking kill chickens except for the way they're doing it. I mean, there really isn't.
I don't know about that.
How else? It's. Do you ever watch a show on like?
Never.
All right. You ever watch How It's Made?
Yes.
I love watching that. And they're turning out like things for bicycles. Now people probably have a lot more chicken than they do bicycles. They're buying a lot more chicken than bicycles. Yet they are pumping out bicycle parts so quickly, and so many of these things. You're like, how many fucking bicycles could you possibly need to build? Now, make that chicken where it's so much more. You can't do it any other way. I can't see how they could do it another way.
The bicycles aren't alive, so it's like, can we at least... I'm not saying we shouldn't eat them.
I'm just saying the sheer volume.
Right.
And that isn't something... Now take it and multiply that by 1,000 at how much more of this we need than bicycles.
And they don't look at them as living things.
No, it's a product to the people that work with there.
They don't even look at them as living things.
You might as well just you're pressing out fucking a product.
Don't watch Food Inc.
I know, man.
Oh, you will fucking probably die watching that.
And I wish there's a place in the village called it's a vegan restaurant and it's fucking really good. And usually vegan stuff I don't like to eat at all. I figure it's Gobo. It's on fucking 6th Avenue. It's really
Homo?
No.
Oh.
Yes.
I love eating there.
I
yes.
wish vegan food was better because I would eat more of it. Or it's just really animals do taste good.
You know, when they try to take wheat gluten and mold it into a steak, I'm not fucking there.
You're not buying into
I'm
that?
not. When they're taking fucking a tofu and trying to make a tofu chicken, no. I can't. I'm not feeling it, yo.
At that point, you got to eat the chicken.
And
the
they'll
burger.
always go, it tastes just like chicken. No, it doesn't.
I said the biggest problem the vegetarian industry has is naming their shitty vegetarian product. Yeah,
it's tofurkey.
They name it after stuff that tastes really good.
You gotta get my fist in your mouth.
Yeah, you got to create new names for these things. You can't call it a burger because we all know what a burger tastes like. So we're gonna all be disappointed chomping into your veggie burger.
Yeah, make it something else.
Yeah. Make it into another name.
A veggie shit patty.
Yeah,
so
there
you
you
eat
go.
it. It's a surprisingly good flavor. Expect it to taste like... We got it, Jim.
Let's take a break.
Where's my salad? See, I'm being nice. I'm eating a salad. Of course, it does have minced up pieces of that poor chicken in it.
So does mine. That little clucking idiot.
Oh, the dummy with his stupid beak.
That's right. Why don't you stop being so goddamn delicious?
Yeah. Yeah, they're too tasty.
Exactly.
Look at that. Wonderful salad comes in.
Exactly. Hurry up. Put my dead chicken there.
Got everything you need.
Fucking Bloomberg.
Beats for your blood.
God, Bloomberg's driving me nuts. We got to talk about Bloomberg after the break. Governor Patterson after the break.
Yeah, he is.
And there was something else.
What did he trip over?
Oh, this is a great story about one of the New York Jets. You're not going to believe this one. And more Oscar talk. Maybe we'll get into some of the shit that Steve Martin and Alec Baldwin said.
Yeah, I'm glad Steve Martin was funny, man. That type of
Sam
shit he's
picked
great
out
at.
a couple good clips of them doing their thing on stage last night, so we could do that as well. And more of your phone calls. Stay there.
Thanks for calling the Opie and Anthony FU line. Here's the latest batch of FUs.
You have 8 new voice messages. First voice message.
Hey, Canada. Fuck you. Hey, Sidney Crosby. Fuck you even more.
Next message.
This FU goes out to emergency room staff workers. Fuck all you bitches that work in emergency rooms that make my son wait 9 hours just to tell him, oh, we don't have the equipment to support your son's emergency. You can't even be called an emergency room then, you fucking douchebag. I hope that's in your fucking healthcare plan, Obama. Fuck you.
Next message.
I want to give a big, huge FU to my soon-to-be ex-husband. Fuck you for thinking you can email an 18-year-old little girl about how you have feelings for her and think you can get away with it, you fucker. Good luck with your miserable, stupid life, you loser. I can't wait to be divorced from you. Fuck you.
Next message.
This fuck you goes out to Ian Halperin. Ian, you narcissistic asshole. Michael Jackson was the biggest pop star this world's ever seen. Bobo or fucking Club Soda Kenny could have written that book and been a millionaire. Go to hell and fuck you.
Next message.
I want to say fuck you to my mother-in-law for smoking in my house and a stupid little fucking dog for shitting and pissing all over the place. I hope my boxer bites his fucking head off. Fuck you, cunt.
Next message.
Hey, this fuck you goes out to the company I just started working for about 2 months ago, and I'm still waiting for proper training. And you want me to do my job correctly? Well, teach me how to do it, you cocksuckers. So, from Eddie in Virginia, fuck you! Oh, Eddie's frustrated with the job we do.
Next message.
I'd like to give a big fuck you to all the truck drivers at the truck stops who take a shit and are so fucking fat that they leave a big ass crack shit streak on the back of the toilet bowl. Fuck all you fat fuck truckers.
Next message.
This FU goes out to my 4-year-old daughter who has diarrhea and decided when it was time to explosive shit all over the place, she ran to the bathroom and ripped her pants off at missed. And when I started to yell at her, all she had to say was,
Yes, please. End of new messages.
Call the Opie and Anthony FU line. 866-FU line 1. That's 866-FU line 1.
Thank you and goodbye.
Fucking tool. Nice. Opie and Anthony. Hi. Mayor Bloomberg. Mayor, this is the biggest crock of shit that is going on out there. And they're using us once again. This tax shit. Mayor Bloomberg backs sugary soft drink tax. It's a crock of shit.
Yeah. He backs it, of course, because it's a tax.
It's a tax on what? The sugary drinks, obviously. But they're basically, it's under the guise that, you know, we want a healthier population.
Oh, yeah, that's what it's all about.
That's the bullshit part of this whole thing. Because we've had it with taxes. So this is their new angle. No, we're trying to, like, you know, make people maybe, you know, put down the sugary drinks and drink something healthier, like water. Water sucks.
Well, I like cold water. I'd rather have an icy cold fucking Coke. Isn't that great? Like, on ice, and then you just drink it down and go, oh, God, that was so good.
My thing is Snapple. I would drink Snapple all day long, but I reach for the water. Just because you tax a sugary drink doesn't mean everyone's going to put down the sugary drinks and try to get healthier. That's just not happening. So they're fucking lying to us. They need more money from us, and they don't want us to, you know, to rise up. So it's this excuse. Yeah, we want to try to make people healthier. It ain't happening. It's bullshit. Try to find the story if there's any more to this.
I do like the fact that they're making people kind of pay extra. If, like, you want to, because these are the same fat fucks that are going to wind up killing us in hospital bills and all that shit. So it's like they should fucking spend the extra money. Fuck them.
I see that part of it, but I just don't like being lied to. They don't give a shit about someone's individual health. They just don't.
No, it's another thing that they're lying about. Like where Cablevision was saying, say no to cable tax.
Right.
It's the same thing. They word it in a certain way. Oh, it's something to make people healthier. No, it's a tax.
It's a tax because, the money.
Regardless of what the outcome is, like, it's the government forcing themselves on you. If you want to be a fat fuck or whatever, it's your problem.
Yes and no. It's like the helmet rule. How about this? If you don't want to wear a helmet, fine. Your insurance does not have to cover any head injuries.
Exactly.
People won't go for that, though. And if you said, fine, you can eat however you want, but it's determined that if you're eating, like, after a certain point causes you such health problems like morbid obesity, fuck you. No one's covering your health bills.
Then you're going to have to pay ridiculous insurance premiums because because you're out of shape, you're fat fuck or whatever. And a lot of times that is the case. If you're precious and you're fucking trying to get some insurance, they're going to send somebody over there to check on your health.
American with Disability Act, though, classifies obesity as a disability. So it's like I'm just saying it's a tough situation.
There's definitely two things going on here. I want to ask you, Jimmy, though, the sugary drink tax. You think that's going to make people stop drinking sodas?
Not really, but I do think that it will get revenue from a place like a sin tax in a way. One thing I like Bloomberg did was he put calorie counts at everything. Companies aren't going to do that voluntarily. And it's like when you're ordering, it's like I told you I was in a movie theater. I couldn't believe that those pretzel things were $1,700. But it did make me stop eating certain things.
Most people don't even realize there's a calorie count on the food because they don't care. They want to eat something that tastes good.
Yes, but I think if you see that,
I really think it's a waste of time. I think it's helping maybe a very, very small percentage of the people out there go, whoa, wait a minute, there were that many calories in my
No, look at dieting
popcorn?
and working out in this country is a massive industry.
But they always go back to being fat. In most cases.
Well, then
it's a known fact.
Maybe people who just want to eat healthy. Like, look at the gyms there's more gyms in this country than anywhere in the world. People do want to eat healthy.
I guess, just to simplify it, I just don't want to be lied to. It's bullshit. I would love a mayor that says, look, we need money and we're now going to be taxing soda. Simple as that.
Yeah.
Because it's bullshit, the reason they give. And someone on the line, this is brilliant. Chris is Scranton, he goes, what about diet soda? I would bet that diet soda is going to be taxed. But it's diet.
Yeah.
People are already doing the right thing, right? By trying to reach for a diet soda instead of a regular soda. Why is that taxed?
For you? I personally don't think it's any better. But yeah, it's their bullshit that they're trying to help you.
That's what bothers me.
When all they're doing is trying to make up for their
mismanagement of the funds.
Yeah, complete mismanagement
of all the taxes that we already pay.
Money. Yeah, we pay enough taxes.
We really do.
Enough with the fucking taxes. You want to do something about health and that, then just make soda illegal. Go ahead, do it. Go. Doesn't cost us anything.
Well, Anthony, that brings in a lot of money. And
exactly.
The other thing, Governor Patterson, we got a governor in this state that is just completely ridiculous.
We got a bunch of fucking politicians in New York that are just fucking up by the numbers. There's another one with allegations of sexual improprieties with a male fucking aide. Yeah, he said some sexually harassing things. Now he's on his way out. Is that a congressman or something?
I was going to ask what office.
Yeah, oh boy, you never want to get caught with the guy, with the old guy thing. Oh, that's terrible.
It's a little embarrassing.
Yeah.
I'm guessing.
What movie is that from? They go, politician, you don't want to get caught with a dead girl or a live boy.
Yeah. That's a great thing.
It's fucking hysterical.
Let's say hi to Drew in Alabama. Drew?
Hey, what's up, fellas?
Hey, man.
Happy birthday, Jimmy.
Hi, Drew. Thank you.
Well, but I mean, it's just, they're finding out a way to tax everything, man. I used to pay $3 a pack for a pack of cigarettes. Now, cigarettes are $5. I know y'all pay a lot more in New York, man, but, cokes and shit. They're trying to tax sugar, man. What the
Well,
fuck is up
they
with that?
tax the shit out of the cigarettes, and you know, I like Jimmy's point on the whole thing, but I would love to see the stats after they tax the shit out of cigarettes. Are people really not smoking as much? I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. I would guess
I think people are just not smoking as much. To tell you the
in
truth.
general, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. I went to Atlantic City this weekend, and they're still fucking smoking.
Well,
oh my God!
I'll tell you one
smoking.
thing. Them Asians love
Asians
to smoke.
Love their gambling and love their smoking.
Holy shit. You go to a casino, it is just packed with smoldering Asians. They are everywhere.
I had an Asian.
Reds.
I had an Asian on my my 3-card table.
Yeah.
We all hated her.
Really?
No personality whatsoever.
No, they just sit there.
And she hits for, ready for this, Ant? Ready for this?
Straight flush?
3-card, right?
Yeah.
Mini Royal.
Oh, wow.
Mini Royal, which never happens.
Yeah, I got one.
You got one? You got a Mini Royal and 3-card?
Last time...
I've been playing 3-card for about 5 years now. I haven't hit for one lousy big hand yet.
Really?
Just the basic shit, a little straight action, a little flush action, none of the big stuff.
You got to sit there for a long time.
None of the 3 of the kind and none of that Mini Royal.
And the second you get up and Bob Kelly sits down, he wins.
I know. The fucking Mini, I reminded him of that because I went down to see him and Patrice, and, you know, those fucking guys had a great show at the Taj Mahal down there in Atlantic City. My God. Both those guys on top of their game with their stand-up. Holy shit.
Yeah.
But the Asian woman, who we all hated, because no personality whatsoever, like a fucking robot, she wins the Mini Royal, right, Ant?
Yeah.
And she was playing 25-25-25, hits for the Mini Royal. So someone do the math. That's
hit.
That's a nice fucking hit.
Yeah.
She goes, here you go, and gives the dealer a $5 chip. Everyone at the table just groaned like you. Oh, my God.
At least give him a greenie.
Something.
How much did she win up?
Well, I don't know. Someone's got to do the math for me because I never hit for that. So, I mean, you're playing 25-25-25, and it's a 50 to 1. So, yeah, well over $1,000. Goes, here you go with that
great
voice, that nobody's fault but mine voice of hers.
Oof.
$5, and the whole table, Ant, just groaned in unison like, oh, my God. You know that a Mini Royal comes up maybe once during the entire weekend down here? How about you fucking do the right thing, lady?
Help me out here.
Right. All right, Drew, sorry about the cigarette tax. I don't know what to tell you on that one, man.
No.
I'll tell you this much. I'm glad that I'm torn because you forget how much smoking just ruins everything in your life.
Yep.
You go to Atlantic City and they allow smoking, and I was going to wear a shirt that I kind of wore over the weekend, but barely, and I had a T-shirt underneath it, so it was the shirt was still fresh, right?
Oh, no.
And I put it on this morning, and the smoke coming from this shirt.
Smells of smoke. I was watching a little bit of one of my favorite movies, Jaws, over the weekend. And there's the scene in the hospital after the shark gets into, like, the pond and rips that guy's leg off and shit, and does the leg scene look real still when that leg floats to the bottom? Rubbery. It's a little rubbery looking, but it's still cool. And Brody is talking to the mayor in the hospital about signing the paper so Quint can go and do the hunt. They're in the hospital, both of them, like, smoking. Like, just smoking in a hospital.
It rules.
And then
greatest,
I was
right?
just thinking, like, that was completely allowed, and no one thought twice about it.
Mm-hmm.
There were fucking ashtrays everywhere, those big cylinder things full of sand, where you would just be like, yeah, I'm in a hospital, let me smoke. Yeah, I'm in a plane, let me light up. This is the smoking section of an airplane. I'm in the smoking section of a tube. That's great. Smoke doesn't really move around. No, I did as a little kid.
Would they ventilate, like, one area more or no?
Dude, no, everything was covered. You know the above the windows, the curved thing right in between the carry-on luggage compartment overhead and the windows.
Sure.
There's like that plasticky kind of siding. It would be dripping with tar. You would see like tar and think there are moving parts in this plane that are probably so gummed up with fucking cigarette shit.
Yeah.
But I remember as a kid flying to California in the 70s, people just smoking on a plane. And there's no way to ventilate that shit out. You would see, if you were at the back of the plane, you'd look at the front, and it was just a fog where you could barely see the front of the plane.
Amazing.
It's just a tube full of smoke.
But it's great that they stopped the smoking, right?
Oh, yeah.
On the planes, I mean.
I loved it.
I think Yeah, I'm torn with that one. I mean, I think bars and restaurants, you know.
You know something?
It should be up to
I'm happy they stopped that shit.
I'm happy they stopped it, yes. But I think you got to allow the bar or restaurant to decide what they want to do with the smoking thing on an individual basis.
You know how fucking annoying it is, though, to be, and believe me, ex-smoker, I loved smoking, but I tried to...
I forgot you used to smoke.
It's hard. I tried to be as courteous as possible, even with and I know it's annoying, but there are people that will just fucking let that smoke drift right into your eyeballs and not even notice, especially at a casino. Guys that just leave it in the ashtray.
Smoking right next to you.
Or you get somebody that goes dunk, dunk twice in the ashtray and then just leaves fucking noxious fumes coming out of the ashtray.
They're fucking pigs, and they have ruined it for themselves.
It's like an asshole.
Mm-hmm.
Could you at least put your cigarette out and make sure it's fucking out?
Yeah. Hey, the other thing about the casino real fast, there was a deaf convention down there.
No.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
You hearing a lot of that?
That's great. The deaf noise.
Yeah. It sucks that they don't allow, video cameras on the floor. They knew the deaf convention was coming to the Taj Mahal. It was everywhere. So they had tables, I guess, set up in advance.
Yeah.
You know, blackjack tables and stuff. So how do you say hitting all that?
Blackjack for the deaf.
They had it all figured out. Yeah. And then they had a club there, and they were on the dance floor. And it was the most
the bass up, I think.
I don't know what it was, but it was the most bizarre thing. And they're dancing and they're just communicating with each other. I'm not even trying to beat them up. It was. I'm going with the fascinating angle on this one. I was fascinated because it was like they dance.
I don't know. They all dance and sing like Peter Boyle and Young Frankenstein.
I thought it was insensitive that the club decided to put on a real slow James Taylor song, and they didn't know the difference on the dance floor.
It was still like rocking.
Yeah. One for the ladies. It's the chicken dance.
But do you think they're feeling the vibration? You think they're feeling the vibrations of the bass in the song?
Absolutely.
Turn the kickers up.
I was thinking they were just kind of like they were aware of everybody else like getting into the music, so maybe that was enough for them to get into it. I don't know. But they were dancing and communicating with their hands and. It was bizarre.
I think it's got to be the vibration.
It was. I've never seen anything like that before.
But they're all faking it. Bunch of fakers.
Fakers. I'd love to see that. Wish it ended like Club Noir or what was that fucking Tech Noir?
Yeah.
Is that a fire joke?
No,
they're all burned.
Terminator. Everyone's shot joke. Tech Noir.
And that was the worst nightclub ever.
Oh, they looked like they were deaf. That one guy with his skinny little tie dancing around in slow motion. Glad he got a laser in the head. Fuck that guy.
A little history right here from Stuart in Brooklyn.
Mr. Skinny Tie. Fuck him.
Stuart.
Hey, what's up?
Hey.
So, yeah, they had a smoking section on the Hindenburg where it was you light one match in the gas and the whole fucking thing
It's fucking up. Hydrogen. You can't have smoking and hydrogen in the same place.
So they had like a revolving door where it kept the hydrogen out, but like who knows if the Hindenburg just blew up if one guy lit a cigarette and the whole fucking thing just blew up over Jersey because one guy needed to smoke. A smoking section on the Hindenburg, insane.
Wait, did a cigarette start that?
Nah, there's all theories, but it's it was sabotage. It was this. It was like static electricity.
Adam in Brooklyn. Adam.
How you doing, guys? Yeah, Ope, I was down there for the show this weekend, too, and my wife and I were standing in that bar with the dancing girls in the middle of the casino floor.
Yeah.
And I swear to God, we were the only ones in the whole bar not signing. It was really creepy.
Yeah, because they all decided to go to the one club, so the entire club, it was an open, air club, you could see it. You usually have to go inside. But you're at the tables and you can look into this club, whatever. And yeah, he's right. They were all in there at the same time, just signing away. And I'm trying to figure out how do the bartenders, they had to set this up ahead of time because they're ordering drinks by, signing. And I'd imagine the average bartender doesn't know sign language.
They probably had to get special bartenders.
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah. Set up ahead of time.
They're all just ordering shots of Murine.
They had another
Drano with a pretzel chaser. They have no idea.
Did you see him on the dance floor, Adam?
Yeah, I definitely saw him on the dance floor. I saw him pointing at the half-naked girls that were dancing around the bar. They were sort of all nodding their heads and signing. It was pretty funny. They also had an area right in the middle of the floor. I don't know if you caught it, Ope, that was it was Asian gaming. I swear to God, it was one big smoke cloud. There was nothing. It was like a corral. It was like an.
They love smoking.
They sure do.
Those Asians love it.
Yeah, I avoid the Asians when I go to the casino.
For someone who really didn't appreciate mushroom clouds, they sure do like smoking.
They're just not fun. They're just not fun down there.
No.
A lot of Russians. A lot of Russians at the Taj Mahal doing some gambling.
Ruskies too?
Yeah, I was sitting next to a Russian broad all night long.
It really is just quite the melting pot, a casino, isn't it?
Yeah.
Boy, people just love to gamble.
Thank you, Adam.
And smoke.
Punch out, boy. Take care.
Right. Drinking,
Falking, not hearing.
You know, Manny, I can't even enjoy my iPod with her.
Yeah, you walk in with an iPod, they're all just disappointed. You ruined their night.
Yeah.
You want to learn about taxation?
Without representation?
Let's do a little taxation learning. Joel in South Carolina, what do you got, buddy?
Good morning, boys.
Hello.
Yeah, taxation in history has been used as a behavior modification device. Back when they started doing the idea of taxation, they would raise taxes on the things that they didn't want people to do. Today, that would be used for smoking, would be used for bad foods, McDonald's, whatever. Yeah,
you're right. You're right.
Classic example is alcohol and cigarettes. They have sky-high taxes trying to get people's behaviors in check.
Let me ask you a question, though. Is it to modify behavior, or is it because people hate taxes so much that they have to find unnecessary things that they can, like they have to find reasons that's where the term sin tax comes from? Is it because they want to modify your behavior, or because they know that these are things people are going to do anyway, which technically they can justify taxing?
The purpose of it when it first started was for behavior modification. Now that has morphed into modern times where they're going to use it as a revenue generator, as everybody knows.
Joel, I got to jump in. That means you believe that the government believes in the individual. I don't believe in that horseshit whatsoever.
Opie, that's a great point, because if you look through the health care bill, which I'm not saying I read every word, but if you look through the health care bill, there is nothing in the health care bill that helps with the idea of wellness. They're looking for ways to make people better when they get sick, but there's nothing to fund the wellness. They're doing it wrong. They're taxing bad behavior, but they're not actually going to the root of the problem. They don't believe in the person. They're just trying to find ways to make them do what they're not going to do themselves. And it doesn't work. That's why they had to go to making laws against smoking, because taxation didn't do it.
I just don't. I mean, it seems like you're more knowledgeable on this than myself, but I just don't believe that. I think they just try to find easy ways to get more freaking taxes from us without us yelling and screaming about it.
No argument there. They are doing that now in 2010. I was just calling to say when it first started, that was one of the ideas of taxation, was to modify behavior.
All right. Cool. Well, thank you.
Happy birthday, Jimmy.
Thank you, Joel.
Thank you, buddy.
There you go. Yeah, let's do this fucking jet story. This was amazing. Amazing. Watching the news very early this morning.
Hudson, right?
The jet, yeah. Hey, Sully retired.
I know, Sully's done.
You know why?
Money from books. A lot more than
speaking
planes.
Engagements.
Yeah.
He doesn't need to be flying any planes anymore.
He's like, fuck that shit.
He's actually talking
lucky.
I'm sorry.
Oh, no, go ahead.
I was speaking this week at Fuck Geese convention. There's a bunch of people that actually hate. There are people who have been raped and abused by geese.
Fuck geese.
People who have had their genitals poked and pecked by geese. Their children's eyes poked out by geese hands.
I think they're having a convention down in Atlantic City.
Yes,
all the fuck geese people are getting together.
Fuck geese. They'll only watch certain
geese martinis.
They'll only watch certain parts of Top Gun.
Yeah.
And they always applaud at the wrong part when he gets killed.
Yes,
Yay.
Serving pate on the menu.
Yeah, they play duck, anything else. They despise geese. And they get up and they tell horror stories. I had a wife in the future until that goddamn goose swooped in, and they all clap. Goddamn it. And then Sully's going to talk about how he took aim at those faggot geese and killed them.
Could have gone around them. Wanted to risk everybody just to chew a few up in the engine.
Well, that's what nobody knows, is that everybody on that plane, it was actually being funded by fuck geese. And it was the greatest coincidence ever. They were flying to go to a fuck geese meeting, and they all yelled, "Go for it, Sul!"
Sul.
They yelled, "Go for it, Sul!"
Yeah, he could have missed them.
Of course he could have. He
had
actually
to dive.
he hit the geese with his right engine and then quickly turned around and followed the other geese, the ones that got away.
Fuck geese convention.
Yeah, fuck geese.
I like that. You know what? We were going to move forward, but we got a guy that dated a deaf girl for 6 years. Brian in Illinois.
Hey, how you guys doing? Happy birthday.
Never listen.
Hey.
Yeah, I dated a deaf gal for 6 years. I can tell you a lot of insight on how some of that stuff's done. Like for the dancing, they can feel the vibration. Usually they'll turn up the bass. They can feel the vibration in like concrete floor. I mean, all of it. They put their hands on a table. They can feel the vibration. That's how they dance to it.
Now, how'd you fall for a deaf girl? Did you know sign language before you started dating her? Like, take us into that a little bit.
The only sign language I knew was the one-fingered hello. So I learned. She taught me basic stuff, and she got me a book, and I just started learning the alphabet.
But where'd you guys meet?
I met her online. In the old Yahoo chat rooms and stuff.
Sure.
That's how I met her.
So how did it go bad?
We just kind of drifted apart. You know, I mean, it's just the way it was. But the deaf world. I mean, it's really unique once you do it. A lot of those dealers and the bartenders. A lot of those, they probably already knew sign because there's like I wouldn't call it a subculture. You can make a fortune. As a signer, you can make a fortune.
Horrible people.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Well, there's people that work in like the court system.
She rented her ears out as a place for people to hang their coats.
Yeah. Well, if you go to a college, you got to there's different levels of a degree for a signing. If you go and get your upper level and you go work in the court systems and stuff, you're making like about $100 to $125 an hour to sign.
Wow, signing, really?
Nice.
Yeah.
That's a nice
And
living.
for like a bartender, they're probably making a couple extra bucks, an hour for signing. And I'm sure those dealers they probably put them through. When they have a big event like that, this is all pre-planned. So they've, like my girlfriend, she went to school. The state paid for an interpreter. She went to a regular community college. The state paid for an interpreter to be there and sign to her.
He's starting to make me wish I was deaf.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah, she wasn't deaf. She just was tired of hearing you, and she would point at her ears and shrug.
I am deaf.
She was born deaf, but like I always tell people, I said, and
you were born stupid.
I love you guys' show. That's the only thing that kind of tweaks the nerve once in a while when you guys. But it is what it is.
Oh, what? Goof on the deaf?
A little too close to home. I understand.
Yeah, I mean, it happens.
That's what this is all about.
It is
it's
what
cool
it is.
until it hits too close to home.
So, where you met her online, and then did she live near you?
No, actually, she was about 100 miles away from me. Then she moved in with me.
Did you actually just drift apart, like in a sea of cochlear fluid?
Yeah, something like that. No, but see, like I always tell people, she had two hearing kids, and you got to remember, most deaf people have never heard their kid's voice.
Sneaking out must have been great in the middle of the night.
Yeah, you get to make a racket.
Yeah.
Fucking pots and pans are falling.
Yeah,
you're like, I don't care.
You start up your lawnmower and drive out.
Who cares? Start up your lawnmower.
But why would you do that? Because you can, I guess.
They got special alarm clocks. It's a little disc that goes down between the box spring and the mattress, and it vibrates the whole bed.
I thought it was a boxing glove on an accordion, an old cartoon.
Would she look at Q-tips and just like they were these amazing mystery things? Did she think that they were little hangers for tiny things? Or would she try to make rafts out of them? Sorry.
They got special doorbells that make the lights flash. When you ring a doorbell,
it's an applause sign from a studio. Just says someone's here.
Did she cry whenever she saw a hammer, an anvil, or a stirrup?
No, but she actually can talk.
She had a rear bone joke. Oh. What am I doing? Why am I bothering? 8 fucking ear doctors that got that.
Yeah. Well, she could actually talk, but a lot of them that make all the funny sounds, because they don't go to a speech therapist. She spent, I think about 2 years with a speech therapist, and she actually had a really nice voice, but it was very soft. And I'd always have, no, it was actually.
What about when you were fucking her? Would she make noises like really loud though?
Oh yeah, once in a while. Well, You should watch two deaf people get in a heat.
Dude, I used to live next door to a deaf family. The whole family was fucking deaf. Wow. I don't know what kind of genes was going on in that family, but they would argue in the front yard during, the daytime, and it was just, and they're signing, and sometimes one would just be going, and the other one's, wow. It sounded like wild animals. Swear. Fucked up. Entertaining as hell.
Where'd the guy go? I think he finally had it.
Oh, what happened?
All right, why don't we take a break?
Old candy dish ears.
Just useless.
Yeah, these two fucking odd soap holders hanging on the side of the head.
It's like your ears are there to capture the sound, and then once it goes in the little hole, nothing.
It's like talking into a Dixie cup.
Yeah, it's just...
bounces back out, confused.
Shit. Yeah, poor guy.
Poor girl.
Yeah, really, man.
Why don't we?
She didn't have to hear him.
We'll take a break. We'll get into that Jets story. It's a doozy. Jets are stepping up, helping one of their players for a weird reason.
Oh, yeah?
And what else? We'll figure it out after the break. What the hell? We don't have to tease every goddamn break, do we? How was your weekend, Ant?
The keeping separated. Pretty good. Yeah, pretty good. Just a lot of hanging. Yeah. Hanging. A few beverages.
Yep.
Nothing special. Pretty much the basics. Nice weather-wise, though. I got to tell you, nice weather in the New York area this weekend. And today we're going to be getting up to about 57. Some places going to be hitting 60 degrees.
I'm going to be biking today, man.
Are ya?
Oh, fuck yeah. Can't wait to get out on my bike today.
I might actually take the rocket ship out for a little bit.
You should.
Because I got some errands.
Be careful,
to
careful.
Run.
A lot of fucking salt and sand on those roads.
Yeah, still sand out there. Wheels will be spinning like crazy.
A little treacherous. We don't need the phones right now, right? For the show. So why don't we give away some precious fucking stuff?
Oh, some precious stuff. Jimmy's little face.
Yes.
We're giving that away.
We get copies of the DVD, which is cool.
Yeah, Precious, courtesy of Lionsgate home video based on the novel Push by Sapphire. Wow, I did not know that, Anthony.
Who put that out?
Lionsgate.
Wow.
I can't believe Dirk is allowing this.
I know.
Winner of 2 Academy Awards, supporting actress Monique, adapted screenplay Jeffrey Fletcher. We got 2 whole copies.
2?
We're going to give away 2. Are they signed or anything?
No. Signed?
It's not out, though, so it's...
What, big X?
All right, that's cool. All right, give us a call. You see the number on your pad data, and we'll give 2 to some random people out there. What are you laughing at?
Nothing.
Nothing?
I didn't say a word.
All right, hey, let's get into this. We got a New York Jet. His name is Antonio Cromartie.
Antonio.
And this hit the news today. I'm just going to start playing the audio. But you're going to have to deal with Heather. She's a babbling idiot on the news.
Heather?
Heather's babble. And then they finally get into the story. And then, lucky you get more of Heather's babble.
Here's the story I'm dying to hear. What is this about this Jets player getting fronted money to pay for, 6 children by 6 different women?
7 kids.
7 kids.
6 women, 5 states. 6 different women.
Yeah.
Wait.
Okay.
Wait.
Why?
Did you catch all that, by the way?
Costly. We'll go over the math again.
Wait. What? How many?
The only reason I pulled the story because I knew this would irritate the hell out of you. And you know what? It irritates the hell out of me too.
We are doomed.
You got a Jets player. I guess they're going to do the math here, but I think he has
math. Yeah, let's do some math.
I think he has 7 kids with 6 different women?
7 kids with 6 different women. Wow, he actually stuck with one for 2 kids? Oh, well, then he's an upstanding member of society.
And here's the kicker. I think he's only 25 years old.
Holy Christ.
Is he 25? He needs help so bad with these paternity issues that the Jets are giving him more money just so he could take care of all the kids he's had with all the different women.
So they're rewarding him.
He's desperate.
Loaning him money.
He's desperate. Is it a loan or are they just...
Yeah, the Jets fronted him $500,000. of his 2010 salary to help him clean up his lingering paternity issues.
Why wouldn't you pull out? Like, what is it in that culture? I don't understand. Why would you just keep your dick in and come? What are you doing?
I don't understand. I don't understand.
No, here it is.
You understand it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I completely understand.
All right.
There is a segment of society that sees huge amounts of children by all kinds of different women in the same light as they see prison time as being a fucking, rite of passage. There's just something that is, wow, that guy is the shit. He's doing exactly what he's supposed to be doing. How many kids you got? How many baby mama you got? How many? It's looked at. It's not frowned upon.
That is so. I mean, when I was growing up, I was scared shitless I was going to get a woman pregnant.
And,
oh
my God, right?
And it's the opposite with some people.
Oh, how much money I was wanting to spend on weed, and I had to buy one of those EPT tests. Oh, those frightening.
Yeah.
And that was back in the old days. You used to have to mix them in test tubes and look for a ring at the bottom.
Really?
Yeah, like this fucking material would form a ring at the bottom. Now she pisses on a stick. 2 seconds later, it's like, hey, you're pregnant. Or you're not, or whatever. The back in the old days, it was like, if you see a defined, definite ring of brownish tone at the bottom of the test tube, then that is a positive. If you see some residue at the bottom, then perhaps...
What was wrong with the people that came before us? They just couldn't figure shit out.
Sucked.
They just couldn't figure that stuff
EPT.
out. Puddle of AIDS, who I met down in AC this weekend. It was a pleasure to meet you, sir. He writes, Anthony, there's more to this story. 7 kids with 6 different women in 5 different states.
7 kids.
He said,
6 women, 5 states.
I made some wrong decisions in my first 2 years in the NFL.
Just dumping loads everywhere. Everywhere.
Why would you? Someone explain why you would do that, please.
I bet you a bunch of girls told him they were on the pill, and he just dumped loads because he was young and stupid, and now he's like, what the
young
fuck?
and stupid? You know what?
I don't even think it's that, Jimmy.
There are lots of young and stupid people. It's a cultural thing.
You think it's a
that
cultural
I don't
thing?
fucking understand how it's a cultural thing.
Here's more to the story.
The Post reporting this morning the Jets have fronted the new guy. The guy they just traded for, Antonio Cromartie, $500,000 to help clear up his paternity issues. Cromartie has 7 kids in 5 states by 6 different women. The 25-year-old cornerback is due to make $1.7 million this upcoming season. NFL players don't begin collecting their salaries until the first week of the regular season, hence the upfront money there. So it's kind of a loan to help clear up these issues. Hey, the Jets admitted this is one of the reasons they were able to land such a good player, because they got him at kind of a discounted price because of his problems.
Wow. It's
and then the Jets have to tell the media about this.
And this isn't just something that
bothers.
It's not an isolated case. You know why? Because look, the NFL is taking care of this situation because he's a football player. How many people are football players? You know who else? Who takes care of the situation usually? Me. Fucking with my stupid tax dollars going to this shit. Fucking welfare and stuff, and just have more kids. Keep having more fucking kids. When you get people that might actually have offspring that contribute to society aren't having kids because they can't afford it.
Great rant, but
and actually realize it.
Great rant, but you said society wrong.
Society, you're an escaped goat.
They were
only 25 years old. He's only 25. He's a very good player. Yeah, he's a phenomenal. And they were able to get this guy.
When does he have time to play?
He's a player, all right.
When the fuck does he have time to play
football?
No,
they didn't say player. They left that fucking all right. He's a player.
Oh, player.
We're able to get this guy on the market because he's had some issues.
Really? So other teams weren't interested in him because
his team he was with, the Chargers, basically were sick of him for that, and they didn't feel he could tackle.
Got it.
All right. But he's a good cover man.
Yeah. All right.
He's a good comer. Did he say he's a good comer?
No, he's a good cover man.
Oh,
God. Guy never wears covers.
He made some good headlines this year.
Oh. God, it's I'm stunned. Stunned.
Yeah, that's a world I don't understand. What do you say?
I knew Dr. Steve. See, sometimes I just do jokes for Dr. Steve. He goes, also, great middle ear humor. Middle ear humor.
Not even just ear humor. It was
middle ear humor. That Dr. Steve's a good egg.
Today.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Why? Yeah, I don't know. It's rewarded in certain societies.
Society.
I don't get it. How many kids does rapper Lil Wayne have?
Lil Wayne has 4.
Lil Wayne has 4. How old is Lil Wayne?
I think he's 28.
All right, 4
he could
kids.
pay for him though.
How many women?
I think it's at least 3.
3 women.
At least.
4 kids, 3 women, and he's going to prison apparently, right?
Today he was supposed to go last week.
He checks into the fucking the Hilton.
Yeah, he's going to Rikers.
Was it a gun charge?
Yeah.
He's going to Rikers for what, a year?
Yeah, for a year.
He got a year on a gun charge.
Yeah, they were after him.
That's good.
They were after him.
Oh, they were after him. He was framed.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he wasn't framed, but they spent a lot of time trying to get a charge on him.
And they finally got it. And that bothers you, Sam?
Well, I mean, I don't know what
It's good for his album sales.
I don't know what good. You talk about tax dollars going to things. I don't know what good.
Or his digital download sales.
Tax dollars are being spent on putting Lil Wayne in jail for a year.
I agree. Also with Plaxico Burress, that jail cell could be used for somebody who's fucking... How about instead of letting people out of jail who are fingering kids after fucking 3 years, you leave Plaxico Burress out of jail and you keep a fucking child molester in. So idiotic.
Yeah, well, I think... I don't know, Lil Wayne, what were the circumstances? Because Plaxico, I know, had, I believe, a Florida license to carry a pistol, which is null and void in New York.
His whole career is over because it's just such a... Bloomberg should have shut his fucking mouth.
So it's like that to me is like, all right, the guy actually... I think if you have a license in one state, you should be able to go to another state with it. That's always been the way I think. I think it's like a car. If you're driving a fucking car from New York and you go to Jersey, being stopped and going, well, you have a New York license. What are you doing in Jersey? Well, isn't it good the whole way? No, you got to get a Jersey license here, and then that's good in 3 states, but then not good here, and then this is good in this state, but not back and forth. And that's a privilege, driving, not a constitutional right. Like,
right.
You know, but. Now, Lil Wayne, what the fuck was he? Just being gangsta and shit? Like,
no, well, basically...
I'm strapped, yo?
No, that's the thing. He wasn't
strapped.
He wasn't bragging about being strapped. He did one concert a couple years ago in New York.
Yeah.
And before he got on stage, they patted him down, and they made him walk through metal detectors and all this stuff. So he went on stage and said, I'm going to do a good show tonight, but I'm never coming back to New York because of the way your cops are treating me.
Oh, okay.
And so he does his show, and then he got back on the bus. And then the bus started going, and the cops pulled the bus over and said they smelled marijuana. And so they got on the bus, and they searched his tour bus, and they found a gun on the bus.
But wait, it wasn't even on his possession?
It was on the bus.
So how did he get it?
I don't know.
Does he own the bus, or does he rent the bus?
That's fucked up.
I don't know that either.
Does other people have access to the bus while he's performing?
I mean, his manager said his manager was like, no, it's my gun. And, you know, his bodyguard probably said, no, it's my gun. And then they were like, which one's Lil Wayne?
That's
what they said. They actually said, which one of you is Lil Wayne?
Oh, man.
And they took him.
Oh, did they fucking whack on him?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
This show is fun to watch.
What a crappy lawyer he must have had.
Yeah, how the fuck did he get busted on that?
I don't know how he got busted.
Wow, that's like anyone could have gotten away with that.
Unless he wanted to go, because again, there is a certain amount of album sales of street cred that come a year on a gun charge.
You're not going to do a year either.
But that's not a devastating thing for a rapper who's 28. He'll be out when he's 29.
More devastating to a football player.
That's devastating.
Lil Wayne's the one rapper who doesn't need it. Like, he sold over 1 million copies of his album the first week, and nobody does that anymore.
Just think about it.
Holla.
I hear he also had to have the diamonds and gold and shit taken out of his mouth.
Well, yeah, because that was the first time the thing got delayed. He went to the dentist and had 8 root canals because his teeth are covered in diamonds and gold.
Yeah, that would be punched right out of his face in the bathroom.
And then last week, the courtroom caught on, like, the building was on fire. And
so he got out of it that time. Yeah.
He had his diamonds taken out. Somebody would punch them out and take them,
Playing hard to get. I like that.
Give me those, you punk motherfucker. Yeah, some fucking animal would knock his teeth in.
Someone would just punch him out of his mouth. Yeah, you want a dentist, motherfucker?
They're gonna have to put him in some kind of. They're gonna fuck with him so bad in jail unless they put him in some kind of solitary, like.
Will the other guys fuck with him?
Why would they fuck with him? Because they'll try to test him. I'll say, "Oh yeah, you're tough."
He's like a fucking star.
But he's Southern too. He's not a New York rapper.
Yeah.
And all the guys in there are from New York, and like they're gonna test him. He's got the teardrop tattoos. And,
imagine how much bullshit he's got to put up with like guys though that come up and go, "Yo man, I've been rapping in here for years. Listen to me, fucking. I'm gonna." And he's got to like sit there and listen to this big bruiser badly rap to him.
Yeah.
So maybe when you get out, you can fucking give me here my tape, man. Yeah. And you gotta be like, oh fuck, I gotta listen to this fucking guy, or I'm dead. It's like, listen to some bad rap or be ass fucked.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead, rap.
Well, too bad you can't do both.
Yeah, you know. I mean,
we got a guy that's
win-win.
We got to go backwards a little bit. We got a guy that's going to explain the kid thing.
Oh, okay, good. Finally.
It's Coop. We've heard from Coop before.
Coop.
We know Coop. What's up, Coop?
Know Coop.
Morning, gentlemen. Morning.
What's slapping him?
I got to go in my wallet and just pull out my race card for a minute, please.
All right.
Now,
pull that out.
Where that whole shit comes from is from your fucking forefathers breeding niggas.
What?
That attitude is still within us, and that's why that shit is going down.
Oh, stop. You cannot possibly be blaming the people having 8 kids with 7 women on fucking slavery. Enough with blaming slavery for every fucking problem in the black community.
It would get you mad because you're scared to talk about what's really
I'm not. I'm
going
talking
on.
about it honest and openly. I'm not going to let you fucking explain this away by Whitey being an asshole again.
Because it is Whitey's fucking fault. You know why?
Why?
Because you motherfuckers made us what we are. And the only thing you want from us
So
is
you
to
didn't.
shut the
So you're admitting. So you're admitting that you weren't intelligent enough and developed and evolved enough to make your own decisions. That we made you what you were. Is that what you're admitting? You were trained like animals. Is that what you're telling me? My God, you're racist.
I want to tell you why exactly what it is. The fact that you programmed us to believe in your white Jesus. Your white Jesus, therefore...
Don't you put down white Jesus. Don't you start getting on white Jesus. His long locks of hair, his slender body.
The only thing about white Jesus that's good is he doesn't talk in the movie theater as much as black Jesus.
Yeah?
So let me be crazy nigga and talk then.
I'm letting you talk home.
I'm crazy nigga and I'm going to talk.
Okay.
Now, what I'm saying is this. Jesus is what? The Son of God. Now, if you know anything about any type of religious worship, your God should represent yourself, your reflection of yourself. That's where your image of your God comes from. If you're believing in a God that does not represent you, that means you're not worthy.
Oh, yeah? So does your God have fucking a shitload of kids with different women?
No.
Oh, then it doesn't represent you.
It has nothing to do with your God. You made us represent your God.
You made us. You made us. You made us. You made us. I thought the African people were like kings and princes before we came over. So intelligent and built cities and did things that we never dreamt of as Europeans. But for some fucking reason, the second we got there, everyone got stupid. Everyone turned fucking retarded and just jumped on the boat and came over. Stop it. I'm sick of taking your black people's blame. All right, enough. Yeah, we did it. Wow, what scumbags we were.
Why does the world worship
Couple of 100 years of fucking pushing your ass around.
Why does the world worship your Christ? Why does the world worship your Christ?
I don't know, because I guess we got a lot of crusaders out there. Goddamn crusaders. What? What?
Huh?
What?
So the world just decided our guys ain't mean shit. Yours is the right guy, so we all pretty much.
No, what you think? You don't think a lot of people, white, black, or indifferent, look at fucking religion and think it's retarded?
There's a lot of people that do that, but you're not getting what I'm saying.
Yeah, I am.
You're not understanding my point.
You're blaming Whitey for all of your problems.
God, should that God not reflect who you are?
Okay. Let me play. Yes. Okay. So now what?
Okay. Now, what sense does it make that people that were once... Let's take the race thing out of it for a minute. When people said, we're going to take you and you're going to worship what we believe.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to tell you what you're going to believe.
Right.
We're going to beat it into you. We're going to make you. We're going to fuck you. We're going to do all manners of barbarism to you. And you're going to believe what we want you to believe.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Yeah.
Now, what the and now, if they stripped that motherfucker, made him into what they wanted him to believe, what makes you think he's not going to teach his children that?
So we made you believe that the right thing to do is to go around with many different women and have many children.
No, what you made us believe is in your false God, therefore not seeing our own self.
What does that have to do with the initial point of having a lot of women and a lot of children?
You want to get to that point, it comes from breaking niggas. Y'all motherfuckers breed it. You took slaves, the strongest, the big black buck nigga bitch, and you breed it.
And you don't think after hundreds of years of not doing that,
niggas.
I have a question for Coop. I have a question for you though. You talk about gods, like if you're worshiping a god that is reflective of yourself. I guess I see the point in that, but doesn't that mean that all women are technically not doing that? Like, there's not one real god that's considered a woman. So it's like every woman that worships a god or a Christ or a Muhammad is kind of selling herself out.
Well, that's in this day and age where most gods now are paternalistic, where in ancient cultures, prior to, let's say, the last 6,000 years, they were maternalistic, and mostly Eastern African cultures.
Why don't you fucking Coop? Take fucking responsibility. Why don't you take some fucking responsibility as a people and as a community and stop blaming whitey and slavery for every fucking problem in the black community? Every single one of them can be traced back to stupid fucking whitey and the way he treated black people. Oh, woe is fucking me. There's a black president now, motherfucker. Game over. You made it. Congratulations, you made it.
What does that mean?
What does that mean? It means that you've gotten to the pinnacle of fucking existence here in the United States of America, where a black man can achieve whatever the fuck he wants if he's not fucking 7 different women.
Shut up. You don't believe that.
Yeah, shut up.
You didn't even give him a chance before he even was up there. You mainly seen that as a black man because of your little fucking inferior white self ran out and got guns.
Inferior white self? What the fuck? Go ahead, put words in my... What? Inferior white self. That's right, so inferior. Look at what the Europeans achieved over the years when Africans were still shooting blowguns at fucking monkeys in trees, you dumb motherfucker. Europeans were building civilizations. When you guys were putting sticks on your wieners and fucking getting eaten by lions. Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Whitey is great! Whitey is great!
Go get your guns and make yourself feel better.
Yeah, you know why I have them, don't you? Because there's fucking 7 kids that don't know their fathers and they're from 7 different mothers that think it's okay to rip me the fuck off. Well, blow me, motherfucker. Yeah, that's why I exercise my Second Amendment right. Legally. Go try it. Oh, you probably can. How many felonies? Shut your yap. Blame Whitey, motherfucker. Keep blaming Whitey. Keep blaming Whitey, and you'll never, ever assimilate to this country and get all the goodness that you can out of this country. Just keep being a burden. Keep being a burden on the taxpayer. Go ahead. Have a bunch of fucking kids with a bunch of different women and get on the welfare and fucking have me foot the bill. Have stupid Whitey, inferior Whitey foot the bill. Thank you.
Go get your fucking guns and feel better about yourself.
I do, thank you. I do, thank you. Thank you, Coop.
Let me ask Coop a question.
They do make me feel good. He hung up. Either that or his phone card ran out.
I didn't know you were going to ask a question there. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
His phone card ran out.
Let's say hi to Matthew in Connecticut. Matthew.
Hey, based on his logic, shouldn't...
Coop, call back. Jimmy wants to ask you something. Go ahead there, Matthew.
Based on his logic, shouldn't the Chinese be breeding the same way, too?
Oh, of course.
Well, they're not allowed to, actually. They've tried.
Irish, every immigrant group that came over here, but then you'd hear, well, we were brought here against our will. Well, you know what? What can I fucking tell you? It wasn't me that did it, believe me. Given the choice, I would just say, here, you stay where you are. I never would have sent one ship over. That's it. There you go. You're hearing it from Anthony. Well, you brought us over against our will. You know, you're right. Huge mistake. Oh my God! That's what I'm saying. Slavery was a horrible, awful thing, and it was a huge mistake for people to think that was a good idea.
Who do we got from Farmingdale? What's your name, sir?
It's Giacomo.
Giacomo, what do you got, brother?
Well, just kind of along the same lines as the last caller, that forefathers argument is a little rough. Like, it's our forefathers. Like, I guess because I'm Italian American, I'm white. But my grandfather came here, pretty poor, about, I guess less than 100 years ago, and
from Corleone.
Yeah, and made his, did what he had to do. But I just think all black people see that as, oh, you're white and your grandparents had slaves or something, or your ancestors rather had slaves, and doesn't really add up all the way either.
The only thing I question is how, like, it does take. Cove had certain points that are accurate, and then there's a certain point where it's like, all right, well, where does that end? Because black people have a weird relationship in this country that other immigrant groups, even immigrant groups that were shit on, like the Irish, the Italians, everyone got fucking shit on when they got here. But then that kind of changes, and you kind of, like, blacks' experience here has been a little different, I think, than any other
group. Of course
group.
It has, but every group has their own experience and their own fucking crosses to bear and everything else. It's can you raise yourself up from that? And believe me, in the black community, you will only hear about raising yourself up and how this is great and community leadership and this. And it all amounts to shit. Nothing fucking comes of it.
But let's just say,
it's astounding to me.
Let's say this. Had they been given what they were supposed to after slavery was ended, what they were promised.
Who was promised what? Who the fuck was promised what except freedom?
I think, but I think also
then achieve what people say that this country is there for.
Absolutely.
And obviously, no.
They weren't given that.
I know. They were getting a lot of fucking hurdles thrown in the way, even after they were free slaves.
For 100 more years.
Of course. Terrible.
You know what,
though?
They had a harsher experience than Italian Americans and Irish Americans. They might have had a way harsher experience, but I think they sometimes think they're the ones with the only experience, and that is maybe doesn't help.
But the question I'm asking is this. After, if it had, like, say, slavery, I think 1865 is done, and let's just say, okay, these people have been put into society, struggled for a little while, and then were allowed to kind of do what they wanted to do without persecution and bullshit, and allowed to go to college, say, in 1905, instead of having to fight for it in the 1960s.
Sure.
How much different would this country be? Like, these things that kind of have to be worked out probably would have been worked out in the early 1900s, so a lot of the people who were alive while it was happening would have been taking the shit for it instead of generations later.
We're talking about fucking pretty much 50 years of the modern civil rights movement. 50 fucking years from really having to turn things around to President Barack Obama.
Yeah.
That's fucking amazing.
Yeah.
What has happened in 50 years.
I agree.
Can you then just look at that part of it and not fucking dig back again to 1780 and start, going off on that shit all the time? And by the way, what he was saying was exactly what got Jimmy the Greek fired. That the breeding, that you people bred us, and that's why we do this. If a white person said that on TV or something like that, fucking fired.
Here's what his argument, or maybe I can't speak for him, but like Obama being president or Colin Powell being chairman of the Joint Chiefs or Condoleezza Rice being what she was, those were because basically of white people. White voters and stuff like that voted for him. And
it's a numbers game, sure, of course.
But blacks doing that, like just fucking different women or whatever, he would say is still a problem in the black community. Like, do you understand what I mean? Like, the elections and the appointments are basically white things, white people voting, whereas there are certain problems in with black people that I guess are not fixed yet.
Look,
I'm not saying it's everyone white people's fault.
If he's trying to tell me, and this is exactly what he was saying and how I interpreted it, that it's so ingrained and instinctual that a black man can't logically work out in his head that this isn't a good idea for me to fuck and have kids with 7 different women, that it might be a fucking burden on me, on the women, on the children, and on society. Instead, all that thought process goes down the drain, and he's admitting to the fact that black men aren't intelligent enough to realize that this is a problem. Was that what he was telling me, Jim?
No, I don't think so.
Well, I don't think so either,
I don't
to tell you the
think
truth.
so.
I'm going way out on the limb to explain it in that way. But he was coming across like that.
All right, let me jump in here. We got a bunch of black guys that completely disagree with Coop. So let me get at least one or two of these guys on. Ray in the Bronx. What's up, Ray?
Hey, what's going on, y'all?
Hey, Ray.
Hey, first of all...
He doesn't have to call him Ray.
Hey, first of all, fuck Anthony.
All right.
And fuck R. Shelton, fuck Obama, fuck all of this shit, right? Look, that guy is totally the opposite of, and I'm going to steal, Chris Rock's line. There's a difference between a nigga and a real black man. I'm a real black man. I'm 29 years old, and I'm from the hood. I'm from 178 Grand Concourse in the Bronx. I don't got no kids. I'm 29 years old. I work. I have 3 fucking jobs, okay? I got no kids. Okay, I own 10 guns, and all of them are legal. I could carry this shit in Manhattan, in the Bronx, Queens, Long Island, every fucking where.
Jesus.
Okay, and going back to the slavery shit, Anthony.
Yeah.
Sometimes you piss me off to the point that I want to fucking eat my radio.
Jesus.
But you have a fucking point. You didn't did this shit to me, so why the fuck am I gonna hate on you? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The people that I'm gonna hate on, I have to go to the grave. Somewhere in fucking Mississippi and beat on some grave and tell that motherfucker, fuck you for slavery my motherfucking grandpappy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, black people, well, let me get that straight. Niggas needs to be just a little bit more intelligent and telling themselves, you know what? That white person that just passed me right now, that motherfucker didn't enslave my grandpappy. That motherfucker down in the dirt did.
Yeah, he was more saying that it's been just ingrained for so many years in the black man's mind that that's why he's having children with multiple women, and that's why any day you could turn on Maury or the shows and there's paternity tests with black man and 4 different women, and I cannot sit here and listen to that horse shit that it is being blamed on the white man, Europeans, and slavery. That is why they are still doing that.
Hey, big bro, I'm gonna go back to Patrice. He said it. That motherfucker can't even say it.
He looked beautiful in that dress last night, by the way.
That motherfucker didn't say no clear. You ain't my fucking superior. You know what I'm saying? You ain't my superior.
Oh, all right.
So, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, I understand the whole black issue because I'm a black man, and I understand, look, perfect example, my father, that motherfucker had 25 kids with 10 different women.
Holy motherfuck. Okay? Are you kidding me?
Okay, no. 25 kids with 10 different women, right? I'm 29 years old, I don't got no kids on the way. I'm not even thinking about a kid right now. I'm focused on getting rich legally. Because I'm from the hood. I'm
rich.
I seen the dope boys. I seen all this shit going on, which I should have picked on and slang dope and go ahead and fucking pack a U-Haul truck up and just fucking just roll on somebody and just, do that kind of shit. But I was raised to think with my mind, like, okay, if Anthony was a shithead fucking dickhead motherfucker, now he's a millionaire. Why the fuck I can't do it?
Exactly. Here's how long is it supposed to take? That's what I was going to kind of ask Coop.
Yeah.
Like, I think what he said had some valid points, but then where does a valid point end and start to become just something that people will rely on when they fuck up?
Yeah.
Right. So it's like, here's the thing. We need a case history of what's the normal length that should take.
That's a very good question.
How long is that supposed to take? And it's hard to say here because promises weren't kept for 100 years. That's a big fucking hit.
All right. Hey, Ray, thank you. Great phone call. I want to move on to Wesley in Philly that's kind of on the same thing as Ray. What's up, Wesley?
What's up, man?
Hey.
What's up, Ope? What's up, Jimmy?
Hey, buddy.
I gotta say basically this, man. It's just irresponsibility. I mean, it was a running back for Denver. I forget his. I think it was Travis Henry. Had 10 kids by 9 different women.
Ugh.
The guy was so broke that he basically had to start selling drugs to sit there and support his kids. People don't think. And that guy who was talking about slavery, come on, man. That was a long time ago. You can't sit there and harp on that.
That can't be used as an excuse. I just can't say that it can't be used as an excuse anymore. I would more take the excuse that Jimmy was just talking about, where after slavery, there was still years of being treated like dog shit. I understand that. And that's more viable an excuse than slavery is. Whether one caused the other, whatever. But I understand a lot of time went by where black people were not treated well in this country. Absolutely. The modern civil rights movement has been around for about 50 fucking years, and it's been instead of ever just looking at the leaps and bounds and strides that have been made, it's just this constant bitching and complaining about what ain't mine's yet. It's reached the point where everyone, I think, has the potential to do whatever the fuck they want with a little luck, with a little skill. No one's going to take a black man in this day and age and not offer him the same opportunity if he has the same talents, the same abilities, the same education, or whatever as his white counterpart.
We're taking the hit. We're taking the hit for our shitty forefathers.
Fuck me taking it. No, fuck that. I ain't even gonna. You know something?
I'm saying that's
why.
That's the reality of what's happening. I'm not saying it's right. I'm saying that's why it is this way. We are suffering the consequences. I'm not saying we should have to.
Makes no sense.
Of a bunch of shitheads that came before us who didn't do what they were supposed to do. So we're unfortunately eating the shit that they left. They like the shit hits the fan, and now here it is, and we're stuck cleaning it up.
Then exactly, how long is this going to go on?
It's going to be. It's
Can
generations.
We put a time limit on it? Then can we just put a time limit so that when the date hits, everybody's hunky dory?
I think it's generations.
Hey. I'm not
saying it's right, but that's the reality of what it is. I'm not saying that I'm happy about it.
I don't want to eat shit because some motherfucker, decided you needed 2 bathrooms and 2 water fountains. I didn't do that.
It's going to be hard to put a date on that because there's going to be some people that's going to sit there and use that as a crutch.
Well, that's exactly what I'm saying. Where does that line? Where does that line end? Like where it's actually legitimately a piece of something, and where it's bullshit.
Yeah. And you're not going to find that line.
Someone, I swear to you, in 10,000 years, there's going to be a colony on Jupiter, and some asshole's going to get punched in the face for dropping the N-bomb. 10,000 fucking years from now.
Miriam, Pakistani, right?
Yes.
What do you got on this topic there, Miriam?
My only problem is I can't stand when people don't take responsibility for themselves and their situation, because my father came here 30 years ago legally, and he was dirt poor, and his great-grandfather was a slave to the British. It's not, it's not like he hasn't had slavery in his past.
Well, I never even thought of that. Look, there are a lot of slavery, there was a lot of slavery going on outside of the United States.
Sure.
And certain segments of people were enslaved for many years and rose above it after a while.
And he came here and made, he gave us a life. We live on Long Island. Like, it's not like we're dirt poor complaining about what our great-grandparents happened to them. You know what I mean?
Well, you're in another country, too. When were they slaves in Britain? Like, from when?
For a long time, but I think it ended around the early 1900s.
Okay. And how were they treated when they kind of shit on afterwards? I don't know enough about that.
Well, yeah, but it was, my father was born in 1942, so it's not like, he was born during the partition of India and Pakistan, so he wasn't, he was born during war. It's not like he had this, hunky-dory life when he was growing up. So he was able to leave and get an education, even though his father didn't have one, and legally come to this country and make a life for himself and his family. And that's why it just bugs me, because, if my father can do that 30 years ago, why can't you do that?
Well, your father left the country, though. Don't forget he left the country.
But he was still, in the 70s, we're not exactly the most welcome people either.
All right. It's good. I'm glad you got it, but I wouldn't say it's not really valid.
Convenience store or gas station?
He's an accountant. He's a certified public accountant.
And why
Look at me. See my racism? It's terrible of me.
She said, I see it.
I see it. I see it.
And why the mustache?
Oh.
Why the
What's that about?
I'm not sure. I guess he just didn't want to shave anymore.
All right, Miriam, thank you.
He meant you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I did, actually. Thank you, Ann.
I'm teasing. Come on.
No, I kind of did.
She's probably very nice out there on Long Island.
She's lovely.
That's exactly what I was getting at. AJ, San Diego.
Better than what Steve from Bayshore said.
I'm sure it wasn't pleasant.
No, it wasn't.
AJ.
Hey, guys, this coop is full of epic horseshit. I'm Jewish, and, every time I hear this...
Hang up on this guy.
It's different, just like with
Teasing, of course.
Miriam girl, some cultures, some communities, they fly the flag of we've overcome adversity, and we pulled together as a community, we pulled together as a kind of people, and we overcame it. And part of the problem, with the black community is that, they fly their flag during daytime television on 16 different talk shows, and if I hear Wendy Williams, do one more promo ad, I want to punch myself in the face of just the ignorance. Jesse Jackson, you even say that Jesse Jackson, and you cringe because you're just like, what kind of bullshit is he going to be talking, slinging now, and promising this entitlement flag, and that's the difference. The entitlement is ridiculous. Both my grandparents, concentration camp survivors, I've got no relatives beyond them. They've got no relatives beyond them, next to them, beyond them, whatever. But, they came here with nothing, and they built, they had 5 great kids.
You know what the difference might... Hold on, buddy. You know what the difference might be, too, is that when Nazis were doing what they were doing to Jews, there was a much... I mean, even though they killed so many, there was a shorter shelf life, and the entire world crashed down on it and said, this is wrong, enough. And then the regime that was doing it was killed and defeated, and everything was changed. It was almost like it was, hold on. I think that is the difference. Whereas slavery ended, and Patrice made a great point about how, there wasn't, Jews had Hitler, so you know who the bad guy was, where with black and white, it was all of a sudden, okay,
it's a color.
You're free to do what you want, but then you're not free to do what you want. It was just different.
But it didn't start with World War II. It started, you can go back to, to medieval times. The Jews were blamed for the bubonic plague. They were seen as the ones that spread the bubonic plague. The Jews were the ones that, the story that you don't hear in most school books when you're in elementary school, when Christopher Columbus came over, they tell this grand story in picture books that the Queen, gave these jewels and funded the trip for Christopher Columbus. But that wasn't the case. It was because of the Jews were forced to leave. They were forced to go, and they had to leave all of their stuff to Inquisition. They were forced to leave, all their possessions. They could either stay here and
nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition.
What's that?
Nothing.
No, but I mean, so it wasn't
oldie but goodie, right?
What I'm saying is that the Jews have had to overcome it for thousands of years. And you're right. For Hitler, it was a known theme. But it's been going on for thousands of years. But you don't hear the Jews going, we've been persecuted.
Yes, you do.
You never hear the Jews complain.
I have to disagree. You do hear the Jews saying that.
Yeah, well, you do hear them complain. What you don't hear is excuses. You don't hear excuses.
The entitlement flag.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Thank you,
I think
sir.
Jews have learned to be very self-sufficient and very, very very in a way. I'm not saying that in a bad way either.
No,
but they take care of each other.
There is genuine unity. In amongst Jews, whereas blacks, for some reason, in the black neighborhoods and black communities, there's such separatism between, you hear it all the time, lighter skinned, black people and darker skinned black people have racism between themselves. There's this, seems to be this inability to really unite. There's this fake uniting where, they'll put on the game face when Jesse Jackson's talking, or Reverend Al, and we have to do this. We have to stop teen pregnancy and drugs in our neighborhood and this and that. And then, once they go away, nothing happens. Nothing comes of it. The problems are still there. There's too much, I gotta look badass, so I gotta go to prison, or I ain't working at McDonald's, so I gotta sling drugs. It's that shit that I will not be used as an excuse for.
I agree with you, but unfortunately, again, a lot of that came to pass because fucking people who were supposed to do the right thing were saying, no, 2 water fountains. No, you're not going to college. And unfortunately, we have to pay the price because this shit that's happening now should have happened in 1900, 35 years after slavery.
I think paid in full already. Paid in full, especially when you consider there's not one surviving slave left. And the people that really took the brunt of Jim Crow and all that stuff are very old right now or dead. But the later generations, the generations now of young people did not have to put up with the type of racism that their grandparents and even parents had to put up with. you can only go so far, Jim. I
agree. Fast forward 100 years, though, the things you hear, but their parents went through it. You know how you hear things from your mother. If you hear your mother saying something, or your father,
I'm not talking about me. People my age. I'm talking about people in their 20s,
right?
And the people in their teens. Their parents didn't have it as bad as you're making it out to be.
They just got a conviction. I know that, but I'm saying they just got a conviction on some Klansman that bombed black churches. It's going to take 100 years or so, which to us, again, it's a full lifetime. It takes forever. On a historical scale, it's not that long. If it takes 200 years, when you look at history, 5,000 years ago, look at Alexander the Great or however the fuck long ago he would take a 200-year piece of that. It means nothing. It means nothing. But in a lifetime, it's an actual lifetime. But, 500 years from now, this will be just a blip in the past.
I don't know, because there is ideology from my grandparents and even my parents that I don't embrace. I can make up my own mind. I don't have to sit there and think because they went through certain things that it's going to affect me in a way that I can't make responsible decisions at times.
I agree. But look at the way ethnicity is passed down, like ethnic pride and ethnic culture. All those things are passed down.
I say that's fine.
So why wouldn't negative shit be passed? I'm not saying it should be, but look, negative shit's passed down too. Just like all this stuff, you're Italian, you do this, you're a Jew, you do that, the Passover. All that stuff is passed down. So why is it so crazy to think that a lot of unhealthy, negative, sick, self-hating shit gets passed down too?
It absolutely would be, but it doesn't take much to take a look around and realize that times have changed. The opportunities are out there now. If you're not knocking up 7 fucking different women, maybe you would be able to, get an education. You'd have some money from your job that you wouldn't have to sling dope, and you'd make hey, how about a useful member of society? Wow. Is that so much to fucking even ask for? Jesus Christ.
But I think it happens a lot. I think a lot of times it happens. If you look at like the way, things are now, say compared to they were in early 1970s, things are a lot different. There's a lot of great things that have happened. It's just going to take a long time. That's it. I mean, we unfortunately are here when we're living, and had people done the right thing, so much of this would have been fucking handled already, and the people that were really right in that time would have had to deal with the shit that they created or that their parents created. But since they didn't, now we're eating the shit for it.
I absolutely see what you're saying.
Which is not right.
But I don't agree with the timeline. I think enough time has gone by and enough positive change has been made that we shouldn't get calls like we did from that guy that was just saying, the reason is slavery that you have a guy having that many kids with that many different women. I can't accept that as a viable excuse for having kids with 7 different women.
Yeah, I agree, because it does happen in Africa. It happens in other countries, too. It's not like it just happens in the U.S. It's a phenomenon going to the U.S.
Yeah. Let's go to Jason in St. Louis. Jason.
Yeah.
Yes?
Go ahead,
Talk, Jason. You're on.
He's all tongue-tied. Talk, you dummy.
Jace, good.
He's out. He bailed out.
He just panicked.
He panicked. He fucking went, humna, head Norton.
Want to thank Coop for starting all this.
Coop.
Thanks a lot, Coop.
Good old Coop.
Fucking race gets people talking. It's so funny how American race is a huge issue. And
but no one talks about it.
At least white people never like to admit when we're racially uncomfortable. Right. And there's times when we're racially uncomfortable.
I like Jimmy's angle on this. I think, and I agree with you. I think there's not enough time has gone by. I see Anthony's point. I think we're getting close finally, but there's still people that have grandfathers and stuff that they know what their grandfathers went through, and that would bother. If my grandfather was, treated like that, I would still be fucking pissed.
Yeah.
But then that generation will die off, and then I see it Anthony's way where maybe it will get easier.
Look at how mad
But I think there's still too much of a connection to it still.
Look at how mad you get if you read about let's be very honest, when you read about that case of Christopher Newsom and his girlfriend down in, I think, Tennessee.
My God.
The 5 black people that brutally raped and tortured this white couple. It makes you angry. These 5 black fuckers, it really does.
Visceral.
It is a reaction. And everyone reacts that way when their group is attacked by another group. It's still like a fucking...
Oh, yeah.
So it's almost like, tribal. Okay, if those incidents get people as angry as they do, and I'm sure Jews feel that way when they hear about some scumbag white supremacist
crime,
fucking beating a Jewish couple. It's a visceral... You're right, visceral. So imagine it on the other foot, where for all of this time, up until... It's like that doesn't just go away. And I'm not saying that I like it to be that way, but that's got to be a human reality.
And think about your own life. You care about your grandfather, or did, right? But you don't give a shit about your great-grandfather. You don't know anything about him.
Not as much, right. Very much less, right.
And there's a small percentage that give a shit about their great-grandfather.
Right.
I think,
and that's when I definitely think then I see it Anthony's way. I mean, I think there's still too much of a connection.
I think there's been enough change, and that young people, you're talking about people in their late teens and early 20s here that are acting extremely irresponsibly.
Right. So,
and their parents acted irresponsibly, and their grandparents, whatever. It's just...
So you're talking about
enough time has gone by to look around and see that things have changed and stop at the blame game. And me, because Jimmy brought this up, race is very difficult for us to talk about in this country for some reason. I swear I will never just sit by as guilty white guy and not open my fucking mouth when I think somebody of any race is saying something stupid. I might be wrong, but I'm going to talk about it. I'm not going to sit there and zip a lip because I'm afraid I'm going to get the scarlet R put on me.
To me,
fuck that.
I agree. I think, and you're not the problem to me. A guy like you, and look, I know I sound like the House liberal today, but I have a lot of fucking racial issues with double standards in the language. It makes me sick to my stomach. The problem is fucking most white people don't talk about it. That is, they just really pretend it doesn't exist.
It really is a problem.
They just make commercials where all the criminals are white, and that's their idea of fixing it.
And that's the idea of fixing it. You're absolutely right. And in that way, I will absolutely blame dumb whitey for fucking not being honest about how we feel about race relations, and thinking that by putting a commercial together where somebody breaks into a house and they are consistently white people breaking in, and thinking that's going to solve the problem, that's dumb.
All right,
that's stupid.
Let's go to Sean in Texas. He's furious and he's white.
Oh no, Sean,
watch out.
Bootstraps, Anthony.
Bootstraps.
Are you there?
Yeah.
Listen, I mean, the thing is that Anthony, on the one hand, I agree with you. There's a cultural change that has to happen.
Which hand?
With
Left
blacks
or
in
right?
this country. I'm a white guy, but I work at the oldest historically black college in Texas.
Mm-hmm.
And there has to be a change. But at the same time, you know, you say enough time has passed. Even if you're a 20-year-old kid, a 20-year-old black kid in this country, you walk into a store, everybody in the country sees a nigger. They don't see a black kid. They don't see just a kid. Everybody in this country sees a nigger.
No, that is not true, man. Just stop.
No, it's not true, every black guy.
It's not. Let me tell you one thing. If a guy walks into a store and he is, I'm not even saying suit and tie, well-dressed, well-spoken, polite, he will not be treated like a nigger, as you put it. He will not be treated that. No, fucking stop a minute. Let me talk.
No,
if you get a thug, if you get thug mentality, walking into a store, pants down his ass, fucking hat on sideways, talking shit, the guy is going to be followed around because you know what? Statistics show they might rip something off more so than maybe the other guy.
No, statistics show that while that kid's being chased, the statistics show that while that kid's being chased, the white guy is ripping him off. And
that's why, because there isn't a disproportionate amount of crime between 10% of the population and 90% of the population.
Get out of your ass, Anthony.
Stop it. Good. Go back to your liberal college, you douchebag. You're part of the fucking problem. Liberal, stupid whitey that won't face the fucking truth and talk about it. Go ahead. Bury your head. 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 Bury your head.
Down for another time.
Bury your head.
That's a good point.
I will. It's a great movie. Shut up.
It is a great movie, but you're not fucking Bruno Diaz.
You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. You're the guy that gets his ass fucking... You're the guy that gets his skull cracked open because you won't cross the street when thugs are coming right at you because you don't want to look like a bad guy. Fuck you. Fuck you. I'll cross the street. I'll take the chance that I look like a racist by crossing the street and maybe not get my head fucking handed to me. Go blow me. Fuck you. You liberal ass cunt. You're part of the problem. You're part of the problem.
No, you are.
You are a lot more of the problem than I am, my friend. A lot more of the problem than I am.
No, you.
Have fun. Go back to your college. Go back, college boy. Go back, you liberal college asshole. Go have another fucking terrorist or fucking racist leader go talk at your fucking college. Go ahead, shut up.
Fuck you. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
He really doesn't.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Wow. Andy, you're turning red, man. Jesus. Do we have a blood pressure machine? Do we have the old blood pressure machine from K-Rock?
No,
I would love to know what that blood pressure's doing.
Calm right
Your
down.
face went deep red on that call.
I agree with Ant, though, because that guy, to me, is like, that's unrealistic. Like, yeah, blacks do get looked at different in stores, but if a guy comes in there and he's dressed, it's like that guy was just unrealistically apologetic. Come on, man.
It's unrealistic to also say, like, all right, I want a guy to walk in and be well-groomed and have a suit and tie and talk like the stereotypical white man would talk. No, but if you're...
I'm disappointed in you.
What happened?
Through that whole really nice rant there, you didn't have one man.
Man! Oh, yeah,
because
he was one of those men. You know, man, it's the white guy that's ripping off the store when the thugs are in there. Look,
it's not.
Troll through hours of fucking closed-circuit convenience store footage. I have... I swear to you, I have. No. You know why?
I might have seen one or two of those in my lifetime.
It's entertaining as fuck.
That's why you do it?
To sit there and watch these idiots burst into these stores and fucking rob them. And that's why they're being, a guy that doesn't deserve it is being followed if he just wants to maybe have a certain look. You know, thug look. I used to get looked at all the time because I dressed like a piece of shit. And I fucking would, walk into a store and feel guilty like I had to hang up by the door for a little while before I left. Making the store owner think, well, if he was stealing something, he wouldn't hang up at the door.
I don't like the fact you say you used to dress like a piece of shit, like you're fucking the tuxedo kid now.
Now it's,
look at us.
It's all militia wear.
So you really are dressed for a race war.
From the JCPenney militia fucking section.
Why don't we go take our leaks?
I have to tinkle.
Oh, badly, man.
Francine is here, too. It'd be good to get
oh, my God.
a black woman's opinion. Yeah, she was downstairs.
Right.
I just sent Kenny down.
Nice.
We might have to get her on the air to get her take on
She's
this
not really black, though. She's kind of,
She's tootsie.
She's psychotic.
Yeah, she is psychotic.
She sure is.
I have to wee-wee.
All right. I want to congratulate that Kevin Smith on Twitter.
Oh, yeah?
These asshole critics.
The most Twitters ever?
Most Twitter tweets ever. Tweets. These asshole critics didn't give this cop-out a chance. And, man, what are we, 3 weekends in now? Mm-hmm. Did another $9.1 million at the box office. Still hanging in the top 5.
Wow, what has it made so far?
So take that, critics, you fucking assholes.
Word of mouth really was great on that movie.
I think
People
so.
saw it, they got out and said, it's really fucking funny.
Yeah, because the reviews on Rotten Tomatoes was not pretty. Almost to the point where I don't want to fucking acknowledge Rotten Tomatoes anymore. But yeah, like you said, word of mouth. People knew this was a funny movie, and certainly it's being proven that at the box office with another $9.1 million made, beating out Avatar, but Avatar is just about done. Number one was that Alice in Wonderland did $116 million. Oof. Jesus, in one weekend, one long weekend, I guess.
I thought we were broke as a country. What happened? People, they sure can go to the movies.
Brooklyn's Finest should have done better than 13.5.
I want to see that.
Looks good, right? And then Shutter Island does hanging in there with 13.3. But Cop Out, that's impressive.
Yeah.
3 weekends in. What did they make the first? 38, I'm guessing. So they're probably 60-ish. About 60, right?
Yeah.
If I had to guess.
So that pays for Willis.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, they got to stay up there for a few more weeks.
And then Norton's salary in that one probably got paid like fucking a lot. Would you get points on the back end? What do you got?
Yes, I get $3 for every $9 billion it makes in foreign distribution.
Cop Out it's 19% with the critics, but with the users it's 60%.
Ah, shit!
So, see? The critics gotta stop being...
fuck them!
They gotta stop being too cool for the fucking room, the damn critics. You knew it was a pretty funny movie.
By the way, I gotta say something about Sam. Earlier, during our race relations discussion we had, I didn't even realize this, but Sam had put up a picture of like a real notorious looking gangster motherfucker, all tatted up and fucking like, and I was looking at that, yelling at it as I was talking on the phone. Like it was giving me an image of who I was talking to.
That was Lil Wayne.
That's Lil Wayne.
Oh, good. Why don't you put an old white woman up there next time so we can keep his blood pressure.
He put that, and I was yelling at that picture.
Yeah.
I was like yelling at that picture.
We have you to blame that his face turned beet fucking red.
But he's okay
I haven't
now.
seen him turn beet red in a while. You all right now, Ant? You all right?
Yeah. Look at the bullshit they got Lil Wayne on, though. Could you raise that again? The bullshit charge they got him on. Unless there's something I'm not seeing.
It says Lil Wayne went to jail because they found some skin cells on the gun. He has no history of violence, one drug charge. The gun was legally registered to his manager. He pleaded to a year because he was facing 3.5.
So
he got fucked, man.
He was in the shower on his tour bus, and the bag that the gun was in the room that he was in. And so then they found his skin cells on it.
So why doesn't he go for it?
Where were his?
It looks like it would have been tough to convict him if that's all the facts in the case.
If the Plaxico Burris, though, it's kind of hard.
Yeah, you'd think it would be tough to arrest him on that too.
All right,
can they get you on possession like that, Kenny? If your skin cells are on it, can they prove when you held it? He could have just held it in the gun store.
You're not even supposed to hold it, but.
You can get the answer to that question when you come to my benefit comedy show.
Oh, good.
On Wednesday, March 24th, starring Jim Norton.
And who else?
Jim Florentine, Otto and George, and a whole bevy of all-star comics. Stress Factory, New Brunswick, New Jersey.
Do I have to pay for a ticket if I go down there?
Yes, it's a benefit.
Everyone pays.
Come on.
A benefit, there are no comps.
Can I get some free chicken wings at least from Vinny?
Yeah, Vinny, I don't care. I'll get you all the food and drink you
Vinny will be happen to poison you and have you shitting all the way home in the car.
All the comics are donating their time. They're very benevolent.
It's going to be a great show, Kenny. We all know that. Stress Factory. Get your tickets now because they're going to sell. They're going to start selling well.
Vinny is the only club owner after he serves food that gives out porta potties for people who are shitting in the car on the way home. Vinny's a good egg.
Bedpans with the logo with a club on the side.
Yeah, your friends are right. This place is great. You're just shitting fucking diarrhea loudly.
Okay, because we don't want to exaggerate anything. Cop Out has made $32.3 million so far. I think it was a little higher than that, but okay, all right. Someone out there checking on the Google.
The Google.
Hey, Sam, did we do everything for the Oscars? Anything else to play from that?
Sammy.
No, I mean...
The intro song by...
the intro song.
Wow, Neil Patrick Harris blew up his spot, because what award show did he...
I think, was it the Tonys?
He hosted an award show and he got, like, rave reviews. And then
he
the
did
Oscars,
the Tonys and the Emmys.
It was the Emmys, I think. I don't watch that Tony shit. So it had to be the Emmys. And he did a great job. Everyone was talking about him the next day. So the Oscars, they're like, you know what? We need this fucking Neil Patrick Harris. So they had him do the first song, and now no one's going to ever invite him.
Why, did he suck?
It was, I don't know what it was.
It was like a show tune, right?
It was show tuney.
He's very gay.
Yes.
Yeah, but he had two girls on his arms.
Yeah, but
one on his left arm and one on his right arm.
Gay dancer guys, when they're doing that, you know. But he came out like legit gay, right?
Yeah, he's definitely gay.
Yeah.
But he survived that Doogie Howser stigma very well.
Well, I think saying he was gay kind of got him out of that Doogie Howser stigma because he's getting gigs.
Yeah.
He's
got that show.
So if you're a child star and you want to extend your career into adulthood, suck a cock.
But he's a womanizer on How I Met Your Mother. It's
he's acting.
Knowing,
so
it's a little weird.
Well, it's the same thing as Rock Hudson and
Rocco.
Macmillan and wife.
Good old Rock. I said good old Rocco. Good old Rock Hudson.
Rock Hudson. Oh, God, boy, did the women love him. He was like, in the oldie days when you used to, like, try to equate a woman with a sex symbol, you would always go like, oh, hey, Raquel Welch. Let me tell you that Raquel Welch. I gotta tell you. And for women, it was like, oh, Rock Hudson. Oh, you'd be as sexy as Rock Hudson.
Yeah.
What, with a big cock in my ass? that facade he put on with Susan St. James every fucking week.
Hey, was the Steve Martin, Alec Baldwin, and Glorious Bastards material good?
That was good, and the Meryl Streep thing was kind of funny, too.
I want to see what Sam finds funny. These are quick clips. Quick clips
and
from...
funny in the same sentence?
All right, let me see. Let's see.
You just squeaked. What'd you do?
Because I was starting my sentence. And
you're starting to panic. You don't know.
No. Yeah. I started the sentence, and then Fat Boy said something in my ear. So.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
What'd you say,
FB? On the board in there.
No, he's just trying to cover because he's not that strong with his material.
I've never had a problem with my material. Maybe the virus should come and do some of the Alec Baldwin jokes. We've all got ideas.
Wow. All right, let's listen to this. Steve Martin and Alec Baldwin.
And right there in the front row is Meryl Streep. Wow.
We were just talking about you. When Steve and I met her at the start of our movie, It's Complicated, we both thought the same thing. What a memorable threesome.
Anyone who has ever worked with Meryl Streep always ends up saying the exact same thing. Can that woman act? And what's up with all the Hitler memorabilia?
A lot of Hitler jokes.
A lot of Hitler jokes going on. Yeah. Hitler's making like a comeback or something.
Comedically.
Well, that's how it starts.
Yes.
And then before you know it, there's people blitzkrieging their way across Europe.
Solve your problem that we talked about in the last segment.
You never know.
What's the latest Hitler video on YouTube? Every freaking day there's a new one now with that scene from Downfall.
There was one about
it's endless
with
now.
Uncle Paul in there too. Fucking
there was a reference with Uncle Paul yeah.
It was what the fuck was it about?
What the subject matter was.
I don't know.
By the way, how great would it be if they were referencing all these Hollywood people in the audience and just saying barbaric things about them, like just ruin the Oscars.
Really horrible.
Like if they said, "Hey, there's Meryl Streep," and then it went, "Yeah, too bad she doesn't have enough Oscars to fill her cunt." The horror in the silence you'd get from the audience.
And then just pan the audience to just see their horrified faces, because usually they're smiling or talking with each other.
And then they go right back to fucking Steve Martin and him, and they just keep doing brutal jokes.
There's already a Hitler.
Go ahead.
Hitler reacts to District 9 not winning Best Picture.
Oh, really?
Of course. There's a lot of Hitler reacts, too.
Wendy Williams' tits are very, very intimidating. She just walked out on her damn show.
Those are
they're very intimidating.
They look like the tips of torpedoes. They really do. They're not sexy. There's nothing about those tits they're too fucking giant. Crazy.
You think they're all scarred up and shit?
No, I think they're fucking, like, their nipples probably point way south and everything.
I don't know, man. I don't know about that.
She fucking figured out how to do this show, though. I thought it was just going to be like a week. But
good for her.
Fucking plowed right on it. And
good for her.
Yeah, I give credit where credit's due.
Jesus Christ, here he comes.
Oh, Jesus.
H.
Oh,
here God, just walk on by already. Jesus. Take your look like you do every day. There it is. All right.
There's this look.
Steve and Alec do their Inglourious Bastards material.
Yeah. Now over here is the Inglourious Bastards section, and over here are the people who made the movie. Hey! Nice. In Inglourious Bastards, Christoph Waltz played a Nazi obsessed with finding Jews. Well, Christoph? The Motherlode.
That was a visual.
Points to the audience.
Right.
Yeah.
And he says the Motherlode.
He kind of just opens
because there's a lot of Jews in Hollywood.
They run the place. A lot of Jews. Well, no, they run the joint, apparently.
Francine, you watch the Oscars?
Entertainment industry. Francine,
why
what are you
doing?
doing?
Watch the Oscars?
Get behind a mic.
You like to be
there.
up on shit?
Yeah, what's the matter? I thought you knew a lot about pop culture.
I am into pulp culture. However,
pulp culture. Pulp culture.
Are you tired today? You all right?
I don't. My TV's broken.
Well, there's a stereotype for you. What's wrong with your TV?
I don't know actually. My mom has this really awesome.
Didn't pay for the cable?
Oh. No, we pay for the cable. I told you my mom's rich.
Oh yeah.
I'm the poor one.
Why doesn't she give you some of that money, man?
Yeah.
What's up with that?
Because she's already given me a lot.
Tell her to give you more.
And I haven't paid her back.
Do you get followed around in stores? No, I know, like, guys probably follow you around just to look at your ass, but do they follow you around because they think you're stealing something?
Well, the thing is, I think because I grew up in the burbs, I never notice it because I'm too oblivious and I'm just distracted
I will
by a lot
not
of stuff.
argue with that.
They could follow her around in a tank if she wouldn't notice it.
Big turret on the back of her head. What's that?
What's a tank?
Oh my God!
It's a fat associate producer character. That'll be Iraq.
Poor Iraq. Did you see any of the movies that were nominated? At least
Yes,
we're doing
I
a
did.
little Oscar talk here. Help us out.
Inglourious Bastards. That
Oh,
was
you saw that?
very. Avatar was great.
Oh, you saw Avatar?
It was a little Pocahontas-y, but I like the sunglasses that they gave you. That was awesome.
No, those were 3D glasses.
Well, I kept them as sunglasses.
So you're wearing like a sunglass?
I tried to.
No UV protection.
And now she noticed everything in the world is in 3D. Unlike before.
Well, yeah.
All right, so did you see Precious?
I did see Precious, and I cried the whole time.
It was good, right?
Why did you cry at Precious?
Precious was really sad because, her mom was touching her. That was really gross.
Eating her pussy.
You're like the anti-Precious. You're like the opposite.
Yeah.
Because you're so slender.
I know.
And Tootsie-like.
Yeah, Tootsies don't get fat, right?
You're a Tootsie Roll.
Yes, I am.
Do Tootsies get fat?
Well, yeah, they do. If they're rich and they eat a lot of potatoes, then they get...
Potatoes?
Yeah, because that's what they like to eat.
Yeah?
Chicken and potatoes. That's their thing. But
So if they eat too much, they'll get fat, but...
I have high metabolism.
Yeah.
Is your mother fat?
No, she's not. She's like a size 6.
Yeah. So you cried at Precious?
I cried.
What part?
Why?
What was the worst part for you?
You didn't laugh when she got nailed in the back of the head with that frying pan and hits the floor? I'm laughing my ass off like I'm watching fucking Roadrunner.
I thought it was funny when Mama called her in there to give her box of good eating before she went off to have chicken.
Oh, yeah, and then she had to get the chicken.
I think I cried most when she got the AIDS. That was really sad.
What the fuck? Who got the AIDS in this movie?
Fatso.
Which one?
She tested HIV positive.
Monique?
No.
And her dad gave it to her.
Who the fuck would want to see this film?
You didn't see
Fantastic.
it?
No, I didn't see this.
Oh, it's great. That to me
Sounds
was a little
horrific.
It was a little bit of overkill.
At least she'll lose the weight.
With I know there's a plus. Everything with the fuck. It was a little overkill. They were trying to represent something, but it was too much.
Oh my god.
I think there are a lot of Preciouses out there. And
Precious is
yes, there are in SeaWorld.
Yeah, drive the New Jersey Turnpike.
They're out there, all right.
They sure are.
I see them on the road every day. I got to pass them.
Oh, that's so sad. And I think it represented a lot of people that are abused. And I felt really, really bad for Precious, especially with the AIDS thing. And she couldn't read.
She'll lose weight.
Yeah.
Did
someone say that already?
No, just said it
shit.
1 minute ago.
Okay, sorry.
And her mom was mean.
Right when I said it, I was like, God, someone had to have said that. It's such an obvious joke.
They had to go all the way down to the AIDS thing? It wasn't bad enough?
Bad enough that she's getting smacked around.
And eating a mom's box, and then they have to throw in the AIDS thing for you?
Yeah, mom's box.
I thought the saddest stuff was the fantasy she had. Because when she's looking at the pretty white girl in the mirror, like wishing that was her.
Yeah.
Or when she's thinking about just being like, just this fat mess, just thinking about a handsome guy dancing with her. It's like, oh, you big fatso.
Well, good luck.
It just felt bad.
Good luck, you fucking
cried?
fatty.
You cried, Jimmy?
I did cry at one point in the movie, not through the whole film. I forget what part got me. I don't remember.
Probably when her mom threw her down the staircase.
No, that wasn't it.
What is going on with
when
this
she
film?
tried to pilot to bombardier her with the TV set.
Yeah,
that was great.
horrible.
Oh, dude, I was laughing my balls off.
Why would you watch this?
So funny.
So depressing.
I love a good
dumb
sad
face.
I
A
paid
dumb
for it. I have
fucking
to watch
face.
She's
got a
sweet
dumb
girl,
face. She got a dumb face.
She was sweet.
What else happened to her? Because I'll never see this movie. Now
Why?
I don't want to
It's
be
really
that
sad.
depressed.
Why not? It's
I
a
don't
great
want
film.
to.
Cuckoo's Nest is a depressing film.
Yeah, but
all good films should be depressing.
I loved Cuckoo's Nest.
It's a work of
and
art.
there was a lot of sadness.
Dude,
in
it's
that movie.
miserable. It's a miserable movie.
That's bad.
I don't know why.
You can watch that every time you watch it. You're just going,
Leave.
leave.
The
just
windows open,
leave.
Nick Murphy.
And
That-
you know he doesn't, and
that
he'll be a
scene-
drooling idiot.
That scene when morning comes and you realize, holy shit, you blew
Sure
it.
fucked that up,
That
didn't
is
ya?
that is shot brilliantly.
Or Chief's monologue, Will Sampson.
Yeah.
But how his fucking father drank and he put the bottle to his lips and he didn't suck out of it. It sucked out of him until he was so withered and yellow. Oh my God, it was fucking great.
movie.
It was really like
Great movie.
fucking insightful of that big dumb Indian.
When he finally talks, and like again, the book was told from his perspective, but when he speaks, you're like, holy shit, he talks.
Yeah.
It was great.
Come on, put it in the basket. Come on.
Hey, was the horror montage last night was great, by the way, huh?
Hey, I got me a little scared.
That fucking Jaws scene, wow, was that great. When she's just swimming as the sun's going down.
Yeah.
It's still a great scene. And then the Shining stuff, peppered through the whole damn thing.
Yeah, they fucking...
That was all right, man.
I just don't like the fact that they pay tribute and put, like, stupid Chucky in the same tribute as, like...
some brilliant horror films.
Some brilliant horror films.
Yeah, you're right about that. They
So
didn't
it's
have
like,
to do
I don't
that.
think they needed to put Chucky in there.
Uh-huh.
Like, who gives a shit? Those movies are not scary or entertaining. They are.
What other
No,
movies
not
did you
really.
see there, Francine?
I just saw that new Leonardo DiCaprio movie.
Shutter Island?
I sure did.
You liked it?
It was very confusing.
No spoilers.
Oh, shit.
Very confusing.
That's how she feels about Caddyshack.
Yes.
It's like really confusing.
And I really liked Leo, so...
Oh, you do?
Yeah, I think he's hot. And they had lots of rain scenes, so if you like to see Leo wet, you get to see him wet a lot.
Oh, yeah?
Can't wait.
All right.
Titanic had a good one where he got wet.
Yeah.
And blue.
Yeah, if you remember.
Wet and blue. Nice combination.
Shit.
But it will shock you. There's a surprise ending.
All right, well, don't say it.
Yeah, we don't spoil movies as much as we used to.
Everyone knew it was the husband that killed him. You are a blabbermouth.
Oops, yeah.
Come on, honeymooners? No?
Yeah.
Yeah, forget it.
I don't know what year that was.
Yeah, I know.
50s.
Ooh.
It's back.
I wasn't there.
Back in those days. Well,
You know what? Do yourself a favor and get
back
the
in those days.
Get the
if you know what I
Honeymooners
mean.
box set if you care about comedy at
What?
all.
His and Her Fountains.
Get the Honeymooners DVD,
Oh, really?
the box set, and watch them. They're brilliant.
I don't have any money.
Every sitcom is based on the
You
Honeymooners.
don't have money.
You can earn some.
Obama's president. How did you not get any
I
money?
didn't get any of that
Everyone
stimulus
else got a
money.
bunch of money, and you're there broke ass broke.
How bad would it have to be for you to go to prostitution to get money?
Oh, I think I'd rather die.
Come on, let's talk
Really?
turkey.
No, I'm really serious. I'm
Really?
scared of that stuff.
Oh, that's a
Aw.
good answer.
Oh, thank you.
How's your boyfriend?
He's good.
Boo.
Boo. Get out of the studio.
Ew,
You have a boyfriend
now?
Yeah, I finally got one.
Congratulations.
Oh man, I was going to offer you some money too.
Oh, you guys.
White guy?
No, he's
Boo.
a black guy from Connecticut.
Oh,
man, the worst
now you're
kind.
completely wrecked.
He is just like Carlton from The Fresh Prince.
Oh
It's
my
great.
God! Really?
What does he do for a living?
Punch that pickup.
He's a news reporter.
Is he
For-
on TV?
Connecticut TV or New York TV, and he commutes.
Actually, it's for an international TV station, so...
Al Jazeera?
Jimmy got there.
no, he does
Stereo
not.
assholes.
No.
That was a photo finish, though. We might have to get the
Yeah,
photo
yeah.
fucking developed. What?
You got him up. That's him. Oh, my God, it's crazy.
Does he wear the sweaters like that? Like
He
Carlton used to?
does.
Oh,
He sure
my
does.
God. What's
He
wrong
wears
with you?
sweater vests.
So he's an Oreo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was born and raised in Connecticut.
What kind of music does he like?
He listens to
Country.
drum and bass, actually.
What?
Yeah.
Jones.
No,
Tom Jones.
I hope not. I haven't seen him do the Tom Jones, but he does dance like Carlton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What about size?
Oh, you guys
Is it
are
myth? No, I'm just saying. I'm not asking for measurement.
I
I'm
told
just saying.
you.
Is it
I am.
myth?
How big is his
it
cock?
myth-worthy or is it?
It's myth-worthy.
Whoa! Whoa!
However, I would like to say that I've screwed enough black guys to know that the myth is not real.
Oh, okay.
But in this case, it's real, huh?
Yes, the myth is real.
How big's his penis?
Yeah, draw it on a piece of paper. I love Yeah, here's a piece of paper.
How big's his dingle?
Here you go. I'll give you a Sharpie.
Carlton was a dancer before he was on that show.
He was a dancer?
Of course, he was in the Tap Dance Kid. Was a show that was on Broadway. Swear.
All right,
Wait, kidding? Oh, stop it!
Oh, wow, that's right.
You just you took up the entire 8x10 piece of paper, the 10-inch way, and you're drawing his. What's on his balls? Is he?
That's hair.
Oh, you got some tight and curlies.
Here we go.
And then she just drew.
He's got a small penis.
He has a toe cock.
She drew every image of a cock that has been drawn throughout these decades, the centuries.
His dick looks like Megan Fox's thumb.
Is it big and fat? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
With a small head like that.
Does it hurt you?
Yes, it does hurt, because we just started, so...
Oh, wow.
Does he wear a rubber?
Try to get all
Yeah, of
stretched out
course.
now.
He's not
Oh, he does wear rubber?
He's not trying to get you pregnant like most black guys do.
I wear rubber, just not when I come.
Yes, I wear one on my fingers so I don't have to get that stink on my hands. So when I'm eating a Subway sandwich later, I don't lose my appetite. On my cock, it's fine. I don't care what my balls smell like. But I wear rubbers on my fingers so I don't get that fucking festering, horrible vag odor.
So I could go right to the fridge and have grapes.
I know.
And not worry about washing.
Exactly. I try to get one that goes up to the wristwatch.
What, a girl? Well, that's a big pussy joke.
Yeah, it's fine.
Wow. So now you're with a black guy with a big cock, and
He's got a nice job.
Yeah, life's good. It's
I
not
was
bad.
right. I was on the fence with you until now.
Why?
Because now I fell off like Like, because I was thinking, like, God, you know something? I think I would have sex with you.
Oh, thanks, Anthony.
And for me to say that, say that is crazy.
Oh, wow, no.
Is it that big?
Is it
No?
that big? I would not do that, guy. That's
Jesus,
way
where'd
too
you
big.
find that, Sam?
Sam?
That's fake.
No.
Yeah, it's fake.
You sure?
Yeah.
What is it, an extension or something? Is
Yeah,
that what they're
it's
doing
gotta
in
be an
porn?
extension.
Yeah.
So I met this guy off of Craigslist about like 5 or 6
Is that where
years
you
ago.
met him?
No. This Irish guy.
Oh, new story. Okay.
Yeah, and he had a dick that was that big.
No way. An Irish guy with a big
Would you mean
dick?
casual encounters?
No, I think it was just a regular
Freaks of
Craigslist.
nature?
No, he was huge.
Really?
Scary.
Did you fuck him?
Once.
Did it go in all the way, or?
No, it was too painful.
I wish I was him.
Yeah.
I
He
just
was
put it in
really
girls'
cute. He
shitters.
was hot.
Is it that big?
Oh, Jesus.
It was bigger.
Wow, who the fuck is that? Jesus, it looks like fucking...
Just won the gold in in Vancouver.
I was
for
thinking
snowboarding.
It looks like fucking Rick Astley.
Oh, it does.
Oh, that's
It's getting
horrible.
Rick blown.
His parents got Rick rolled.
So is your current boyfriend that big?
Actually, yeah, probably about that big.
Jesus
That's
Christ.
a good comparson.
Yeah,
Do you make that dumb face while you're blowing him? The one we're looking at on the screen?
Yep, just as dumb.
Fucking Francine. I'm happy for Francine. What the hell?
Right, have
Oh.
a black boyfriend with a giant cock?
Why
yeah.
not? Let's be
wow,
happy
I
for
couldn't
her.
be happier.
And the guy's got a job. Is he treating you right? He doesn't slap you around or none of that shit?
Yeah, he's really nice.
He's destroying down there.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's doing all the
That's like
destruction.
deforestation.
Look at this guy. Looks like Steve Harvey getting blown.
He really does. Look at him.
Man, there's a lot of porn out there. Jesus.
What about other movies there, Francine? We're wrapping up here. Oscar shit.
What other movies do you have on the list?
What do you like about in Glorious Bastards?
I thought it was, Brad Pitt was great.
He stunk.
No, I thought he was really good.
He stunk.
The Nazi guy.
That won the award. Last night.
Oh, he was phenomenal.
Yes, he was.
Yeah, he was very
He was
good.
really good. He reminded me
Of a Nazi.
Yeah, but I've never met one.
Yes, you have. I hate to tell you.
You interned for one.
You might want to look to your left.
You just got hit on by one.
Jesus, Francine.
You almost prostituted yourself to one.
God bless Francine.
Shit.
How do you come up with this shit?
It was a spectacular performance by that guy.
He was
And-
great, right?
Yeah, he was really.
There was no doubt he was going to win. Everyone said that, right?
Yeah, he you know.
What about Avatar? You
Avatar.
said it was Pocahontas-y, but
I like the sunglasses. That part of it, like the new aspect of wearing sunglasses at the theater.
I know, she calls them sunglasses like you're just wearing them to look cool in the theater.
Yeah, but I thought the sunglasses and the 3D part was awesome, but the storyline was the same as Pocahontas. And, you know, the blue creatures was interesting. I like the new, I guess, aspect that they added to it. New strange creatures from another planet. Yeah.
Mm.
It was good.
If you were blue, you'd kind of look like one of those creatures.
oh, you would
Very
look like
tall
the
and
lead
slender.
role.
Yeah.
She must have been Tootsie. Now
Yeah.
that I
She
think
could
about
be.
it.
She could be.
I think she was, yeah.
I think she might have been. Yeah, look.
Yeah,
you
look at
like
that.
You
That
could be,
could be
her.
you.
Yeah.
Because people are
Just
trying to
paint
get a
yourself
visual on
blue.
you out there in Radio Land.
Oh.
Take the blue makeup off the Avatar girl and fix the ears,
Yeah.
and you're looking at Francine.
And then
probably
give her a
Almost.
complete frontal lobotomy. And she might
No.
be like Francine.
And also, I like the hair braiding. That was awesome.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, that was pretty cool. And the ending was kind of strange with the guy actually living in the blue people world. That was kind of weird.
All right, wreck
I
it.
thought for a bunch of, you know, quote unquote savages, like how did they figure that out? You know, like they don't have any
I say
electricity.
that on a daily basis.
And they didn't have a lot of technology, but yet they were able to transfer one soul to another from bodies. And I was like,
Yeah, how the fuck?
how's
right?
that happening?
They were keeping it all about nature.
Yeah, it was really natural.
They do it like, you just got to kind of think of it in terms you can understand. Picture a giant black cock going into your vagina. See, that's something you can wrap your, head around.
Okay.
Anything else you
What
want?
does that have to do with the movie?
Well, because that's kind of like the docking thing and the transferring of personality and energies and cum.
And then the ending where they actually won, the blue people won, I was like, this would never happen.
There goes the movie.
Yeah.
All right.
When are you going to see this thing?
It's been out for
It's made $1 million already. My God.
We're going to wait for DVD.
No, you can't
watch it in my own theater at home.
Yeah.
You have a theater at your house?
Yes, thank you very much. Does old Big Dick got one of those, motherfucker?
No,
Yeah, they just show movies on his cockhead.
Yeah, what does old Big Dick?
He doesn't need one. He has a big dick.
What does old Big Dick have?
Theater's what you do when you don't have a big dick. You have a big cock, you just show that and go watch it. And
Yeah, look at
rent
this.
the DVD, whore.
What's old Big Dick have?
You might want to see this movie again.
He has a computer/TV, because nowadays you can apparently join them together.
Really?
Amazing.
It is amazing.
By the way, those who want to know what Francine looks like, I just Twittered a picture of her sitting here.
Oh, guys, I hate iPhones.
What? You look sexy.
You think so?
Yeah.
Yeah, you look great.
I don't look good in digital pictures. I find I look very good
Sure,
in
you
the
look good in
analog.
charcoal sketches.
Analog pictures, you look good. Digital, you don't.
No.
Why? What does
look
it do?
Weird.
I'll tell you one thing. The lighting in here sucks.
Here's your picture.
What does it do?
Oh, yes, that's sexy.
Just you talking.
Let me see, Jimmy.
Just her talking.
It's not bad.
No, it's just
we got to
Francine.
fix the lighting in here. That doesn't do her justice.
I don't like that picture. No.
I remember
There's too much glare on that forehead of hers.
Yeah, I do have a big forehead, too. And I got a lot of vitamin E oil on it.
Can I send a picture of your hiney?
Oh, no. We're not doing hiney photos.
What do you put?
No more
vitamin E?
hiney photos?
Oh, come on.
How about your vag?
No.
Oh, she.
Then
you know
just
what?
the ass then.
Wait, no more hiney photos now that
Come
you got
on.
a man?
In your pants. With pants
I
on.
got a boyfriend.
Well, sure.
All right, like you
I
thought.
got a boyfriend.
No.
Can't do it.
Could you take a picture? Let me stand up. I'll just take a picture with jeans on. Do you have a thong? Or regular?
Yes, that's
I hate when these bitches grow up. Motherfuckers,
Hold
man.
on.
They fuck everything up once they grow up. They start getting like ethical and everything, and fucking.
You're
They start
30?
thinking about morality and
Turn to your
all
right.
that horse shit.
How the fuck did Francine turn 30?
I know, she's 30 already.
We met you when you were
Weren't
what,
you like
20?
12 or something?
I think I was 21.
When you first wandered in off the streets?
Off the streets.
Yeah.
Looking for some crack?
I've never done crack, by the way.
Yeah.
Francine, we know her. They're just jokes.
I have done the marijuana.
What? Hey, Francine.
Smoked some of the marijuana.
Yes, I have.
Yeah.
What else is going on? Because we're wrapping up for today. Anything
What else
on your
is
mind?
going on? You don't have a job, right?
No, I do have a job.
Oh.
I don't do much, but I do have one.
What is it?
I do TV news production.
That's how you met Carlton. That's how you met Carlton.
We met at a CNN networking party.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
CNN?
Uh-huh.
It's different than cable news network. The ends are different.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Carlton.
I'm not. No, it's just a different thing, right?
Right. So I was trying to get a job at CNN. Yeah.
I got to see finally. Jesus.
So me and one of my coworkers who actually has credentials because she knows how to write stuff and she knows how to work Final Cut Pro.
How to write stuff.
Yeah, she can write news stories. She's good.
Oh, good.
We went together and I just went there and tried to see if I could get in, with my good looks.
Yeah,
so I
yeah.
went dressed all sexy.
Oh, what happened? You got in.
No, I didn't get it. I didn't,
No?
No. I didn't get a job at CNN.
Oh.
But I got some email addresses, which was really good.
So you networked a little bit.
Yeah, and he was there.
Oh, and you got his.
Yeah.
Did he come over to you like,
Hi, how are you? I'm the black guy that talks like this. Like every black guy comic makes like a white guy talk.
Or does he talk ghetto when he's not in front of white people?
Yeah.
No, he's
Not one of those
really
guys,
from
right?
Connecticut. Oh, God.
What part? Greenwich?
I don't know. It's the north part.
Oh, my God.
the north part?
It's 2 hours north of
That's
New York.
way the fuck up there.
So you live where?
I live in D.C.
So how do you date?
Oh, he lives in D.C. now.
Oh, okay.
Hartford?
I don't know. But it's 2 hours north.
Yeah, 2 hours north. And you live in D.C.
I live in Maryland, which is Rockville, Maryland now.
Is it a nice part of D.C.? Or you're living in because I've seen some.
Yeah, there's some really bad parts.
Yeah.
No, I work in right by the Capitol.
Like that Pennsylvania Avenue. That place has gone to hell. Hell in a handbag. Hi. You have no idea what's on Pennsylvania Avenue.
The White House.
Oh, excuse me, Miss Brainsy girl. Wow.
And I have seen the motorcade.
Whoa.
You did?
Yes, I saw it. I saw the beast. and I saw it drive by, and I waved at it.
Who, the first lady?
That's not nice, you guys.
What?
Don't look at me.
She looks like a fucking... She's too muscular. She's got big shoulders.
Oh,
Well, you haven't seen her in person.
You have?
I saw her car that she was in.
Great. You saw her car.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Well, I thought she looked really good.
Wow, you're getting all, like, racist on me.
Well,
just
they're-
because I'm making fun of the first black president's wife.
Yeah, because I love her.
Do you?
Yeah, I dress like her sometimes. I wear the belt over my belly.
Do you?
I have tons of cardigans now. I went out and bought cardigans, even though I have no money.
Yeah.
I bought cardigans and belts. I also got a book showing me like how to dress up like her. You
Get
are horrible.
out of here.
That just came up. I didn't.
You got a book telling you how to dress up like her?
And then there's a calendar that I go to at my aunt's house where I get to look at some of the styles that she's come out with, and I make up my own clothes by.
You really like her, huh?
Yeah, plus she's a lawyer, and I wanted to be a lawyer a long time ago.
You wanted to, yeah.
Is she an inspiration to the black woman?
Oh, yeah.
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 She makes me feel like I could do better.
Look at her face.
That's your philosophy.
She makes me feel like I could do better.
There's your philosophy.
Like, you're so sarcastic.
No, but that's...
She means with boyfriends.
Yeah.
She's out of the president. You got a guy that fucking does the evening news in Connecticut.
Does it in
International.
He does it in D.C. and it's international news.
Yes, it goes overseas.
To where?
So, yeah, where does it go?
I think Saudi Arabia and Europe or something.
Really?
Yeah.
And is he the actual guy on TV?
Oh, yeah.
So we can find this guy.
You're like,
Oh, yeah, you can.
Give Sam a name. I swear. We won't blow up your spot.
Just write down the channel.
come on, we want to say.
Francine, you're talking about just...
It's totally unfair, you guys. I can't do it.
Why? Because it's public.
How about we make a pact that we don't say his name? We
promise
just want to
you
say...
Oh, you guys are horrible. No,
We won't say his name.
We
We
won't
won't say
say
his
his
name. I
name.
promise you. I won't blow up. We can't. I'm not gonna fuck your gig up.
No, we wouldn't be that mean. We actually would.
Even me, I swear.
All right, I think I've listened to the show long enough to know that this is a trap.
No.
This
isn't.
There's a curiosity factor. Just write his
This
name.
really isn't a trap.
You could be
We
testing
wouldn't-
us.
We're like mean in certain ways, but we wouldn't say anything that you wouldn't
No,
want
because
said.
this is someone's job. It's not
We're
fair.
your friends. We're not gonna.
That's why we wouldn't fuck it up.
We're not going to say.
I can't.
First name.
Last name.
Just first name.
Last name.
No.
First name.
What's his first name?
Just first name.
Just write it down. His first name.
Francine, you got to trust us.
What name do you yell at
For
when you're
once you
having
gotta
sex?
trust us.
Oh, you're funny.
Oh, Yaphet.
What's Yaphet?
Kodo, he's there.
Yaphet
Ugly
Kodo,
actor.
yeah.
Francine, take the pen.
I'll just take. No, I can't. So, he's.
You got to
right.
trust
no,
us.
Wait, no way.
You're not even going to be going out with the guy in 4 months. Who cares?
How do you know that? Here, what? I promise if we break up, I'll give you his first and last name. I'll give you his Facebook and his
See
Twitter.
what he looks like.
We just want to see who it is. I swear. You have to believe me this time.
We wouldn't say anything on the air.
You guys are horrible.
Just right.
No, I'm not going to do
You
it.
could even control the microphones.
Oh, yeah, he looks a little bit like him.
Not on CNN.
I know.
Who said that?
Here, what?
Is that an Iraq contribution? Iraq.
Did he actually say, I think I found him?
It's live
God,
CNN
Iraq.
shot. And
You said he's not on CNN.
Just because it's a black guy at CNN doesn't... Oh,
There are tons of black guys on CNN. now.
what's the network?
No,
Because then I'll totally
write down the network.
they'll totally
no, just
give
give
it away.
me the
No.
right.
give us the name and we'll Google image and then we'll get out of here.
Just write it down.
The curiosity is killing me
won't say
personally.
it
I
on
want
the
to
air.
say
I can't. I'm telling you, it's just not
we're like
fair.
we're like your big brothers. We want to make sure
guys are
you're
my
doing the
big
right
brothers,
thing.
but,
Yeah.
you know, we have a Nazi to the left.
Nazi.
Yeah, and the economy is bad, and if he loses his job,
We're not gonna-
No one's gonna
he's
fuck his
totally
job
gonna
up.
break
Francine,
No one's gonna do it.
we're not
Fuck
gonna-
that to you, Francine.
We're not going to fuck with your livelihood. That's
We're your friends. We're not going to ruin your life. We just wanted to see what he looks like. We're not going to blow up your thing on the radio.
please.
Never.
Please.
Have we ever given out any real information you didn't want given out?
I don't think so.
She seems to do it first.
Yeah, you usually blow up your own spot. Just give us the name. We'll keep it silent.
Yeah, just tell him the fucking miscarriage story.
No, I don't tell him anything about my
Would we-
personal life.
That's a good relationship you got there.
If we saw his picture, would we go recognize him?
He looks just like Carlton. That's all I can tell
Oh,
you.
man.
I'm telling you, there's a striking
Do we have to beg
resemblance.
or what?
No, you don't have to beg. I cannot give it out. It's totally unfair.
Just write down the station.
No, you guys,
Please.
No,
Please.
you guys are going to destroy him.
What about, what about all we've done for you over the
We don't want to
years?
get him in trouble.
Please.
Yeah, some of these people on Pal Talk are very, very creative.
Those motherfuckers.
I'm just saying they're very creative, and
you gotta name it.
You know, well,
Please don't.
I'm not saying
we're not.
It's not
Francine,
fair.
Francine, wait.
I am promising you.
This is proving that we're not going to say anything because Ann can start reading names right now that would make you uncomfortable.
I'm not saying anything.
We just
I'm not
want
saying a word.
We just want to see
I'm
a
not
picture
even-
of him, then we'll
I'm
react.
not kidding. I'm not saying anything.
Write it down and let Sam Google it.
That's
No.
Let's Sam
guys,
Google it.
seriously.
I'm not saying anything.
See, if Ant starts writing down names, then they're going to know they were right. So you should just write down a name, have Sam Google it, and we'll shut the fuck up.
There are people that are suspect number 2. Inmate 617775.
Write down the name and don't show
But then there are names that are coming up that I think are pretty viable because they're doing let's just say they're connecting the dots. Yeah, they're pretty
So unfair.
they're pretty easy with being able
Write
to
down the name and just show me.
Is he carrying Heinekens?
Oh shit.
No.
God. No. All right, here we go.
No, please don't.
Wait, Sam's even figuring it out?
No, Sam's just gonna.
Come on.
He's looking behind
Guys,
you, guy.
it's
Come
not
on,
fair, you
Francine.
guys. No.
No, that's why I'm not saying it.
Honestly, it's just totally.
That guy, right?
That's him. He is my type.
That's the looter. He's
gorgeous.
great.
He's not a looter. That guy's an entrepreneur. He knows he's a smart man.
He's getting his 5 cents per bottle.
I think they're full bottles that he's going to be selling
What?
at a hiked price.
Just write down the station and don't show them.
Let me see if one of these guys' strategies works.
No, you guys, it's totally
Francine,
unfair.
We wouldn't blast him up. We wouldn't say his name. We
Yeah, you're
promised.
killing us.
Honestly, I'm not doing it because this is somebody's life, and it wouldn't be fair. I wouldn't.
That's
want
why we're not
going to
say
do this to
anything.
me.
We wouldn't do it on the
say
air.
his
We wouldn't.
name.
So you gotta play this out. You're gonna put a name down. Sam's gonna Google it, and we're just
No.
gonna either go. Oh,
If you guys
don't
figure it
know.
out, you guys figure it out. But I'm not going to give his name because it's totally unfair.
Yes.
I wouldn't do this to him, and he wouldn't do
I
this
wouldn't
to
either.
me.
You're right.
Yeah.
All right, let's get out of here. Thanks a lot, Francine.
I'm sorry, you guys. You know what? You see, I have a line. That's where I draw it.
Wow, you
Yeah.
just got it. You just
Yeah.
got this line.
All right.
Where this line came from with you.
Well.
You're a different person. I feel like I don't even know
no.
you anymore.
If I didn't care about him, I totally would blast him out. I
But
wouldn't
we're
do
not
it.
even gonna
We're not
blast
gonna
him
blast him
out. No one will know any different. We will. We'll go, oh, you're seeing that guy. That's all this comes down to. It's very selfish for us. The listeners still aren't
I
going to know
told you
shit.
he looks just like Carlton.
Well, we want to say
He is Carlton.
You really let us down today.
he is Carl.
After all these years and what we've done for you.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
But we're not friends.
Yeah, we are friends.
Facebook friends.
We are Facebook friends.
Well, then where are you? Can't find you.
In the meantime,
Because people are saying, Facebook is a real easy way.
I will fucking kill you guys. No way, Sam. All right, guys, promise you cannot say
We
anything.
won't. Shit.
I'm not saying anything.
Francine,
If you figure it out, you figure it out. But I'm not.
you're going to be amazed that we don't
Exactly.
say shit.
Watch the detective skills of this program.
Is that her on Facebook? Is that you on
This is
Facebook?
my I'm going to find her.
All right.
Yeah, now find her, and then what, Francine? We're not going to say anything. This will prove to you that we're not complete scumbags.
I'm with Ann on this one.
Yep,
You're going to be pleasantly
You watch.
surprised.
Now go to.
Wow, you look good on your Facebook shot. Look at
Damn,
you.
Look at that.
God damn.
No, go to friends. Yeah. Let's look at the.
There he is. That's
Oh,
gotta be
yes,
him.
that's him.
That's so gotta be him. Look, we're not saying anything.
Yes.
Oh my
That's
God.
him, right?
That's so him.
I'm going to say this. I can just tell by the name that he's all cock.
Holy Jesus Christ!
That's a hell of a last name he's got.
No, come on. He doesn't look like Carlton. He looks like a Kenyan runner.
See, we're not saying shit.
Okay.
We won't say anything. That sweater vest has got to go.
Yeah, you got
I
to.
love the sweater vest.
It's fucking horrible.
What's wrong with you?
All right, let me see one of the other pictures.
It's fucking horrible, that sweater
Yeah,
vest.
let me see that one. Oh, my God. You didn't even try to go a little light.
No.
No.
Damn.
I want my kids to be really, really black.
Oh,
do you really?
Really?
Why? I like
Less racism?
No,
He's not a
really.
bad-looking dude. All right.
No, he's really nice.
Good for Francine. We ain't blowing up your spot.
Damn.
You've been too
wow.
good. Yeah, you've been too good to us over the years. See, sometimes we surprise you. That's all. All right, now let's get out of here. Jimmy, you got some stuff going on, right?
Steel. They're saying Lexington.
What do you got going on?
Tonight I'll be on Red Eye, I think with Ann Coulter. I'm doing Red Eye tonight. And then this Friday I'll be in Zany's in St. Charles. And then this Saturday, Zany's in Vernon Hills. Those are my only Chicago dates.
All right. Thank you, Francine.
You're welcome.
Everybody else good? Oh, tomorrow, Bill Burr. It's been a while. Very
the big
psyched
producer. Good.
Very psyched when Bill Burr shows his face. And we're also doing that at Star Trek Trivia with BJ Shea in Seattle.
Yeah, we
Are
didn't
you
forget
ready?
about that.
We're
I
doing
am
that.
so ready. Just stop.
BJ is a big-time Trekkie like yourself.
Yeah, well,
I don't think you call yourself a Trekkie, but your knowledge is...
I call myself
You do know
geek.
You do know more than
Not a Trekkie.
you do know more than William Shatner himself. So, but
Yeah.
BJ's bragging about his skill, so it's going down tomorrow.
We'll do this.
Big Kev
do
wrote
this.
questions for BJ, so Big Kev is
wow.
our guy.
Yeah.
That's
Big
probably
Kev is-
really tough.
You know,
He's writing our side's questions.
and I hope BJ, he is a stand-up guy. They're not going to fucking cheat, are they? We're not cheating.
Better not.
Only if they know they're the inferior show. That's right, BJ Shea.
What are you doing? Some kind of radio fucking
That's
battle
right.
thing?
Who's better at Star Trek? Don't cheat unless you know that the Opie and Anthony show is far superior.
Look, we're teetering on radio hackdom with this one. Could you just not put it
digging
over
us
the
out.
edge? Could you not put us over the edge?
Yeah, I think you're right about that.
It really is. 2 shows. Hey, we're going to be doing some Star Trek. It really is teetering.
Please don't.
You don't need a promo?
No, just don't.
I don't think we need a promo.
Who knows more about Star Trek? Who gives a shit?
Yeah, that would actually
Steve
be
wrote
the promo.
We have a theme song, though.
All right, we're gonna do the theme song right now. And please don't feature us on a future like shitty radio segment that you're doing.
Yeah.
Please don't do
BJ,
that.
do you have a theme song?
Oh.
It's the Opie and Anthony BJ Shea Star Trek Trivia Challenge. Opie and Anthony BJ Shea Star Trek
Little
Trivia
shoehorning.
Who's the biggest geek in the world? We're about to find out. This contest is so fucking lame.
All right.
Great.
That makes me feel a little better about it.
Here's what you got to do, though. You got to send a copy to BJ so they can just, because they're on terrestrial, so they can just.
We got a clean version.
Okay, cool.
We got a clean version. Yeah, but they should come up with their own fucking song.
Exactly.
Why are they taking our
They
song?
can't. For the same reason
Tell
that they
BJ
can't beat us at Star Trek.
Tell BJ,
They can't come up with
Tell
their own
BJ if he
song.
doesn't have a theme song, the contest does not go down tomorrow.
That's right. Come up with something.
Exactly.
BJ Shea.
And we got, what time, by the way, what time does the Hotshot movie producer come in?
Bill Burr?
Yeah.
Waltz?
I don't know. Still holding a grudge, are you?
No, not at all. Just want to know what time Big Shot.
Hollywood.
Yeah, what time Bill and his new fancy sunglasses are
Tim
coming in.
Norton does not get that picture.
Oh, boy. It's going to be a problem tomorrow.
Yeah, I just want to know what time my buddy comes in.
Francine, thanks.
Oh, you're welcome.
Congrats on the new boyfriend thing.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And we'll
really
see you
great.
soon. And we're
Yeah,
gonna,
sucks on the regular. It's good.
Can we go home now? Yeah. Francine, is that okay with you?
Yeah, it's good.
All right.
Coming up on the next Butt Trek, the USS Prolapse continues its journey through the universe in search of giant cocks to fuck. But the crew members soon find themselves in a compromising position.
Oh my. Why is there nothing between their legs? It's silly. There should be something there. Why would these people be walking around? They must be alien race.
Mr. Chekhov is unclipped. I noticed that at the urinal. I sure would like to suck it.
Join our heroes as they unravel the mystery of this strange new life form.
They all seem to be lacking something that I enjoy. Cocks.
and struggle with the dangers of traveling through the universe.
Oh, tell me! There's a gerbil stuck in my hidey!
Where did your cock go?
Discover the fate of our fearless